The boy never would have imagined that a strange door would appear out of thin air in his room, floating above his bed with nothing behind it. He tried turning the doorknob, wanting to open it, and in the next second, his body fell straight through. To his surprise, he discovered another space inside the door, with a deep passage appearing before him. He shouted to see if anyone was there, but an eerie chewing sound echoed back from the tunnel. The next moment, a giant, three-eyed skeleton suddenly appeared, its eyes glowing green as it looked at the boy with ill intent. The sudden sight made him tremble in fear, and then the large skeleton lunged at him. The boy screamed and ran for his life. "Sorry to bother you. Have a pleasant life. Goodbye." Then, the strange door vanished before his eyes. Just then, a voice echoed in his mind. "Congratulations, human. You have awakened the ability to connect worlds." This left the boy stunned as the voice claiming it had found him. He looked around but saw no one speaking. "Don't be nervous. I am trapped in another world and am communicating with you through telepathy. This interdimensional communication is limited, so do as I say if you don't want to die. First, open your bag and find a strange statue inside. This is the cursed statue of the wicked Ghost King. Someone deliberately placed it near you to curse you, kill you, and steal your soul. But strangely, you survived." Hearing these words, a memory flooded the boy's mind. It turned out he wasn't the original owner of this body. The body belonged to a middle school student named Shinyi, whose soul had long been cursed to death by the statue. At that moment, the soul of an office worker who had died from overwork on Earth traversed worlds and seamlessly took over Shinye's body. Once this curse fails to kill you, it will in turn grant you the immense power it has accumulated from stealing souls over millions of years. Now, call forth that door again. As the voice faded, the strange statue shattered into pieces before Shinye's eyes. From this moment on, this door belongs to you. The power to connect worlds. This is your world link ability. Then, a gray system notification appeared. Because you were very polite during your last entry, you have obtained the title, Polite Person. Equipping this title gives you the following buff. When you act politely, others' impression of you will be slightly better. Next, the voice from earlier continued. "My power is almost exhausted. Human, you must be careful. The person who used the cursed statue against you will come to kill you again once they find out you're still alive." "Who are you? Why are you telling me this?" "Because I need you. The world you broke into today is called the Nightmare Realm, which is also the world that traps me. Keep getting stronger, then reach the depths of the Nightmare Realm to save me. I will surely repay you then. Before that, don't you die." Then the voice disappeared. Shinji realized his situation was extremely dire. Someone wanted to kill him right after he traversed into this world, yet he couldn't find any enemies in the original owner's memories. He had no means of self-defense now and could only enter the door to see if he could get a new title. He decisively turned the doorknob. He was worried about the skeleton but realized he could try to talk to it. Communication is the cornerstone of humanity. Skeletons are dead people, and dead people were once people too. With the buff from Polite Person, maybe he could make the skeleton an ally to help him fend off the unknown enemy. But when he saw the large skeleton again, he was still scared to death. Shinyi tried to remain calm and greeted the skeleton politely. "Hello, my name is Shinyi." Influenced by the Polite Person title, the large skeleton seemed a bit dazed. "I'm very sorry for interrupting your meal earlier. I actually want to be friends with you." But before he could finish, the large skeleton reached out with its bony claws to grab him. Shinyi narrowly dodged the attack and quickly retreated outside the door. The next second, the large skeleton smashed the door with one palm, and the force sent Shinyi flying onto his bed. That was close, but it looks like if the door gets destroyed, it just vanishes. Gray titles really are trash. What new title can I get this time? But the next moment, he was informed titles can only be obtained once per day. Today's attempt has been used. Please try again tomorrow. However, the killer could come at any time, and he didn't have time to waste. After opening the door, Shinji put on a top-tier salesman's smile. "Excuse me for bothering you. I'm back." But before he could say more, the door was bitten to pieces by the large skeleton. Unexpectedly, Shinji appeared from a different door. "You can't eat me. I can travel freely between two worlds. We can only communicate." The large skeleton didn't buy it and smashed the door again. Shinji immediately reappeared. "Would you like to hear my proposal?" This left the large skeleton somewhat speechless. It then ignored Shinji and turned to leave. "Don't go. I noticed just now that you're injured. When you are eating people, new bone would slowly grow back at your fracture points." Shinji's words caught the large skeleton's attention. "Although I can't let you eat me, my world has many things that are good for your bones if you consume them. If we become friends, I can help you recover. What do you think of my proposal?" Shinji looked at the large skeleton with anticipation, but the next second, Shinji's face changed in shock as a purple ball of light condensed on the large skeleton's bony claw. "Damn, still not working? Looks like I need to think of another way." Just then, a contract appeared before him. "So it's a contract. Looks like I succeeded. Congratulations. You have received a contract. Signatory, Mother of Dark Bones, King of Ghouls, Field Collections Officer of the 5th Battle Squadron under the Grand Army of the defeated Lord of the Underworld, Mictlanda Cutley." Shinji was speechless. The beginning sounded so impressive, but it turns out to be a minor worker. Contract content, equal exchange. "I remember 7,000 years ago, humanity caused the eternal bell of fate to chime 12 times. Human, I hope you can help me recover my power. This is a fair contract that can be cancelled at any time if either party is dissatisfied. Sign your name on the line below to establish this contract." Shinji signed his name without hesitation. Below his signature, a description of him automatically appeared. "The human who conquered the curse of the fallen evil spirits, the gatekeeper of nightmare and reality, the sole controller of the two realms. So I have this kind of prestige." As he signed, the contract was officially completed. From then on, the destinies of Shinji and the large skeleton would be tightly intertwined. The next day, Shinji was discharged from the hospital and returned home. His parents were very concerned about his health and bought him many supplements, especially the calcium tablets he had specifically requested. Their care deeply moved Shinji, who had been an orphan in his previous life. Just then, the doorbell rang. It was two police officers in charge of Shinji's case. Moments later, the officer finally understood the situation. "Because these kinds of random incidents happen every year, there's not much we can do. You can only consider it bad luck. It's already a great fortune that you've recovered." Student Chen. Hearing this, Shinji fell silent. Only he knew that the original Shinji had actually been killed killed by a monster summoned by the curse. Does this mean that if someone else encounters a similar situation in the future, they can only resign themselves to fate? Xinye's words left the two officers speechless. Student Shin, I know you're upset, but I have to tell you something. The higher-ups have approved it. That hospital will soon be abandoned, and no one will be allowed to enter again. Rest assured, there won't be any new victims. At the same time, Xinye noticed that this young man was already a sergeant. Thank you for telling me this. I'm just afraid that someone might be deliberately targeting me. You're just a middle school student with a very simple social circle. We haven't found any enemies who would want you dead. That's all for now. We have other duties to attend to, so we won't bother you any longer. It seems the curse of the Wicked Ghost King statue is incredibly powerful, so high that even the government finds it troublesome. But who would use such a powerful item against a middle school student? Unexpectedly, the sergeant returned moments later. This is my card. If anything feels off, call me directly. The card revealed the officer's name, Captain Luo Feichuan. Can I trust Luo Feichuan, or can he help me? It's clear he isn't following the instructions from his superiors. What can one sergeant do? Besides, the fact that I'm still alive is public knowledge now. The killer will definitely not let this go, and my family might even get involved. Xinye understood that he had to act. I need to get stronger as soon as possible. Xinye immediately put on a top-tier salesman's smile, holding a bag of calcium tablets and shouting, "Big skeleton, are you there?" The next second, the large skeleton appeared hanging upside down in front of him. These are the calcium tablets to help you recover. I brought them for you. But the large skeleton pointed to Xinye's pants pocket. So you want this tonic instead? As soon as he finished speaking, a ball of green light gathered on the large skeleton's bony claw and then transformed into a green crystal. He has selected this enemy relic from his spoils and wants to exchange it for the potent supplement in your hand. Low-tier nightmare crystal, an object made by high elves that can directly instill knowledge, skills, intelligence, and more into the user. Xinye was overjoyed. A crystal that could directly grant skills and knowledge was exactly what he needed right now. He crushed the crystal without hesitation. You have learned the skill, Moonlit Deer Walk, the primary movement technique of elven soldiers. The undead race and the elven race are in constant warfare. To counter the undead, the elves created this movement technique. It allows the user to dodge, dash, and sidestep. After understanding the skill, Xinye was ecstatic. He never thought he could trade a potent supplement tonic for an elven movement technique. Now, he finally has a way to defend himself. Then, the boxes of calcium tablets in the plastic bag flew out one by one into the large skeleton's hands. The skeleton then slowly receded into the depths of the passage to heal its injuries alone, hiding in the darkness again. We've already signed the contract, yet you're still being so mysterious. Forget it, I'll ignore him. I should study the movement technique I just got. Mom and Dad will be back soon, so I should go back to my bedroom. But just then, the system had apparently required 3 points in agility for Xinye to use the first form, evasion. His current agility was at 2, so he needed 1 more point to use evasion. Just then, a cold voice came from behind. You're still alive. How is that possible? Xinye turned his head towards the voice and saw a man in black hanging upside down from the window. This is very interesting. Let me see what you're capable of. Just then, the assassin lunged towards him, but Xinye was able to dodge the attack. Not bad, kid. Xinye hadn't expected the killer to arrive so quickly. He immediately activated the polite person title and smiled. Hello, sir. May I ask what you need from me? But unfortunately, it didn't work at all. The system then prompted, skills and equipment from the nightmare realm have levels, from low to high. The higher the level, the stronger the effect. The polite person you carry is of damaged gray level. Xinye began to sweat in fear. The system continued, friendly reminder, devouring a title can grant status points. The higher the title's level, the more status points you get. Xinye immediately chose to devour the polite person title, gaining 1 status point. Xinye immediately added the status point to agility. The first form of Moonlit Deer Walk, evasion, was now usable. Xinye pushed off his feet with explosive force, instantly appearing behind the killer. He then quickly summoned the Gate of 10,000 Realms and ran inside. The killer, without hesitation, crashed through the door and chased after him, but the scene before him left him stunned, and at that moment, Xinye appeared behind the killer. Goodbye, Mr. Killer. I hope you have fun. He then directly closed the door. It was too late for the killer to continue the chase. Suddenly, the giant skeleton appeared before him. He was bitten on the neck by the large skeleton and instantly killed. Then, the sound of crunching echoed through the passage. Before long, the killer was completely digested by the skeleton, and a section of its broken arm slowly grew back. Having just escaped danger, Xinye was panting heavily. That was too dangerous. More assassins will probably come. It seems I must find some means of self-defense as soon as possible. As he said this, the system prompted, your living sacrifice has greatly pleased the other party. Following the principle of equal exchange, the other party has presented an item for exchange, which has been approved by the contract. From the large skeleton, he received 2 green pieces of equipment. Crown of Pale Shadow. Green equipment, excellent level imbued with a high-level shadow spell from the Dark Abyss. Anyone who wears it can disguise themselves as an elf, meticulously crafted by the undead. Silver War Medal, a symbol of military honor from the elven forces in the Nightmare Realm. Only soldiers who have performed great deeds can receive it. Wearing this medal allows teleportation to elven territory. Xinye was overjoyed and couldn't wait to try on the crown. The next moment, Xinye transformed into an elven man. This is awesome. Tomorrow, when my ability to acquire titles refreshes, I'll head straight to the elven territory for a good plunder. Just then, a knock on the door made Xinye's heart tighten. Xinye, are you home? It's so great that you're okay. It's me, Chen Haoyu. Hearing this, Xinye deactivated his transformation and walked to the door. Chen Haoyu was the original owner's best friend. The day Xinye went to the hospital was to visit him. Xinye, you scared me to death. I'm sorry. It's all because of me that you almost died. At that moment, Xinye's mother returned. Isn't this Haoyu? Here to visit Xinye? Mom, why are you back alone? Where's Dad? Your dad went to see your grandfather to see if he could help get some super tonics. That stuff is super rare. Even the rich might not be able to get it. Xinye, your family has some serious connections. Xinye, your parents are so good to you. You must recover quickly and come back for the high school entrance exams. Only then did Xinye remember that the original owner was a middle school school student. Because of the curse, Shinyi had missed the first exam while he was in the hospital. Originally, with Shinye's top rank in the grade, you would definitely get into a top high school. It's all my fault. Don't blame yourself, how you. Although Shinyi missed the first strength test, as long as he does well in the second agility test, he can still get into a regular high school. Only then did Shinyi remember that the high school entrance exams in this world were different from what he had experienced on Earth. Besides academic subjects, there were also tests for strength and agility. But he was being hunted now. Going to school would be like exposing himself to danger. Thinking of this, Shinyi felt a bit conflicted. He reluctantly considered giving up on the exams. His mother looked at his trembling body, her eyes full of worry. She opened her arms and hugged Shinyi tightly. If you don't want to take the exam, that's okay too. We just want you to be healthy and safe. This was a warmth he had never felt as an orphan in his previous life. Don't worry, Mom. You know my strength, don't you? I'll go to school tomorrow to participate in the intensive review sessions. Shinyi knew if he had said he wanted to give up the exam, his mother would have readily agreed, but he couldn't do that. Memories of Shinyi flooded his mind. His grandfather in the family he belonged to had great influence, yet his parents had a very bad relationship with his grandfather in the family. Although their financial situation was average, his parents never sought his grandfather's help. They lived their lives through their own efforts, and it was manageable, so they definitely couldn't afford the expensive super tonics. They must have begged his grandfather for them, but their son, Shinyi, is already dead. From now on, I am their son. I can't let their efforts go to waste. The next day, Shinyi arrived at school early. The subjects in this world were truly different, with classes like body mechanics, psychic energy, and strength training. With so many people at school, the killer probably won't make a move in public. If I can get into a good high school, there should be more powerful teachers there to protect me. Shinyi, the school beauty, Zhao Yibing, is looking for you. She's waiting for you in the hallway. Shinyi remembered her as a friend of the original Shinyi, who used to pester him daily to discuss studies. Zhao Yibing, you were looking for me? I heard you came back to prepare for the exams. I did well on the first test, and I'm confident about the rest. I should be able to get into a provincial elite high school. Shinyi smiled and congratulated her on her good performance. What I mean is, you shouldn't come looking for me anymore. There's drama. Come on. The school beauty is about to dump Shinyi. I mean, we will have our own paths to follow in the future. Sooner or later, we will lose common ground due to our different social classes. I've deleted your contact information. I hope you can live a good life in the future. Shinyi was speechless, thinking, is this girl crazy? This treatment is too much for missing a single exam. As I recall, you've been the one coming to our class to find me all these years. I've never actively sought you out, have I? Zhao Yibing, I never wanted to be friends with you. Shinye's words caused a stir among the onlookers. Is that how you talk to her? Yibing gave you so many gifts. You're such a disappointment. I thought we were friends. Shinyi thought to himself, it looks like she's determined to guilt trip me even more. He then said out loud, Zhao Yibing, I did accept your gifts, but accepting gifts doesn't mean I have to accept you. I have nothing more to say to you. If you want your gifts back, I will compensate you for them, but don't even think about being friends with me. Shinyi, you're a huge jerk. Even the surrounding students also began to condemn Shinyi. Zhao Yibing's plan had gone wrong. She was supposed to be the one to dump Shinyi, not the other way around. Just then, a burly figure blocked Shinye's path. Yibing hasn't let you leave yet. Isn't this student Sun Ming third in the grade? Class is about to start. Move aside and don't block the way. Shinyi, you haven't been to school for a few days, so your information is outdated. My strength has greatly increased. You are no longer number one in the grade. If you don't want a few broken bones, apologize to Yibing immediately. Student Sun, you've got it wrong. It was Zhao Yibing who called me here. But fine, I'll apologize. Zhao Yibing, I'm sorry. You win. You can continue to pester me. Are you satisfied now? Then he pretended to be very wronged and ran away crying. My god, Shinyi is actually crying. He's so heartbroken. Wait, I didn't mean to force you. Don't listen to Sun Ming. But she immediately regretted her words internally. What am I saying? Why would I say I didn't mean to force you? That idiot Sun Ming has made me lose my mind. You bastard. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Just as Sun Ming's fist was about to hit Shinyi, unexpectedly, Shinyi launched himself into the air, and, in front of everyone's shocked gazes, kicked off Sun Ming's head, and landed steadily with a graceful backflip. Seeing this, the students erupted at Shinye's display. Shinyi had activated his elven skill, Moonlit Deer Walk. What are you all gathered here for? The mock exam is about to start. Hurry up and assemble on the field. The next second, everyone scattered. I'm telling you, Shinyi, you just wait. This isn't over. Afterward, everyone went to the field. Chenhaoyu found Shinyi, who was warming up. Shinyi, with so many people in line, it'll be a while before they call us. A comic book store just opened behind the school. Why don't we go check it out for a bit and then come back? Chenhaoyu's suggestion reminded Shinyi that he hadn't gotten his title for the day yet. He could use this time to get it. I think I'll pass. Can you save my spot? My stomach is killing me right now. Then he rushed to the bathroom, unaware that a figure was tailing him and followed him in, holding a ballpoint pen with a murderous look in his eyes. But the next moment, he fell silent. Where did he go? At that moment, Shinyi had transformed into an elf and entered the gate of 10,000 realms. Strangely, the large skeleton was not there. Then he found the assassin's handgun, which was a good thing to have for self-defense in the elven territory, even though he had never touched a gun before. Once ready, he took out the silver war medal. However, just a second before he was teleported, the mysterious voice spoke to him again. I really don't have the strength to do more for you. Take this. It's a human token. Then Shinyi disappeared from the passage. The next moment, he appeared in the elven territory, and what the mysterious voice had given him was a dagger. Just then someone appeared behind him. Who's there? Then 3 elves emerged from the bushes. Fern, what are you doing here? Hearing this, Shinyi confirmed that the character he was playing was named Fern. You're finally here. You're so slow. If you hadn't come, we would have had to declare the mission a failure and report back. There was an inconvenience. That's why I was late. At the same time, he saw that all 3 of them were wearing the crown of pale shadow and knew that they were not real elves. Anyway, you're finally here. We've already gained the trust of this elven tribe. Let's act tonight. Kill their chieftain and take their treasure. Fern, are you ready? My hands are already itching for a fight. His comrades suddenly shouted at him for touching the crown of pale shadows. Idiot, how could you take off the crown of pale shadow? If our true undead identity identities are exposed, we'll all be finished. Shinyi reassured his comrades, but thought to himself, the fern they're talking about is the large skeleton. It was his mission, but he dumped it on me. The group then headed towards the elven village, and Shinyi had to exert all his effort just to barely keep up with the three of them. By the time they reached the village, it was already night. One of them gave an order, telling Shinyi to carry out the assassination mission while the three of them provided cover outside. Are you kidding me? I'm going to kill the chief. The three comrades gave him a menacing look. Are you backing out? How could I? My blade is already thirsting for blood. Leave this mission to me. The three of them immediately gave him a thumbs up. That's more like it. Afterward, the group presented their silver war medals. After the elven guards confirmed their authenticity, they smoothly entered the village. Passing elves greeted them friendly, and the young female elves, in particular, made Shinye's heart flutter. Soon they arrived at the door of the chief's room. Go see the chief. We'll rest here and wait for you. But Shinyi knew in his heart that this was actually to prevent him from escaping. This is so annoying, getting dragged into the conflict between the undead and the elves for no reason. But on the bright side, if I succeed in the assassination, I might get a super strong title. He then entered the room, and the scene before him left him stunned. An elven man was reading a book. Welcome, soldier from the front lines. Just then, Shinyi received another notification. Your door has the ability to analyze titles, so you can see the titles possessed by other beings. The elven chief before him had 6 incredibly powerful purple titles, while his own was just a measly gray, polite person. Oh my god, I actually thought I could succeed in the assassination. No wonder those 3 undead outside, who are much stronger than me, didn't even have the courage to meet this elven chief. Polite person versus spirit of the forest, heir to the ancient tree throne, nature's mighty lord, grand archmage of arcane arts, guardian of the nightmare realm, one of the 5 world heads. Are you kidding me? Skeleton fern. I'll remember this. Young and brave soldier, thank you for your service. Please rest well in our village. The next second, a teleportation circle appeared under Shinye's feet, and he was teleported to a seat in a dining hall. His 3 accomplices told him to eat something first and that they would make their move later when the target of the assassination attended the banquet and let his guard down. Shinyi knew that waiting was tantamount to suicide. He had to do something. Just then, an elven girl came up behind him. Sir, may I have this dance? It would be a great honor for me to dance with a hero from the front lines. Shinyi immediately agreed, and the two began to dance. Seeing the girl's happy expression, what a pity. I'm about to go to my death. If it weren't for this stupid assassination, dancing with such a beautiful elven lady would be wonderful. After the dance, the girl noticed that Shinyi seemed to have something on his mind and asked him what was wrong. I was just thinking that I dragged you down due to my terrible dancing. But may I ask your name? The elven girl introduced herself as Lainey. As an apology, I'll perform a magic trick for you. Lainey was immediately excited and gave Shinyi her bracelet as a token of thanks for the magic trick. Then Shinyi stepped onto a table and shouted for everyone to look at him. I'm about to perform a magic trick you've never seen before. I'm going to transform myself into a human. His actions successfully piqued everyone's interest, but his 3 undead companions were confused, wondering what this fern was up to. Shinyi placed his hand on his crown. In the next second, Shinyi returned to his original appearance as he threw the crown. This silver crown is for you, beautiful and gentle Lady Lainey. Shinye's move immediately drew cheers from the audience, who all shouted that it was brilliant. The reason I can turn into a human is because I took off that silver crown. My 3 brothers here also know this magic. As soon as they take off their silver crowns, they will turn into undead. This statement caused an uproar. Everyone looked at the 3 with murderous intent, drawing their weapons and instantly surrounding them. After my 3 brothers have all transformed, I will return immediately and turn back into an elf. Farewell, beautiful Miss Lainey. He then disappeared before they could catch him, and the door vanished with him. Suddenly, several vines tightly bound the disguised undead. I was hoping to play with you a little longer. What a pity. You undead thought you could infiltrate my village, but you never expected that a human had already infiltrated your ranks and even taken charge of your mission. How ironic. The elven chief had appeared with teleportation. Isn't there some misunderstanding? We have medals. But the next second, his crown was removed, and he revealed his true face. This silver crown carries a high level and permanent shadow spell from the dark abyss. It truly exceeded my expectations. With this physical object, we can find its weakness and counter it. Human boy, I owe you a big favor this time. Meanwhile, Lainey thought to herself, I wonder if I'll ever see him again. Meanwhile, Shinyi had returned to the passage. That situation was too risky. I must remember this lesson in the future. He then saw the large skeleton in front of him. You rotten skeleton. I was fighting for my life in the elven territory, and you were here enjoying a feast. How are you still alive? Shinyi replied in anger. So you can speak. You backstabbing thing. You deliberately gave me that crown of pale shadow to send me to my death, right? The skeleton continued its questioning. How did you survive? Tell me the details, and I will pay you an equivalent reward. But Shinyi didn't budge. This isn't about some reward now. It's about you almost getting me killed. I'm a person who holds a grudge. Before Shinyi could finish, a contract appeared before him. The other party is quite sincere. Based on the principle of equal exchange, they have prepared a powerful undead spell for you. You think you can buy me off with a little something? You're insulting my integrity. The reason I gave you the crown of pale shadow is because you are human, and the elves and humans are allies. If you went, you had a chance of survival. If I had gone, my only fate would have been death. As a token of apology, the other party has surpassed the principle of equal exchange and decided to gift you a Legacy Nightmare Crystal. Legacy Nightmare Crystal contains 3 top-tier evolutionary undead talents. This Legacy Nightmare Crystal is the foundation of the undead race, incredibly precious. The reason I've managed to stay alive this long is because they want to obtain this crystal and the ability inheritance within it. They would never have imagined that I would give it to a human. I'm a man of principles, but seeing as you're so sincere, I'll forgive you this time. But remember, there won't be a next time. As Shinyi crushed the crystal, a bone king seated on a throne appeared before him. Then, 3 light orbs flew towards Shinyi. Choose. You can select one of these most ancient legacy talents and make it your own. Murmurs of the Dark, beginner, evolvable, using a corpse as a medium. The dead must answer your call, crawl up from hell, and truthfully tell you what they know so that their souls may find peace. Death is the most profound teacher. Sacred bone body, beginner, evolvable. Dissolvable. Any force that could kill you will transform your body into a sacred bone body, temporarily making you immune to all fates of death for 5 seconds. Can be activated again after 1 day. Those who try to control your life and death will meet a bad end. Necromantic Resurrection. Beginner. Evolvable. Create a soul flame and place it on a fallen undead. The soul flame will merge with the corpse, resurrecting it. The fundamental ability of the undead race. Shinyi carefully considered the 3 talents. Necromantic Resurrection was useless to him right now. Sacred Bone Body gave him 5 seconds of invincibility, but he'd still die after 5 seconds. Murmurs of the Dark seemed situational, but it was exactly what he needed most right now. Information is the key to finding the person trying to kill him. He no longer hesitated and directly chose Murmurs of the Dark. As the crystal shattered, streams of energy entered Shinye's body. In the next moment, he obtained the talent. I didn't expect you to choose this talent. Is there something wrong with it? The large skeleton explained. Not at all. It's just that it doesn't quickly provide combat power. In my memory, no one chose this one. Alright, now can you tell me what happened? This is very important to me. Shinyi then told the large skeleton what had happened in the Elven territory. The original assassination target was supposed to be a female Elven priestess. The man you just mentioned is the strongest high priest of the elves. Those 3 undead nightmare knights have been captured by the elves. They can no longer monitor or threaten me. This is my only chance. It then turned and crawled into the depths of the passage without looking back. He can do what he wants. I should take care of myself first. Then the system prompted. You earn the title, one of us. Excellent. Equip this title. When you say, hey, we're on the same side, to a target, they will treat you as one of their own for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, the target will forget what just happened. This title can only be used once a day. The target's total attributes cannot be more than double yours. Otherwise, they may resist the title. I didn't expect it to be a green title. Then the system prompted again. You have obtained the Nature's Blessing bracelet. Accessory. Green. Excellent. Rare quality. Wearing this bracelet can slowly increase your psychic energy. This was the bracelet Laney had given him. He hadn't expected it to be of green rare quality. Not bad. A dagger. A green title. A green bracelet. And a handgun. What a great haul. I need to put these things away so no one sees them. At this time on the field, Chenhaoyu was taking the agility test. As the test began, liquid continuously shot out from holes in the ground. As the liquid spewed faster and faster, Chenhaoyu was soon hit in the head. The examiner announced his score was 71. And up next was Shinyi. He got into a ready position. Then Shinyi shot out like an arrow, easily dodging the liquid spraying from the ground. The paint being shot out can't keep up with Shinye's speed at all. It turns out that Shinyi was only using a bit of his elven footwork to easily dodge the liquids. At this moment, Shinye's every move was being watched by someone with interest. This kid's movement technique is quite interesting. This is our grade's top student. He missed the first exam, which I think is a real shame, so I called you over to take a look and see if you could give him a chance. He has a talent for movement techniques. If he can also get a perfect score on the psychic energy test, I wouldn't mind giving him a chance. Director Chen, isn't this requirement a bit too high? He knew that Shinye's psychic energy was quite average. At this moment, Shinyi had completed the agility test. The examiner announced that Shinyi had a perfect score. Shinyi, if only you hadn't missed one exam. Thank you for your concern, teacher. I haven't given up on the exams yet. Afterward, Shinyi declined Chenhaoyu's invitation to get spicy hot pot and returned to the classroom alone to rest. Shinyi was having difficulty with the academics of this world, specifically the language and sciences that are completely different. Suddenly, his desk was kicked away. Shinyi, I told you I'd come for you again. Did Zhao Yibing send you? Sun Ming claimed it had nothing to do with Yibing. He just wanted to beat up Shinyi. Sun Ming's strength was now at 2 points, and he wanted to teach Shinyi a lesson. Looking at the aggressive crowd, Shinyi immediately activated the one of us title. Hey, what's the point? We're all on the same side. The next second, Sun Ming and the others' eyes became vacant. We have no choice. Zhao Yibing cried and begged us to help her get even. We don't want to hit our own brother either. Forget it. We're all on the same side. I won't do it. After 10 seconds, they forgot what had just happened and started shouting about killing Shinyi again. Shinyi realized how useless the title is, so he chose to devour it for points, granting 3 status points. In addition to the previously allocated point in agility, Shinyi immediately added all 4 status points to strength, which instantly skyrocketed from 1.2 to 5.2. Shinyi, don't you dare run away like last time. Face Sun Ming fair and square. Sun Ming gathered all his strength and threw a punch. The next second, the punch landed heavily on Shinye's abdomen. Strangely, Shinyi had no reaction to the hit. Instead, Sun Ming was completely stunned. Sun Ming screamed in pain as his fingers were all broken now. Shinyi then easily broke free from the hold and turned around to knock down the person who was holding him with a single punch. What the hell? He took Sun Ming's punch without a scratch and broke free from Afei's lock? Is he even human? In this world, strength isn't just raw muscle. It's also the overall strength of your body. I've already missed one exam, yet you still came to beat me. If it were another student this time, or the old me, I'm afraid I would have been seriously injured by you. You wanted to ruin my future, yet you want me to let you go? Don't you find that ridiculous? Just then, screams came from the classroom that could be heard outside. Soon, the supervising teacher arrived at the classroom. Shinyi was leaning against the blackboard wall, with several students lying scattered on the floor around him. Teacher, you're finally here. They were bullying me. What are you talking about? You beat them up like this and you're saying they were bullying you? Zhao Yibing, in the crowd, saw this and felt that things were not good. She didn't expect that all these people together were no match for Shinyi. Then, she replied to someone on her phone. The matter is done. Yibing, Shinyi is so strong. Do you regret it? When I called him to the stairwell, I had encouraged him to keep working hard and we had agreed to stay in touch after high school. Would the outcome have been different? No, there's no going back. He caused such a big scene and injured 7 or 8 students. His high school entrance exam scores will probably be cancelled. My goal has been achieved. Shinyi is a lost cause, while my future is infinitely bright. I only regret not seeing through him as such a scumbag sooner. Suddenly, she noticed Sun Ming staring at her intently, which made her panic. That idiot Sun Ming, why is he staring at me? He's not going to drag me into this, is he? Don't look at me like that. Don't open your mouth. Please don't open your mouth. Shut your filthy mouth. Yibing, it hurts so much. The next second, everyone's eyes turned turned to Zhao Yibing. Zhao Yibing's acting skills exploded. Tears instantly welled up in her eyes, and she ran away crying. Sun Ming, how could Xinyi bully you like this? I'm calling the police right now. Xinyi was a little impressed by her performance. Zhao Yibing's move not only clears her name, but also throws me under the bus. The teacher then dispersed the onlookers and asked Xinyi to go to the office with him. At the same time, the fat principal was recommending his school's outstanding students to Director Chen of the Worldly Martial Arts. Principal, Xinyi and Sun Ming got into a fight, and the police are here. The principal, however, dismissed it. Do you need to report a student fight to me? Can't you see I'm busy? But before he could finish, the female teacher quickly played the video of Xinye's fight. The next second, both of them snatched the phone and watched in shock. On Xinye's side, the police were also watching the fight video. Student Shen, did you prepare to record a video from the beginning? Xinyi honestly replied, yes, officer. I was afraid they would beat me to death. Although there is a video, you still have to come with us. The final outcome will be decided after their injury reports are out. There is video evidence. What more investigation is needed? While the teacher was arguing with the police, Xinyi secretly kept switching his stat points, trying to get his body to adapt to the changes as quickly as possible. Student Shen, it's a good thing you recorded the whole process with your phone. Otherwise, their injuries would have been enough to get you expelled. Your physical fitness is far superior to theirs. There's no point in fighting them. I watched the video of your fight. I can see that you were holding back. Xinyi confirmed that was correct. He was afraid of killing someone. Then, Xinyi looked at the business card. Human Martial Arts Group, Regional Director, Qian Russian. The Human Martial Arts Group was an extremely powerful organization, possessing vast knowledge and numerous secret techniques. For an ordinary person, getting into the Human Martial Arts Group was like winning the lottery. This was a path to the heavens. Thinking of this, Xinyi looked at Qian Russian again. He could clearly feel that just by standing there, this man seemed to have no flaws. No matter how he allocated his attributes, it would be impossible to harm him. Student Shen, the intelligent system analysis indicates your strength is at least 4.5. May I ask, what is your specific strength attribute? Xinyi, shocked by the man's power, replied that his strength attribute was 5. This stunned everyone present, and even Qian Russian exclaimed that it was remarkable. You know, in middle school, reaching a strength of 4.5 already catches our attention. 5 is a different story altogether. You can operate some combat model mobile armors and wield those damaged, regular grade ancient weapons. Plus, your score on the movement technique mock exam was perfect. This is enough for me to use a recommendation slot. Join our group, and I'll arrange for you to retake the strength test. Normally, you couldn't retake a missed exam, but we can make special exceptions for extremely gifted talent. Xinyi was overjoyed and immediately agreed. By the way, what is your psychic energy? Just out of personal curiosity, my psychic energy is 3. He thought to himself that he can't be a genius in everything, so 3 should be about right. Unexpectedly, Qian Russian was still greatly shocked. Isn't Xinye's psychic energy just average? Student Shen, can you demonstrate? A psychic energy of 3 should allow you to move objects with your mind. Just move this chair. Xinyi then adjusted his attributes, adding points to his psychic energy until it reached 3, and easily lifted the chair into the air with his mind. The police who had come to investigate his fight immediately announced they were leaving. They knew that from now on, this boy named Xinyi was going to soar. This kind of grassroots genius was no longer something they are meant to handle. Even the director of the Human Martial Arts Group exclaimed that he had found a treasure. He couldn't even imagine the rewards he would get for discovering such a top-tier genius. For the group, he then lit a cigarette and asked to be alone with Xinyi. Student Xinyi, what is your life's ambition? Director Qian Russian, your name is my ambition. Director Qian was truly not expecting that answer. That's a good start. I want to know what you desire most in your heart. Desire? At least not to be bullied, to have the ability to protect myself and my family. Very good. Then now is the closest you've ever been to your dream in your life. Attack me, you greasy, long-haired old pervert. This sentence almost made Director Qian choke. I'm not talking about a verbal attack. Use your fists. He silently switched all his status points to strength. Director Qian, my apologies. He then gathered all his strength into his fist. Just then, Director Qian's eyes suddenly widened, and Xinyi was frozen in place by an inexplicable force. Unable to move, Director Qian explained that this was a secret technique that could immobilize an attacker. Once learned, it could be used for self-protection. Do you want to learn it? Xinyi replied, this is amazing. Please teach me. That's not all. Director Qian then took out a gun, and to Xinye's astonishment, pointed it at his own head. The next second, he pulled the trigger. This is another secret technique from within the group. This secret technique can block all kinds of hidden weapon attacks, and it's even possible to withstand a sniper rifle shot. Isn't this the ultimate principle of martial arts? There is nothing with unbreakable defense, only attacks that are too fast to counter. Director Qian was impressed by Xinye's line. I am now formally inviting you to join our Hidden Dragon project. This is our group's superstar training program. We will recommend you to the 3 best high schools in the world. Before that, there will be a strict entrance exam, not the high school entrance exam, but an exam set by these 3 high schools themselves. Ordinary people have no access to this exam because it has long been monopolized by the children of noble families. Noble families are great families that have been passed down since ancient times. They possess knowledge, artifacts, and bloodline covenants inherited from the age of ancient gods, and they have more martial arts legacies than our group. Hearing the term noble family, Xinyi realized that his grandfather and his own family can be considered a noble family, and the Hidden Dragon project is to find grassroots geniuses like you. We will help you enter the highest level schools, and if you succeed in entering any of the 3 high schools, the group will be fully responsible for helping you secure resources and choosing a future career based on your strengths. When you have reached your full potential, you will return to serve the group with the best possible compensation, of course. Think about it, Student Shen. Xinyi now fully understood that this was a world where strength reigns supreme, and so, he accepted the invitation without any hesitation. He remembered that his family was originally from a noble family, but for some reason, his father was expelled by his grandfather. Because his family was of ordinary means, the police would not risk investigating the abnormal incident he encountered. His parents had to beg everywhere for a single potent supplement, but to his grandfather's father's family, such a supplement was nothing, and today he had injured people but did not have to bear any consequences, simply because his potential was so high that he no longer had to abide by the rules of this level. If you are ready, please sign this document and provide your fingerprint. After carefully reading the document, Shinyi signed his name directly, but since Shinyi was still a minor, he had to get his guardian's signature. After asking for Shinye's home address, Director Qian bid him farewell. He had to hurry. He couldn't let his treasure be snatched away by other organizations. He then stepped out of the door and instantly disappeared down the hallway. Director Qian's speed left Shinyi dumbfounded. He disappeared in the blink of an eye. He's so strong. Student Shinyi, how did it go? Shinyi said that he had already signed and Director Qian was now going to talk to his parents about the contract. Just then, Shinyi answered his ringing phone from an unknown number. Student Shin, this is Luo Feichuan. I found something here, and I hope you can come to the police station soon. Shinyi arrived at the police station, and Luo Feichuan led him to his office, but Shinyi had a strange feeling. He didn't know why, but something felt wrong ever since he entered the police station. This photo was taken by accident. In the photo, on the day of your incident, there was a suspicious man on the rooftop across from the hospital, but Shinyi said he didn't know this person. According to the experts from the forensics department, they believe this person seemed to be trying to activate something. Did you carry anything that day that you normally don't? Shinyi knew in his heart that the man in the photo was activating the cursed statue of the wicked ghost king, but it was clear that Captain Luo hadn't caught this person yet, and the statue had already turned to dust. Shinyi told the officer that he was carrying his usual things. He decided to keep the statue a secret because surviving the wicked ghost king's curse may cause unwanted attention. Luo Feichuan fell silent upon hearing this and then looked at Shinyi with suspicion. That's strange. You didn't feel anything like a loss of consciousness? Shinyi replied that he hadn't. At the same time, he found it strange. Captain Luo's questions seemed to suggest he knew something, and ever since entering the office, he had felt uneasy, as if something was lurking nearby, and if given a signal, something unprecedented would happen. I remember now. My backpack was open, but I clearly zipped it up when I left school. Did you check your backpack then? I really should have checked my backpack. But he thought to himself, what did Captain Luo mean by raising his hand just now? Did he intend to make a move? To be on the safe side, Shinyi immediately switched all his status points to agility and prepared to flee at a moment's notice, but he knew that Captain Luo's attributes were definitely far superior to his. He quietly lifted his foot, preparing for the worst. If he couldn't dodge in time, he would summon the gate of 10,000 realms under his feet and drop right through. Just as the tension reached its peak, the phone on the desk suddenly rang. Shinyi was startled that he almost opened the door, but he also realized this was a chance to escape. Captain, I should probably step out while you take your call. But Captain Luo told him not to move. Then a voice came from the other end of the phone. Luo Feichuan, you are about to die. As soon as the words were spoken, a circle of red energy suddenly appeared on Luo Feichuan's chest. What's going on? Weren't they here to kill me? Why are they going after Captain Luo? Luo Feichuan sensed the attacker was right outside the police station. He broke through the window and jumped out. The next second, the alarm sounded. Alert! Attacker detected. The attacker has breached the police station. All non-combat personnel, please find a safe place to hide. Shockingly, the scenery outside the police station had completely changed. What's going on? Shouldn't I be in the city? Luo Feichuan, you killed many members of our church. I will avenge them. We can talk about this later. I will give you an explanation. I'm busy right now. Killing you is the best explanation for us. But the next second, the scene outside the window returned to normal. How did it change back? Those two are gone. Captain Luo must have been left in that ocean. Is there a ghost in this office? Whoever you are, come out. Your undead talent, Murmurs of the Dark, has been activated. By asking a question, a soul returns to its body to answer. Suddenly, a chilling voice sounded from behind him. Thank you, Shinyi. Shinyi turned around and saw that the voice was coming from the cabinet. I didn't think I'd be able to return to my body to use this yet to decay shell to answer your question. Wait, could this be a hunter killed by his prey? Then his identity is stolen by the prey. How pathetic. Captain Luo, what on earth is going on? The man in sunglasses from the photo killed me. He is an assassin. I need powerful equipment to be effective. But at the critical moment, my weapon malfunctioned. After he killed me, he disguised himself as me and lured you to the police station. I think he was looking for answers. Shinyi immediately understood. They wanted to know how he survived the cursed statue. He was lucky that a lunatic attacked which disrupted the assassin's plan. Shinyi then continued to ask, by the way, Captain Luo, your killer was taken away by some sorcerer. The area outside turned into a sea of blood by a spell. Then I returned here without your killer and the attacker. What you saw was not a spell, but an anomaly. Other worlds suddenly connect to our world, enveloping, eroding, and seizing an area, or directly taking away some living beings. These are called anomalies. Above this, there is an even worse case is called a calamity. Then what is a calamity? A calamity is when a powerful monster from another world suddenly descends upon the main world using some method. This situation has a high probability of causing a catastrophe. You know of Jiangnan City, right? It is said that an unprecedented earthquake razed the entire city to the ground. That's just the official story for you ordinary people. That was the most typical calamity descent. The city's population of 13 million people did not survive. We don't have much time. That anomaly was just the mildest kind and has a time limit. The killer might be back soon. So, I'm still in danger. You must go to the weapons storage room on the 3rd floor immediately. Enter the password on the silver wall outside the storage room. Write the password on the wall then. Report the intelligence, and you will be protected. Time is running out. This is the only way to protect yourself. Afterward, Luo Feichuan's corpse stopped speaking. The other party has told you everything. The soul has departed. Shinyi looked at Captain Luo's corpse in sorrow and fell silent. No wonder the other police officers were unwilling to get involved in Shinye's case. Even a police captain could die because of it. In this world, if you weren't strong enough, you were at the mercy of others. Should I expose the killer's identity? It's meaningless. He might have accomplices in the police station, and with his strength, he could easily kill me. All I can do is follow Captain Luo's last words and go to the 3rd floor to seek protection. With my current strength, I don't even have the right to avenge Captain Luo. Shinyi slammed his head against the cabinet, hating his current powerlessness. At the same time, he secretly vowed that he would definitely get get revenge for this. Captain Luo, I will let you rest in peace. Just then, a knock sounded on the door. Student Shinyi, right? There's been an anomaly. Everyone needs to go downstairs for inspection. Come out. There's been an attack. Everyone must immediately undergo inspection by the cybernetic central system. You guys go down first. I'll talk to Shinyi on behalf of Captain Luo. I know you're a bit scared, but only Captain Luo was taken away by the spell. You're safe. Besides, we're all police officers here. We'll definitely take care of you. When he reached the cabinet, his eyes suddenly turned grim. The body has been moved. Did you do this, Shinyi? The next second, he pushed off his feet and zipped around the room, but after searching every corner, he still couldn't find Shinyi. Looks like he ran away. After killing so many people, they became too arrogant in front of a 15-year-old boy and failed repeatedly. What a disgrace. I won't be as useless as you guys. All squads, listen up. I highly suspect Shinyi is related to this incident. Issue a warrant for his arrest immediately. Apprehend him on sight. He then left the room. Just then, a door appeared out of thin air in the room, and Shinyi cautiously poked his head out. Looks like he's gone far. As expected, the killer has other accomplices. He then rushed to the broken window. Although he could hide in a nightmare realm until it was safe, doing so would mean losing the opportunity to bring these killers to justice. He didn't want to just sit back and wait for death. He had to go to the third floor and report everything. Soon Shinyi arrived on the third floor. In front of him was the silver door that Luo Feichuan's corpse had mentioned. He immediately picked up the pen, ready to write the password on the wall. Suddenly, a voice sounded from behind him. I was wondering why I heard a noise up here. So it's student Shinyi. What are you doing here? The high school entrance exam is coming up. My teacher left some math problems today, and I need to hurry up and solve them. He cursed in his heart. Why is this password so long? That's the emergency activation device connected to the central world government. He actually has the password. Who gave you the password? Damn it. Stop now. Unexpectedly, a door suddenly appeared and blocked the dagger. Luckily, the door changes with the environment. If it were an ordinary door, I'd probably be dead by now. At this moment, the chubby police officer was flying towards the door, kicking and sending the door towards Shinyi. Just as the door was about to hit Shinyi, he suddenly made it disappear. But the chubby police officer was relentless, charging at Shinyi. However, before he could reach Shinyi, another door appeared and he slammed right into it. Damn kid, the door he summoned can actually stick to the ground. Just then, Shinyi finally finished writing the password. Password verified. I am Kunlun, the strongest AI of the world government. Luo Feichuan's body has been found. The false identity of Serious Crimes Unit Captain Wang Xuemu has been successfully verified. Regional Manager Qian Russian of the group has been dispatched. Due to the severity of the current situation, immediate execution is decided. The impersonator of Wang Xuemu will be executed on the spot in 30 seconds. You want to kill me? In your dreams. 30 seconds is more than enough for me to kill you and get away. Hearing this, Shinyi immediately summoned the door in front of him, wanting to enter and hide. You think I'll let you escape? Just as the fist was about to hit Shinye's face, suddenly the chubby police officer was blown to pieces by a single punch. Shinyi was completely stunned. The person who had arrived in the nick of time was Director Qian. Student Shin, was that punch cool? It was so damn cool. Thank you, Director Qian, for your help. Shinyi was then taken to the National Security Department. I can handle everything else for you, but you have to be honest about the password. Shinyi answered. The password was given to me by Luo Feichuan in advance. He said he was being hunted, and if anything happened to me, I should use it immediately. Luo Feichuan must have been targeted by the people from the Silent Church. They are a group of mentally unstable lunatics. Captain Luo probably crossed them while working on a case. It's a pity Captain Luo died. I didn't know him for long, but I could feel a sense of justice in him. It was probably because of his passion that he brought this disaster upon himself. Kunlun identified the assassins targeting you as the League of Assassins, but they only take jobs online and don't know who their employer is. Since he was an assassin who could kill Captain Luo, his skills and price should be very high, right? That means the employer must be a rich person. Director Qian agreed with Shinye's view, but why would such a person go to such lengths to kill an ordinary high school student? The group is still investigating this. Then what is this Kunlun that appeared after I used the password? Why didn't Captain Luo ask it to deal with the killer? Kunlun is the Central Intelligence System AI of the world government. It was the one that assigned me this rescue mission. It only responds when given the special passcodes like with yours. As for why Captain Luo didn't call on it, it's because he didn't know his weapon was malfunctioning. This is Luo Feichuan's steel exosuit, his weapon. A virus was written into its program, preventing it from activating, but as soon as Luo Feichuan died, it started working again. It's obviously man-made, and it must have been someone very familiar with him. Kunlun has given us a mission, and we will continue to investigate. No wonder he told me the weapon has a problem. Such a person, yet he died without even being able to use his weapon when he encountered an enemy. How tragic. Shinyi, you are now a member of our group. Today, I will give you your first lesson. You must be wary of those with ill intentions. Sometimes, people are more terrifying than monsters. I will remember this for the rest of my life. The two then prepared to leave the police station. Shinyi asked Director Qian why he didn't stay and deal with the two guys in the anomaly. Don't be naive, kid. Who knows what they'll drag back out of that anomaly? I remember there was a guy who came out of an anomaly caused by the church, and he seemed completely normal, but in reality, he was just a human skin, and underneath it was a monster that had never been recorded before. In the end, the monster slaughtered half a city before its weakness was found, and it was eliminated. Suddenly, as if he remembered something, he quickly made a call and asked his subordinate to check the relationship between someone named Xiaomingyu and Luo Feichuan. But when he learned the result, he broke out in a cold sweat. This is really going to be bad. Xiaomingyu? Who is that? It seems she has some kind of relationship with Captain Luo. Afterward, Shinyi returned home, and his parents confessed everything to him. Shinyi, you are actually from a noble family. Your father was originally from a branch of the Shin family of the Sanjin. Shinyi remembered reading in history that the Shin family of the Sanjin was one of the few families in history that possessed divine legacies and artifacts. Your father lost his strength due to an ancient technique. He moved to the city, then met me. The family even abandoned him for disagreeing with an arranged marriage. But still, we lived a peaceful life after having you. Are you guys showing off your love story right now? Shinyi, the talent you've shown now is extraordinary. If we go go back to your grandfather, he will definitely let you back in the family. Then you will become a disciple of a noble family. But we are giving you the choice. Whether you join the human martial arts group or return to the family, Mom and Dad will fully support you. I've decided. I want to join the human martial arts group. Have you thought it through? We can go and beg your grandfather. Once he agrees, you'll be set for life. I'm not going back. I don't want you to go begging people. Since you and Dad can support this family, so can I. Please believe in me. Shinyi has really grown up. This is your life, and we respect your decision. Shinyi remembered more of the original body's memories, going back to the family when he was a child. Every time they went back, everyone was cold and dismissive. The only happy memory was playing with a few children from other families. Afterward, Shinyi successfully signed the contract with Director Qian. Shinyi, welcome to the human martial arts group. Director Qian then explained that Shinyi will be taken back to the group's headquarters because he had to participate in the entrance selection for the 3 famous schools in 2 days. The group had prepared the highest level of treatment for Shinyi, not only arranging a dedicated butler to take care of his daily needs but also giving him the most luxurious presidential suite. They even found Sumulin, the favorite celebrity of Shinyi's previous self, to record a cheering video for him. Every aspect was tailored to his preferences. Shinyi was a little surprised that the group would go to such lengths for a newcomer. Who wouldn't want to stay in the clouds? Who wouldn't want to ride the wind and soar, to see the truly magnificent scenery? But he also understood that all of this stemmed from the high regard for his own potential. So, to get stronger and avoid elimination, tonight at 12 o'clock, he would go to the Nightmare Realm again to try and get a good title. At midnight, Shinyi immediately summoned the Gate of 10,000 Realms, but as soon as he stepped 1 foot inside, he was dumbfounded. The ground was covered in fragments of the large skeleton. He was so scared that he quickly retreated. Shinyi, save me, I'm dying. Shinyi told him to hold on and that he would go find a way to help immediately. Then the large skeleton waited and waited. An hour passed quickly. Just as it felt that Shinyi had given up on it, the Gate of 10,000 Realms finally reappeared. Shinyi, drenched in sweat, had brought a large bag of supplements, but he found that the door wasn't big enough to get them through. It turned out that Shinyi had actually bought a huge fish tank filled with calcium gluconate oral solution and calcium magnesium zinc liquid calcium, spending all his money. Damn it, the humans and elves are about to break in. This is actually a secret passage. Outside is our undead position, and the humans and elves are attacking us fiercely. Take this. It's a spatial ring. Quick, put it on. I have to hide. The large skeleton then chanted a spell and was sucked into the spatial ring. The next second, a violent explosion occurred in the passage. Shinyi quickly dismissed the door, and the damage from the explosion did not reach him. Big skeleton, are you in the ring? Spatial rings cannot store living things, but I happen to be undead. Shinyi then also put the fish tank into the ring so the large skeleton could soak in it to heal. From inside the ring, the giant skeleton asked, how do you want me to repay you this time? I need to go to your world today, and you must help me with all your strength. I'm only responsible for looting the battlefield, but I never get anything good. The truly powerful items are always immediately taken by the enemies. Do you have any equipment from the undead soldiers? Preferably something that could conceal a human's aura. The large skeleton then threw out a pile of equipment from the ring. What kind of junk is this? Are you a scrap collector? Moments later, Shinyi barely managed to put together a full set. He even got a horse token that can summon a skeletal warhorse. The large skeleton then gave Shinyi a skull mask. This is a centurion's faceplate. It emits a high-level death aura. As long as you wear it, combined with the equipment on your body, no other undead will see through you. After putting on the mask, Shinyi transformed into a complete undead warrior. He was already fantasizing about riding the skeletal warhorse. He thought he could at least get a title like Ghost Rider. He then pushed open the Gate of 10,000 Realms with anticipation, and a violent energy came through as the large skeleton warned him not to die. The passage was now a ruin, completely destroyed. He armed himself with the previously taken dagger. After a great deal of effort, he finally climbed out of the passage, but the next second, he was surrounded by several long spears. Captain, there's a lone undead here. Let's kill him. Wait, don't attack. I'm human too. But the captain ignored him. Traitor who submits to the undead. Die. Shinyi immediately drew his dagger to block, but the captain stopped his hand after seeing the dagger. This sword is Nightshade. Nightshade is a dagger exclusive to human scouts. Only human scouts whose souls have not fallen can wield this sword. The wielder of this sword is trusted by the human race and can be specialized in relaying intelligence. This man holding Nightshade is trustworthy. You guys continue to hunt down the remaining undead. Do you need our assistance? He then noticed that the captain was staring at his faceplate. This gesture must have some hidden meaning. And does this faceplate represent something else? As you can see, my situation is quite difficult right now. If there's anything you can do to help, I certainly won't refuse. Understood. I'll give you a single soldier combat pack. Thank you very much. Please tell me your name, and I will repay you in the future. My name is Roman. Make way for the Baron. You've been lingering here for so long. Are you trying to delay the battle? Roman responded, not at all. I met a scout outside the ruins of the secret passage, but the Baron said Shinyi was a suspected undead spy and ordered his men to arrest him. The captain quickly intervened, saying Shinyi had the Nightshade sword. Of course I know that someone who can wield the Nightshade sword has not sold their soul, but I need to know what his mission is. Who are you? What right do you have to ask about my mission? I am Baron Warren of the Southern Eagle Castle. A mere scout like you dares to ask for my name. I'll strip you first, give you 20 lashes, and then find out your little secrets. You sick pervert. I'll remember your name. He then summoned a door under his feet, and just as the Baron's men were about to grab him, Shinyi's figure disappeared from the spot. The Baron was very surprised. How did he disappear into thin air? I heard that some anonymous assassins also participated in this battle. They are masters of hiding in the shadows, specialists in assassination missions. You were quite impressive just now, even announcing your own name. I'm on a battlefield right now. If he comes to assassinate me in the chaos, I won't even know how I died. Thinking of this, the Baron immediately ordered his men to protect him and retreat. At this moment, Shinyi had already returned to his room through the Gate of 10,000 Realms and collapsed onto the floor. Baron Warren, right? Attacking without a word. I'll remember you. Luckily, I had already released a gate on the ground. Otherwise, that would have been really dangerous. Then, a notification popped up. You have been granted the title One of us. Green title. Excellent. Why is it the green title? One of us. Again. Note, if the next title you obtain is also the green title, one of us, you will receive the special honorary title that will trigger a powerful resonance, summoning a hidden ability. That means if the next title I get is still one of us, I will successfully activate it. But if not, I will lose the chance to obtain the hidden ability. According to the title's description, he needed to be in a desperate situation, use leverage to solve the predicament, and escape. Previously, in both cases, he was in enemy territory and in a crisis when he obtained the title by disarming the enemy's hostility. It seems this is the unlocking condition. The requirement is too high, and I only have one chance. Just then, the doorbell rang. Mr. Shin, you have a visitor. She claims to be a family member of Luo Feichuan, and her identity has been verified by the group. Would you like to see her, Captain Luo's family? I can't refuse to see them. The visitor was a beautiful blue-haired girl holding a longsword, but when Shin Yi saw her, his eyes widened in shock because he saw a purple title above her head. Great Swordmaster. I am Xiaomingyu, Luo Feichuan's biological sister. I'm here to ask you about some things. Shin Yi was shocked. Even someone as strong as Director Qian Rushan didn't have a title, yet this girl had a purple title comparable to the Elven High Priest from before. Even though it was only one, it was still very powerful. No wonder Director Qian's expression had changed so drastically back then. My brother found the assassin sunglasses man who was after you. During their fight, my brother's weapon failed, and he was killed by him. The ones who tampered with the weapon were two of his classmates. I killed them all. Shin Ye's eyes widened. My brother had limited talent, so I guided him toward decent education, employment, and even relationships. I wanted him safe and protected, but in the end, he was killed and hidden in a locker. Why aren't you saying anything? Are others allowed to bully him, but I'm not allowed to avenge him? I was just thinking, will you get arrested for killing people like this? My brother was, after all, a member of a noble family. By avenging his death, I restored honor to my family. No one would argue with this. I came to see you this time to ask if you have any leads on the person who wants to kill you. Do you have any suspects? Even a vague guess is fine. As long as there's a name, leave the rest to me. To be honest, I have no clue, but since you've killed these murderers, you've already avenged Captain Luo, right? That's not enough. I will kill the mastermind behind the assassin as well. The next second, a sharp sword light flashed past Shin Yi, and then the clouds in the sky were split in two by this single slash. At this moment, Xiaomingyu had already sheathed her sword. She just cut the sky in half. I didn't even see when she drew her sword. Please think carefully if you've missed any other details. You are a disciple of the Shin family. Have you ever made enemies with disciples of other noble families in the past? Don't be influenced by their power. You can always ask me for help. My family did not have a good relationship with the Shin family of the Sanjin, and we rarely interacted. When we did go back occasionally, it was only to play with a few children of the same age, and I hadn't offended anyone. Speaking of which, it seems that when I was first attacked, there were faint screams of terror in the hospital. Could there have been a witness? Xiaomingyu immediately said she would go investigate. After leaving her contact information, Xiaomingyu left. Then, Director Qian suddenly appeared behind Shin Yi. What a terrifying slash. I was worried she would attack you when she came, but it seems the outcome is good. She is the most outstanding direct descendant of the Luo family in this generation. By the way, she, like you, is taking the high school entrance exam this year. But don't be discouraged. Noble family disciples often have secret legacies and start their training from a young age. Shin Yi said he didn't care and just wanted to go back to his room to sleep, but as soon as he returned to his room, he felt a sense of frustration, as expected of a disciple from a noble family. Big skeleton, do you have any more nightmare crystals? The kind with skills. All I have here are undead skills. You're not undead, so you don't have soul fire and can't use them. The moonlit deer walk I gave you before was something I found by accident. Hearing this news, Shin Yi started to worry. He started thinking of ways to quickly increase his strength. Suddenly, he saw the single soldier combat pack that the human officer Roman had given him. Shin Yi quickly rummaged through it. Rations, first aid kit. There's nothing good in here. But then he actually found a nightmare crystal. Shin Yi immediately crushed it. I hope this gives me a good skill, but it only revealed some information about an encampment of the Shadow Hand Brotherhood. Shin Yi was disappointed that it wasn't a skill. However, since he had already obtained a title for the day, he could go into the nightmare realm to explore instead. He then got a set of Rhine Borderlands soldier equipment from the large skeleton. The humans of the Rhine territory have all been killed by the undead. No one will suspect a potential survivor. There was also a nightmare crystal containing a distress letter from the Lord of Rhine, which could serve as a token. With everything ready, Shin Yi summoned the Gate of 10,000 Realms and resolutely stepped inside. At this time, the nightmare realm had just experienced a major battle, and the ground was littered with corpses. Human soldiers were treating the wounded and cleaning up the battlefield. Shin Yi was hiding in the dark, not daring to approach rashly. He didn't want to run into the group he had met before. It would be bad if they recognized him. Besides, with so many corpses here, he could use them to gather some intelligence. He came to an undead giant and activated his skill, Murmurs of the Dark. Hey brother, wake up. I have something to ask you. Do you know the origin of this faceplate? But the undead giant said it didn't know. Shin Yi immediately ran to the next corpse and asked several in a row, but none of them knew the origin of the faceplate. Shin Yi sat down on the ground, exhausted. Damn it, searching like this is like looking for a needle in a haystack. But just then, he noticed a unique corpse on the ground. Great, werewolves must have a keen sense of smell. Maybe it can help me find it. Good doggy, have you seen this faceplate or smelled a similar scent before? I've seen this faceplate. It belongs to a centurion, over there. He only has one arm left. Also, I'm not a dog, I'm a wolf. There's only one arm left. Will my Murmurs of the Dark still work? The severed arm actually made a gesture at him. This is the signature gesture of the Shadow Hand. Looks like I've found the right person. This is the owner of the mask. Is there anything you can tell me? The severed arm then pointed forward. Shin Yi looked up and saw a fallen boot not far away. Shin Yi picked up the smelly boot and found something inside. He turned the boot upside down, and a letter and a badge fell out. The next second, a notification appeared. You have discovered enough special items. Unlocking the auxiliary ability appraise. You can now see the description of special items. This was the Night Shadow badge. It can activate specific weapons. Without a matching weapon, it is useless. Shin Yi suddenly remembered his nightshade Nightshade sword. The moment he took out the sword, the Night Shadow badge automatically floated up and embedded itself into the Nightshade sword. Item level increased. Nightshade sword has been upgraded to Nightfall sword. Nightfall sword, human assassin exclusive dagger. Blue level, outstanding traits, sharpness, penetration, bleed, all advanced. This is an assassination dagger, also blessed with the Shadow Blessing by the Shadow Hand Brotherhood. Shadow Blessing. This dagger emits a signature that signifies your status. The shadow protects everyone who upholds justice. Shin Yi then opened the letter. It was a request for information against the undead ordered by the Alliance of the Humans and Elves, and this letter was signed by the Shadow Hand Brotherhood. Shin Yi remembered the crystal Roman had given him. The information inside was the location of the Shadow Hand. Roman must also be a member of the Shadow Hand. He decided to help me after seeing the faceplate, but being able to exchange information on undead movements for rich rewards is too easy. Shin Yi directly used Murmurs of the Dark to question the dead, but unfortunately, none of them knew anything. It seems I can't get any useful information from ordinary soldiers. This is a bit troublesome. Just then, the large skeleton in the ring said, well, actually, I can provide you with intelligence. Damn, I almost forgot about you. I have a ready-made undead right here. But as an undead, you're willing to betray your own race's intelligence? The undead are indeed my kin, but they all have ill intentions towards me. Do you remember those 3 undead disguised as elves? They all wanted me dead. So, what kind of intelligence do you want? Earth-shattering? Or just ordinary? I can't go too big. It would be suspicious if I gave them earth-shattering information as a regular Joe. The large skeleton understood and gave him decent information. The undead race has adopted new cannon parts, which can increase the power of the undead soul fire cannons by 20% and the firing frequency by 10%. Isn't this intelligence too valuable? But the large skeleton reassured him. Actually, as the war progresses, I believe the human high command has already had some suspicions. They just haven't confirmed it yet. Shin Yi immediately decided on this piece of intelligence. It could bring him benefits without attracting too much attention. Soon, Shin Yi discovered the human army camp, and the Shadow Hand's mission handover point was within it. But how to get there was now a problem. The large skeleton then noticed some human soldiers were searching for the wounded. He could pretend to be injured and have them take him there. Shin Yi thought this was a good plan. Big skeleton, how is the medical standard on the human battlefield? The large skeleton told him, the human race's sacred healing arts are the best. Even the elves can't compare, provided you have money. As long as you can afford it, even severed limbs can be regenerated. Shin Yi continued, what about you undead? Don't you need healing? We can heal, but it's very troublesome. We usually leave the dying soldiers outside to fend for themselves. We need to use a special curse to manifest a sacrificial altar. This method can instantly restore us, but the price is the life force of other living beings. Only very high status undead with the right knowledge can pull this off. So, humans are more cost effective. Too bad I'm broke, but the large skeleton quickly corrected him. I'm not broke, Shin Yi. I have a plan. He walked to the undead giant's large hammer, then added all his status points to strength and struggled to stand the hammer up. The large skeleton was shocked. What are you trying to do? Are you crazy? If I can't scream later, you have to help me out. The hammer then slammed him heavily to the ground. Shin Yi coughed up a mouthful of blood from the impact. I might have overdone it a bit, but he still continued his plan. Someone help me. Is anyone there? Help! The soldiers cleaning the battlefield immediately heard Shin Ye's cries for help. Someone is crying for help. Soon, Shin Yi was taken to the human camp, where a human priest was chanting a spell to heal him. As streams of life energy entered Shin Ye's body, his injuries visibly recovered. At this moment, 3 gorgeously dressed people walked into the tent. The leader said to the priest, you can leave now. Your payment will be sent soon. You are safe now. This is the human camp. I am Prince Norton. The shield you carry has a hound emblem. Tell me, are you one of the Rhine Lord's men? Shin Yi continued his acting. I've finally found you. Rhine has been invaded by the undead. Please send reinforcements quickly. This is the letter the Lord asked me to deliver. The old man took the crystal and chanted a spell. The next second, a voice and text emerged from the crystal. To the esteemed lords of the Empire, I am Lawrence, the Lord of Rhine. Whoever can lead troops to save our Rhine territory, I am willing to pay 300 gold coins and a considerable land deed. Please, you must come and save us. This is indeed Lawrence's voice, and the crystal is authentic too. So you are indeed from Rhine. But I must tell you something. Rhine has been completely wiped out. The undead have occupied the territory. You are probably the only survivor. Hearing this, Shin Yi put on an impressive act. My family is all dead. Father, mother, grandma, Zeros, Kay, Xiaolu. None of them survived? This can't be true. I don't believe it. You have endured hardships on your journey and even survived under the stone hammer of an undead giant. Rest well for now. Tomorrow, I will arrange for you to go away from the battlefield and find a safe place to live. Shin Ye's heart sank. He still had to find the Shadow Hand's tent to turn in his mission and get a skill. He couldn't just be sent away like this. He quickly said, thank you, my lord, but please allow me to stay on the battlefield. I want to avenge everyone. I will not let those undead go. I will fight them, drive them all out. Not a single one left. Everyone present was immediately moved by Shin Ye's emotions. To have such courage at such a young age, you must have some extraordinary skills to have been chosen by the Lord of Rhine to carry this important message, right? I run fast. Among those my age in the entire Rhine County, no one is faster than me. At the same time, Shin Yi devoured the one of us title, then allocating all his stat points to agility. Shin Yi led everyone outside. My lord, please see how fast I can run. As he spoke, Shin Yi instantly shot out, came to a sudden stop, then quickly turned around, and was back at the starting point in a flash. My lord, do you think I can stay on the front lines? Shin Ye's performance drew praise from the crowd. Your speed is astonishing. Suddenly, the elven woman confronted Shin Yi. Where did you get this bracelet? This seems to be an elven item. Shin Yi also replied, an elf named Lainey gave it to me. The female elf then chanted a spell and pointed at the bracelet. May I ask who is calling me with elven magic? The female elf replied, I am the royal court archmage, Eudoria. How did your bracelet end up on a human boy? Hi, Lainey. Wasn't that magic trick last time great? Lainey was also happy to see Shin Yi. It's really you. Where are you coming back to our village for a visit? Eudoria continued to press. Answer my question. And Lainey replied, a while ago, some undead spies infiltrated the village. It was this boy who exposed the undead's plot. forcing the high priest to owe him a favor. Speaking of which, the high priest has been looking for him. Understood. I'll contact you later. Prince Norton, this child is so young and agile, has survived repeated crisis, and even has a friendship with our elven race. I suggest we let him go to the Imperial capital to study. It's rare for your elven race to take a liking to a human. It's settled then. I'll give him an identification document. Recorder, please document this and forward it to the Imperial Military Academy. So, what is your full name? This question stumped Shin Yi. He didn't know the customs or naming conventions of Rhine County, and to avoid giving himself away, he could only pretend to have amnesia. My head hurts so much. It must be from being hit by the undead giant's stone hammer. The concussion has caused amnesia, which the prince understood. Rest well for now. We will meet again. Boy who survived a great disaster. The next second, the system began to show notifications. You have gained a certain amount of renown. You have a chance of obtaining a self-created title. The boy who lived. What kind of title is this? I don't have a lightning bolt scar on my forehead. Is there any way to get rid of this forming title? Self-created titles require continuous exposure and praise in the world to fully form. If you want to reject this title, there are two ways. One is to be forgotten over time, then the self-created title will dissipate. The other is to do something completely contrary to the meaning of the title, changing the perception of others, and the title will change accordingly. Shin Yi still wanted to disappear for a while, saying farewell to a soldier that called him the boy who lived. Shin Yi also asked the large skeleton what was the deal with Prince Norton, and the skeleton explained that Prince Norton is the future emperor and the leader of the Human-Elven Alliance. Meanwhile, Shin Yi had become a topic of interest to everyone else. That kid just now was quite interesting. He has a high-level token from the Shadow Hand on him. To have reached this point at such a young age is very impressive. That's right, I saw it too. It's nightfall, something only high-level assassins have. It's truly a stroke of luck. I will apply for a Medal of Valor for him in my name. At this moment, Shin Yi found the Shadow Hand's tent. He entered and greeted them, but the people inside ignored him. Helpless, Shin Yi could only shamefully make the Shadow Hand gesture. May the Shadow always protect us. What news do you have, brother? I got this from the undead soul fire cannons. I believe you've also noticed that their artillery fire has been fiercer than usual in this battle. Very good. This is indeed very valuable. What do you want in exchange? I guarantee you'll be satisfied with what I have here. This is a tactical camouflage dagger, coated with a special poison. Just a lick, and you'll fall into a state of feigned death. It's especially suitable for assassins on the battlefield. Do you have anything else? The bald man took out a whistle and blew hard, and the next second, a fierce horse appeared at the entrance of the tent. It snorted, rolled its eyes. This is a horse that can play dead. Just give it a look, and it will fall down and pretend to be dead. So the horse and the dagger are a set. Anything else? If this doesn't get you, I guess I'll have to bring out my best stuff. Veil-penetrating glasses, inlaid with 2 shadow crystals. Anyone who wears them can see through clothes, revealing money and treasures on any person. Do you have any nightmare crystals? I want to learn a skill. The bald man said that he only had 2 at the moment. One is a primary bleed crystal. This is a move that makes the opponent bleed non-stop, and it can be used with any bladed weapon. The second is Frost Wind, a knockback kick technique that sends enemies and their weapons flying away. Which one do you want to learn? Before Shin Yi could answer, the mysterious voice echoed in his mind again. Human, choose Frost Wind. Quickly, Shin Yi was stunned. This was the voice of the mysterious person who had guided him before and given him the Nightshade dagger. Human, choose Frost Wind. Quickly, Shin Yi was stunned. This was the voice of the mysterious person who had guided him before and given him the Nightshade dagger. Why choose Frost Wind? The mysterious voice replied, because it is not a skill from this world. Next, you need to find a way to obtain the undead race's Shadow Mirage and the Beast Lord's Thunder Palm. Once you have them, combined with your Moonlit Deer Walk and Frost Wind, you will unlock the true secret. Then the voice disappeared. Shin Yi no longer hesitated and directly chose Frost Wind. He then crushed the crystal. In the next second, all the moves of Frost Wind were imprinted in his mind. Frost Wind is just a basic kicking technique, but your mission reward is more valuable. Do you have any other needs? Not at the moment. Then I'll give you gold to cover the difference. Big Skeleton, can you get me the undead skill, Shadow Mirage? This is the most basic illusion type spell. It's not very useful. You just need enough agility and psychic energy to cast it. Shadow Mirage. Unleash a dark shadow to confuse your opponent. Shin Yi immediately allocated his status points and then crushed the crystal. He then entered a forest, looked around to make sure no one was there, and then cast Shadow Mirage. A shadow flew out of Shin Yi's body, but it dissipated after flying a short distance. This is Shadow Mirage. It seems kind of useless, but now I've mastered Moonlit Deer Walk, Frost Wind, and Shadow Mirage. Only Thunder Palm is missing. I'm very curious what will happen when I collect them all. I finally found you, the boy who lived. Congratulations. Due to your heroic performance, His Highness Prince Norton has decided to award you a Medal of Valor, this letter of recommendation, and some money as a reward. I deeply appreciate His Highness' generosity. I will definitely work hard and strive to serve the country in the future. This money would be enough for him to live in the Nightmare Realm in the future. The gold he had just obtained from the Shadow Hand could be taken back to subsidize his family, and so, finally accomplishing his goals, Shin Yi decides to go back home. After returning from the other world, Shin Yi exchanged the gold he had earned from his missions for money. Mr. Shin Yi, the gold has been exchanged for a total of 65,444 and has been transferred to the designated account as per your request. He then took out his phone to check his messages. He hadn't expected to receive so many congratulatory messages for joining the Human Martial Arts Group after just one trip to the Nightmare Realm. Among them was one from an apologetic Xiao Yibing. It was accompanied by a beautiful photo of herself. This Xiao Yibing is indeed very beautiful. What a pity, but Shin Yi still decided to reject her. At this moment, he received a message from his good friend Chen Haoyu. Congratulations on signing with the Human Martial Arts Group. Let's celebrate tonight. I've been wanting to go with Chen Haoyu, but I'm currently facing assassination from the League of Assassins. It's not safe to rashly leave this place and go out, but Shin Yi felt bad about this. He could still feel the true friendship of Chen Haoyu and the original owner. As he was thinking, Chen Haoyu sent another message. Shin Yi, can you give me a tour of the Human Martial Arts Group today? That's my dream place. I just want want to take a look. Shinyi knew that the group allows visitors and it would be completely safe here. Come on over, Chin Haoyu. I'll meet you in the lobby in 10 minutes. Shinyi then went to the first floor. A group of people was gathered in the lobby. Suddenly, his expression changed in shock because he felt an unusual aura from this group of people. Their presence was completely different from ordinary people. It seems these are the professionals that Director Chan mentioned. Suddenly, one of the fat men glanced at Shinyi. Are you a newcomer this year? Shinyi replied a little flustered. Yes, I'm sorry. Should I not have been staring at you? When I was selected and came here as a newcomer, I also stood here like you, watching the professionals inside the group. Were you looking forward to becoming like them? No, I thought they were very arrogant at the time, and I wanted to tear them all to pieces. So this is a professional, so arrogant and eccentric because of their power. At this moment, the fat man noticed a woman walking over. Wenna, are you on duty today? Wanna have dinner together tonight? If you harass me again, I'll skin you, just like I did to that pervert a few days ago. The fat man quickly retreated. Shinyi, a boy named Chin Haoyu is looking for you. His identity has been verified. Should I let him in? He's my classmate. Please let him in. Shinyi volunteered to get him, but Wenna interrupted. No, little brother. Director Chen instructed that you seem to be in a bit of trouble right now, and we need to protect you. Shinyi had no choice but to wait. Soon, Chin Haoyu arrived. Shinyi, you've really made it. You're so awesome, signing directly with the human martial arts group. You have no idea how much of a sensation it caused at school. Before eating at the cafeteria, the two decided to go to Shinye's room first, but just as he entered the elevator, he suddenly received a message. It was from Xiao Mingyu. When you were attacked by the anomaly at the hospital, there was indeed a nurse who witnessed everything, but she has disappeared. I only found a disfigured corpse, but it wasn't her. We're still verifying who it is. I also found this. Take a look. A video was then sent over. I suspect the nurse was silenced because of you, so I reinvestigated the people around you. When Shinyi saw the photos, his eyes widened in shock. The person in the photos was Chin Haoyu, who had come to see him. This person's movements at school yesterday morning were very strange, as if he was looking for something. Was he looking for me then? I went to the nightmare realm yesterday. That's why in this surveillance video, Chin Haoyu couldn't find me. But why was he so anxious to find me? Chin Haoyu felt Shinye's gaze. What's wrong, Shinyi? At the same time, Shinyi received a final message from Xiao Mingyu. If you run into him, please be extremely careful. Soon, the elevator reached the 105th floor, where Shinyi was currently living. Chin Haoyu was still very excited, urging Shinyi to quickly show him the room, as he couldn't wait to see the view from up high. The moment they arrived at the room, Chin Haoyu suddenly turned and shot a hidden weapon, which directly hit Shinyi between the eyebrows. But Shinyi didn't scream. The next second, his figure gradually dissipated. It's a phantom. How is that possible? How does this kid know such an advanced skill? Suddenly, a foot kicked him hard in the face, sending him flying away. Shinyi then instantly created distance. You have consecutively allocated status points and unleashed your 3 skills. You can temporarily use the heaven-shattering frost moon technique. You're not Chin Haoyu. Where is he? Additionally, Shinye's attributes increased from using the technique. The assassin cackled as his disguise wore off. He's dead, and you'll be joining him soon. Shinyi immediately lifted his right foot and executed heaven-shattering frost moon again. A kick with so little power, I can block it with one hand. However, this was useless because the technique guaranteed that the target would be knocked back. Shinyi then took out his handgun and fired continuously, but the assassin dodged with extremely fast movements, and the bullets were all used up. You little bastard, hiding a gun all this time. Too bad your aim is terrible. You didn't hit me. The next second, an alarm sounded. Alert, alert, gunshots on the 105th floor. All professionals, proceed to investigate immediately. I wasn't shooting to hit you. Several combat helicopters appeared outside the building. In the blink of an eye, the assassin's limbs were completely severed. To think he even fooled me. Damn this skin shift technique. I clearly checked his body. I didn't expect this guy to use a pen as a weapon. Speak. Who sent you? Why kill Shinyi? Or I'll skin you alive. You'll beg for death but won't get it. You won't get anything out of me. Damn it. He bit the poison hidden in his tooth and committed suicide. I should have knocked him out first. I've never heard of anyone who could master the skin shift technique to such a degree. I guess we'll have to wait for the autopsy to see if we can find any clues. The assassin's body was then taken to the morgue for an autopsy. The technical department completed the dissection but found nothing that could prove the assassin's identity. Even the AI database had no relevant information, and Wenna apologized for her incompetence. It's not your fault. His skin shift technique was superb. Even the group's security system didn't detect his true identity. This body has no value anymore. I'll stick around a little longer. Director Chen didn't ask further. This kid can sense death. Maybe he can sense something? After the two left, Shinyi immediately activated his talent skill, Murmurs of the Dark. You can talk to the dead. How interesting. But it's useless. I won't tell you anything. The large skeleton was amazed at this. Let's find out what happens when someone tries to defy the Murmurs of the Dark. Suddenly, the assassin was pinned to a wall. What's going on? Evil spirits began to claw at him. As hellfire scorched his skin all the way to the bone, the fire subsided, leaving only a charcoal skeleton, but he would start to regenerate while still being conscious. What is this? It turns out that flames would burn him for 100 years, enduring 3,600 different tortures, experiencing 100 billion years of torture in a short moment. Soon, the assassin couldn't take it anymore. Enough. Stop it. I'll tell you everything. The scene then returned to the morgue. Shinyi took out his phone, dialed a number. Tell me everything you know, in detail. At this time, on the rooftop of the girls' dormitory at school, Zhao Yibing was messaging someone. A person named Mr. Han asked, "How are things going?" "I did everything as you instructed, but unfortunately, Shinyi didn't fall for it. He was signed by the Human Martial Arts Group. Tonight at 8, Maple Forest Hotel in the western suburbs. Don't be late." Just as Zhao Yibing was hesitating whether to go, a call came in. "Really? I got a guaranteed spot in a key high school? That's great. Thank you, Mr. Han. I will definitely be on time for our appointment today." Just then, Xiao Mingyu suddenly appeared behind her. "Give me your phone." "Who are you just talking to? Who are you? Are you crazy? Standing behind someone without a sound. This is my business. Why should I tell you?" Unexpectedly, Xiao Mingyu directly drew her sword and placed it on Zhao Yibing's neck. "Zhao Yibing, I know that your greatest pride is in your grades, but your appearance. I'll say it again. Give me the phone phone, or should I cut off your nose first? Zhao Weibing could only throw her phone over. Hello, Shinyi, any new information? I've caught an assassin here and I'm interrogating him. He's already confessed. We are assassins from the League of Assassins. Not long ago, we received a joint mission to kill you, but it had to look like an accidental death. We set up a scene at the hospital that resembled a calamity. Initially, I killed Chen Haoyu and disguised myself as him to lure you to the hospital. Once that thing was activated, you should have died there. But not only did you not die, there was even a witness at the scene. But then a police officer named Luo Feichuan found some clues. He was too young, so we used him to learn that you had contact with him. We then turned the tables, killed him at the police station, and impersonated an officer to try and trick you for information and kill you. But we failed every time, until today when I acted personally. You hid Captain Luo's body in a cabinet at the police station. Where did you hide Chen Haoyu's body? I hid Chen Haoyu's body in the school's sewers. Xiaoman Yu also confirmed this. Hearing this, Shinyi crushed his phone screen. Who hired you to do all this? Only the overall person in charge of the mission knows all the information. Who is the person in charge? He is known as the Skinner, a very famous assassin in the underworld. The skin shift technique I use was cast by him. He went to the Maple Forest Hotel near the western suburbs because the nurse who was a witness is hiding there, and he's going to kill her. What kind of assassin is the Skinner? Does he have any weaknesses? His strength is unfathomable. I can't see any weaknesses. Since he's so strong, why didn't he come to kill me himself? With his status and position in the assassination world, personally killing a middle school student would be a stain on his career. Does he have any distinctive features? Tell me everything you know. If I have to say, he has a unique hobby, which is eating people. Shinyi fell silent. Then Xiaomanyu said she would go meet the Skinner and hung up the phone. Although I don't know who the girl on the other end of the phone is, if she goes to find the Skinner, I'm afraid her fate won't be good. The Skinner likes to eat women, especially pure young girls. The next second, Shinyi punched him in the head, sending him flying off the bed. Don't answer questions I didn't ask. The assassin's soul then dissipated. Meanwhile, in the Maple Forest Hotel, a man and a woman were enjoying a candlelight dinner. The man complimented the food and was very satisfied with the banquet. It seems this period of hiding has added a lot of pressure on you. My sincere apologies. He then took a sip of a red liquid. It's been a long time since I've tasted such a high-quality delicacy. You've moved me very much, Miss Nurse. It turns out that the banquet was body parts of the nurse. Just as the man was about to taste another part of the nurse, his phone buzzed with a message from Mr. Han. I need you to personally kill the target. I can do it, but what can you offer as payment for my services? Mr. Han replied, a girl. I'm not a scrap collector. You should know my aesthetic standards are very high. Mr. Han sent a pure-looking photo of Zhao Weibing. The man's nostrils flared upon seeing it. His whole body trembled uncontrollably as he let out a morbid groan. What a beautiful lamb. Just looking at you, I can already smell your youthful scent. Thank you for arranging such a wonderful encounter. It moves me deeply. I will personally kill that boy. At 8 o'clock, the girl will come to meet you. Oh my, there's not much time. I must prepare well to have an unforgettable date tonight. He then happily went to the bathroom to freshen up, wanting to meet Zhao Weibing in his most perfect state. Suddenly, he remembered something and looked back. I almost forgot the most important thing. He opened his palm, and several threads emerged from his fingers. I'm sorry, our relationship is over. I can't let you scare my guest. On Shinye's side, he was facing a glowing orb and inputting a command. The next second, the orb dissipated, and a cool motorcycle appeared in front of Shinyi. What do you think, kid? Isn't this bike cool? It also has the signature Angel's Wing flight system, with manual and automatic driving that can fly up to 30 minutes. Shinyi loved it. It could even turn into whatever color he wanted. This ride is cool, but I thought you'd give me a secret martial arts manual or something. Director Qian told him. The AI Kunlun thinks your situation is very dangerous, so it got you the latest model of bike for a quick getaway. It can save your life when you need it. Shinyi retorted. Since Kunlun thinks my situation is dangerous, it must know who wants to kill me, right? Even if it knows, it won't intervene for such a small matter. It has to monitor the survival of human civilization at all times, unless you show enough value. That's right. In this world, if a person has no value, no one cares whether they live or die. I wonder how Xiaomanyu is doing. Has she encountered the Skinner yet? The scene shifts to Xiaomanyu's side. She and Zhao Weibing have arrived outside the hotel. Xiaomanyu's expression was extremely grave, because she could clearly feel a thick killing intent emanating from the building in front of her. You said your online friend sponsored you with supplements and got you into a key high school, is that right? As long as I lead my classmates to deal with Shinyi, ruin his reputation, and attack him, I can get everything. Shinyi has already signed with the Human Martial Arts Group, which means your mission has completely failed. Zhao Weibing, do you know what will happen to you? Zhao Weibing was unconvinced. You've taken me hostage. Do you know what will happen to you? This is just a young girl from an ordinary background. She treats what she did to Shinyi as just a transaction for benefits, yet she has no idea that this transaction will lead her into an abyss. She then gave Zhao Weibing two choices. 1. You hide nearby. After things are over on my end, you come out as a witness and testify to everything you know. 2. You never met me tonight. You go straight in to meet your benefactor, and I will also pretend not to know you. Zhao Weibing hesitated for a moment, then made up her mind and resolutely walked towards the hotel. Xiaomanyu didn't stop her. What a pity. She then drew her sword, preparing to enter the hotel. Soon, Zhao Weibing was led to the man's room by a butler. Hearing the noise, the man turned around eagerly. I've finally met you. Please allow me to call you this. You are the most beautiful and the most talented young lady. I am willing to be your sponsor and guarantee your admission to a provincial key high school. I can even fund your education. So he is Mr. Han. Unlike online, he's very personable in person. Thank you for your kindness. I really don't know how to repay you. But about Shinyi, don't worry about Shinyi. I will deal with it when the time comes. As they passed a window, a cold wind blew it open. Zhao Weibing immediately took the opportunity to hug the man's arm. The man shielded her from the wind infused with sword intent. He gently draped his coat over Zhao Weibing. It seems someone has targeted me. I must speed things up and not let this incredibly romantic encounter be ruined. I've decided to recommend you for the entrance exam of the world's 3 major high schools. Are you willing? Zhao Weibing was surprised. The world's 3 major high schools? Oh my god, is this real, Mr. Han? During an archaeological excavation once, I made a huge contribution, and Kunlun gave me this password string. As long as I use it, my research successor will be qualified to participate in the joint entrance exam of the 3 major high schools. Zhao Yibing has been qualified to participate in the joint entrance exam of the 3 major high schools. Oh my god, thank you, Mr. Han. Are you happy, Yibing? Zhao Yibing was overjoyed to the extreme, her eyes filled with tears of excitement. Seeing this, the man revealed a perverted smile. It was time for the harvest. The next second, embraced Zhao Yibing's face. Then he gently removed Zhao Yibing's head and then kissed it passionately. The man was overjoyed. Zhao Yibing, together, we've created a true masterpiece. Just looking at you, I can't help but be moved to tears. So perfect, so moving, frozen in the moment the flower blooms. Just then, a sword energy struck, passing through the tearful man, and then splitting the entire hotel in two. In an instant, Xiao Mingyu had arrived next to Zhao Yibing. I was a step too late. I thought he would be more cautious with my sword intent restraining him. I didn't expect this guy to be so crazy. Don't touch her. She's mine. The man rushed out of the dust towards Xiao Mingyu. Xiao Mingyu looked at the man with cold eyes, swung her longsword, and then placed it on Zhao Yibing's neck. Don't hurt her. You can have anything, as long as you don't hurt her. Tell me who your employer is, or I'll destroy this body immediately. But the man calmed down. You're using the Luo family's ripple treading sword technique. You must be the rumored prodigy of the younger generation. Xiao Mingyu, Miss Xiao, my threads have already surrounded you. Believe me, you can't break through my threads. Be good and give Yibing back to me, and for the sake of the Luo family, I can spare your life. The next second, his expression changed in shock, because he was answered by the ringing of a sword. In that case, let's see which of you can withstand my sword better. You or this corpse. The man actually started crying. My Yibing, we've only just met, and now we must part forever. Such a perfect work of art, and I haven't even tasted your sweetest flavor. Although I can't taste Yibing's deliciousness, you, Xiao Mingyu, seem even more delectable than Yibing. Whatever, no matter what, I will devour you both completely. It seems that neither threats nor death can pry open this killer's mouth. How about we make a deal? As long as you tell me who the employer behind you is, not only will I give Xiao Yibing back to you, you can also try to kill me. My body will be yours to dispose of. Even without this deal, if I kill you, I can still get your body. You can feel my strength, can't you? You might be able to win against me, but you won't get my complete body. And I promise, no revenge from my family will come your way. The man fell silent upon hearing this. Are you serious? Xiao Mingyu gave him a firm answer. This is such a headache. Betraying my employer means breaking the iron rule of the League of Assassins. I will also face the pursuit of the League of Assassins. The famous Skinner is actually scared? How is that possible? My lovely girl, to have you, I am willing to make such a sacrifice. Just thinking of having you excites me. Don't worry, my sword will cut you into mince. The man bowed to Xiao Mingyu like a gentleman. That's another kind of beauty. Please allow me to thank you for bringing me 2 perfect works of art. The moment I say the employer's name, our relationship will begin. Before that, please allow me to take her to a safe place, and then I will leave all my time for you, my beloved. Meanwhile, Shinyi was staring blankly on the rooftop. He was very worried about Xiao Mingyu's situation. Big Skeleton, what do you think are Xiao Mingyu's chances of winning against the Skinner? The Big Skeleton replied, do you want the truth or a lie? The truth is, Xiao Mingyu is bound to lose. After all, the Skinner possesses the cursed statue of the wicked Ghost King. His experience and strength are certainly far superior to that little fish. The large skeleton's words made Shinye's face turn grim. I had intended to rely on Xiao Mingyu's strength to uncover the truth, but instead I've put her in danger. Her brother is dead. Chen Haoyu is dead. The witness is probably dead too. How many more people have to die? She is the only one still working tirelessly on this matter. I absolutely cannot let her die. Just then, a phone call interrupted his thoughts. The call was from an unfamiliar number, not Xiao Mingyu's. He answered the phone, and a little girl's voice came from the other end. Excuse me, are you Shinyi? My mom said that if I can't reach her, I should find you and call the police with you. My mom is the nurse who saw you with the ghosts. Shinyi immediately realized that this call was from the witness's daughter. Where's your mom? She told me to go to the Maple Forest Hotel in the western suburbs of the city, and she would be waiting for me there, but I can't reach her now. Shinyi told the little girl to wait where she was, and that he would be there right away. You're not really going, are you? It could be a trap, Shinyi said. The little girl's mother might already be dead. Whether it's real or fake, I have to go and see. If things go wrong, I still have my Ghost Fire motorcycle and the door ability, so I can escape with them. Don't worry, I won't die. And with the way these assassins are, the only way to get information out of them is with murmurs of the dark. In other words, if I want to find the truth, I have to rely on myself. He then walked to the edge of the balcony on the 105th floor and stood on the very top of the building, then allocated all his attributes to agility, increasing it to 10.1 agility points. Some things, we just have to do ourselves. He then leaped off, feeling the cold wind whistling past him. He had just jumped from the roof of a 105-story building. The next second, he summoned a door in front of him, rushed through it to cushion his fall, then summoned another door, and rushed out of it. He kept repeating this action, summoning one door after another, until the last door opened, landing steadily. He then immediately got on his bike and rushed to his destination at top speed. Soon, he arrived at the entrance of a restaurant. Were you the one who called me? Big brother, have you seen my mom? I can't reach her. I'll go look for your mom, but let's first call the cops. However, after several attempts, no one answered. The little girl told Shinyi that her mom was in room 707 of the Maple Forest Hotel. Okay, I'll contact you when I find your mom, but you must go somewhere safe first. Ghost Fire, take her to the Human Martial Arts Group tower, then come back and find me. To this, the Ghost Fire confirmed the command. The place I'm taking you to is very safe. I will definitely find your mom, and then we'll come and get you together. The little girl obediently nodded. The Ghost Fire bike then took the little girl away on its own. At this moment, the large skeleton said to Shinyi, you're not really going to look for her mom, are you? I don't understand why you're helping her. Her mother is innocent. All of this happened because she got involved with me. I can't just ignore it. The large skeleton snorted. You're too soft-hearted to achieve great things. By the way, haven't you noticed something strange about this area? This area was too quiet. It felt like there wasn't a single living person around. Suddenly, the sound of a battle boomed from nearby. The source was the Maple Forest Hotel, not far away. Shinyi immediately ran towards the scene. Soon he arrived inside the hotel. Hello, do you have a reservation? The large skeleton reminded Shinyi. Be careful, this one is already dead. Shinyi immediately activated his talent skill. Murmurs of the dark. How did you die? Why are you able to stand here? To live more comfortably, the master killed us all. He used special threads to connect our bodies and a spell to control our souls, ordering us to perform various actions. Why aren't you attacking me? The receptionist replied. We are programmed to provide the best possible service to our guests. The master encountered a powerful enemy and is busy fighting, so he hasn't given us any new instructions. Besides you, how many others have died here? Everyone on this block. All of them are dead. Shinye's pupils dilated in shock. Shinyi realized that the fighting has moved to the rooftop, so he rushed towards room 707. Soon he arrived at his destination and kicked the door open, but the scene before him scared him to death. The entire room was filled with corpses, some even hanging from the ceiling by threads. Shinyi cautiously entered the room and activated Murmurs of the Dark. Does anyone here know me? Are there any other living people around? The corpses spoke one after another. Don't know you. Never seen you. I know you. You're Shinyi. I was on duty and saw you encounter the ghost. Shinyi felt terrible seeing the woman state. You died because of me. The woman said, I'm already dead, so these things don't matter as much. It's not your fault, but if you're willing, please avenge us. Don't worry, I will definitely get revenge. As for your daughter, I will do my best to ensure she grows up healthy. Please rest in peace. Daughter? What daughter? The woman was very confused. The one who called me. But before he could finish, the entire room was suddenly destroyed, and even the entire hotel exploded violently. While Shinyi was still wondering what was happening, a figure was flying through the sky. Shinyi quickly reached out to catch the person, because he recognized the falling person as Xiaomingyu. What are you doing here? It's a long story. In short, I'm here to save you. This answer left Xiaomingyu speechless. You came to help with your meager strength. What a fool. At the same time, Xiaomingyu thought that it was a pity that her sneak attack won't work because of Shinye's interference. Since you are here, Shinyi. But before she could finish, Shinyi had struck a vital point. Shinyi allocated all his stat points to strength to knock her out. I'm sorry, I have to keep my ability a secret. At the same time, he silently summoned the gate of 10,000 realms, then carried Xiaomingyu through the door. Where did they go? Are they hiding? Playing hide and seek with me? How fun. You probably don't know that my eyes and ears are all over this hotel. Well then, I'll play along with you. I'll start counting down now. Meanwhile, Xiaomingyu had been carried by Shinyi into another world. Shinyi asked the large skeleton to find a set of armor suitable for a woman in this world for Xiaomingyu. Unexpectedly, the large skeleton could only find a bunny girl outfit. This was the Holy Bunny battle suit, blue quality. Damn it, don't you have any other equipment? The large skeleton had a wicked smile. I only found this one set of women's clothes. He then rushed to the human camp. Help, someone. She's not going to make it. It's him. It's the boy who lived. Even though she's seriously injured, she still exudes a fierce aura. She's wearing the Holy Bunny battle suit. She must be a very powerful swordmaster. The injuries are severe. We need to use some expensive sacred runes. I have money. Save her quickly. Isn't this the tuition money His Highness the Prince gave you? The money bag has a special royal emblem on it. The bag alone is worth a lot of gold coins. Just take it all. Treat her quickly. I'm afraid she won't last much longer. We will do our best to treat her. All the healers then channeled their life energy and gathered around Xiaomingyu. So many people are treating her. The human race is really reliable. Just then, the system sent new notifications. By returning back to the camp, his fame was regained and his generosity was taken note. His title, the boy who lived, still remained. What have I done? I wanted to get rid of this title. The treatment is complete. The boy who lived. Shinyi suppressed his frustration at the title. How is she? She's doing great. We used the best healing spells. Her body is recovering quickly, and she'll wake up in a few minutes. Alright, thank you. We still have a mission, so we need to go now. In reality, Shinyi had to get Xiaomingyu back to the main world before she could wake up. Meanwhile, the soldiers gossiped that the girl was Shinye's lover. Later, back in the main world, Xiaomingyu slowly woke up from her coma. You're finally awake. In the blink of an eye, Xiaomingyu's sword was drawn. What did you just do to me? A healing technique that can only be effective when the person is unconscious. My injuries are all healed. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Shinyi replied. I'm sorry for knocking you out suddenly, but that guy is coming soon. Can you still fight? The next second, Shinye's expression changed in shock. The purple, Great Swordmaster title above Xiaomingyu's head had turned golden, with the suffix, Holy Guardian, and a 3-hour time limit. I'm going to kill him. Your healing spell is very powerful. I've never felt this strong. Holy Guardian? What kind of title is this? Did the treatment just now give her a special buff? Meanwhile, back in the nightmare realm with the healers, His Highness the Prince seems to think highly of him, to have given him so many royal gold coins. Are we being too greedy by taking them all? Don't worry, I only took 11 gold coins and secretly gave back the rest. I even added a strength blessing as well. You gave her a blessing too? Then the healers realized everyone gave a unique blessing. Agility, resonance, perception, and spirit blessings. Are you saying that girl got all the blessings? On top of this, when all blessings are cast on one person, the Holy Guardian title activates, which doubles the effects of all the blessings for 3 hours. Thinking of this, everyone broke out in a cold sweat, because that title is only for nobility. All we can do now is pray that the boy who lived doesn't spread this matter. At this moment, in the Maple Forest Hotel, Xiaomingyu informed Shinyi that she already knew who the mastermind of these schemes was. But before Shinyi could ask, the Skinner finally found them. You are Shinyi, is that right? What a coincidence. If you don't have any powerful combat skills, I suggest you hide. But she also wondered if Shinyi had any hidden combat abilities. No problem, for a battle of this level, I must hide immediately. Xiaomingyu, you got this. He ran away so fast. It seems his talent is in healing. Alright, I can handle this alone. A golden slash was directed at the Skinner. After all, my power is beyond my peak as of now. The force of the blow broke open the rooftop and shot straight into the sky. The hotel began to crumble, but the Skinner still managed to survive. You were so seriously injured. How can you still wield such great power? Xiaomingyu was also surprised that he had managed to dodge the full force of the attack. So it was Shinyi, was it? First, he unleashes a strange force that blows up half the building to help you escape, and then he heals your injuries. The wicked Ghost King's curse failed, and several assassination attempts failed. That boy is indeed extraordinary. However, However, Xiao Mingyu did not believe that Xinyi could cause such damage. Forget it, it doesn't matter. Nothing is more attractive to me right now than you, Mingyu. Let's continue our passionate embrace. The next second, countless blood threads shot towards Xiao Mingyu that she easily blocked. However, the speed and force of the threads were more powerful than the last. How is he getting stronger? There's been a strange sound since just now. What is it? It must be related to his increasing strength. Xiao Mingyu struck the wall where the sound was coming from. Opening the wall revealed rows of dead heads, all chanting spells. This scene horrified Xiao Mingyu. Oh, you found the gift I prepared for you? Listen, they are singing for us. This is our wedding hymn. Let's listen to the blood fiend's eternal curse together. The next second, the chanting of the heads became louder. My dearest little fish, please let me first weave a wedding dress just for you with my threads. Xiao Mingyu swung her sword to cut the threads, but suddenly, her weapon was entangled by the blood threads. In an instant, the Skinner was already in front of her. Little fish, let me put the wedding ring on you myself. The next second, Xiao Mingyu drew a dagger from her longsword and then slashed at the Skinner's head. How interesting, there's a sword hidden within a sword. But what a pity, in this endless blood demon curse, I am invincible. Struggle all you want, little fish. The more tortuous the process, the sweeter the fruit in the end. The outcome is already decided. Xiao Mingyu removed the threads from her blade. Not necessarily. She then held both the longsword and dagger, infusing her energy into them. Both the longsword and the dagger were now covered in sword energy. The legendary sword technique, the twin blades, Luofu Sun and Moon Eclipse. What a shame that you don't have the divine blade. You can go to hell, damn pervert. Covered in sword energy, Xiao Mingyu charged towards the Skinner. Come at me like that. Great two-headed bloodthirsty serpent demon, with the blood of tens of thousands of dead here as a sacrifice. Answer my call. Xiao Mingyu's expression changed in shock. The next second, a terrifying demon appeared behind the Skinner. This is the demon he summoned. I don't have time to dodge. Just then, a voice suddenly sounded. It turns out that Xinyi found a broadcast room, and with his Murmurs of the Dark ability, greeted all of the dead corpses that were chanting. If you can hear me, answer me loud and clear. And so, the chanting of the ritual was interrupted, and the corpses all cried out their suffering. The demon on the Skinner was then stripped away. Why? My blood curse was interrupted. Xiao Mingyu took this opportunity to instantly rush to the Skinner, and then unleashed a magnificent slash with both her swords. The Skinner was directly pierced by the Luofu Sun and Moon Eclipse. Xiao Mingyu sheathed her sword with her back to the Skinner. Little fish, you can't kill me. Xiao Mingyu was stunned that her full-powered slash did not finish the Skinner off. The corpses have started chanting the spell again. I was interrupted by that nosy kid just now, but it's okay. Let's continue. My dearly departed friends, do you know how to sing Happy Birthday? Let's all sing it together. The Skinner was now confused, but all the corpses confirmed that they knew the song. The next second, all the corpses started singing at the same time. Say bye-bye to all your troubles. Say hi-hi to all your joys. Even Xiao Mingyu found the situation amusing. Damn you, Xinyi. I'm going to kill you. This is bad. He's going after Xinyi. The large skeleton also quickly reminded Xinyi. I sense someone coming your way. It must be the Skinner. Xinyi grabbed his headphones and ran. Friends among the dead, I want to request you to sing your favorite song, one after another. Don't stop. The next second, all the corpses started singing again. But just then, the Skinner crashed down from the ceiling, blocking Xinyi's path. I finally found you, Xinyi. Just as he was about to make a move, a sword slashed in front of him, and Xiao Mingyu also appeared next to Xinyi. I'll hold him off. You run. And Xinyi didn't even hesitate and wanted to run more. Listen, kid, if you dare to run, I'll kill your parents. However, Xinyi had already ran far away. The Skinner kept threatening Xinyi's family, but all he got was a middle finger as a response. After running to a safe place, Xinyi paced back and forth, thinking about what to do next. The large skeleton advised him, I know you're angry, but you haven't learned any combat moves, so you can't interfere in their fight. The Murmurs of the Dark thing was just a trick. Don't get overconfident. You're right, but I can't just sit back and do nothing. If it were you, could you beat the Skinner? Who are you looking down on? If I were at my peak, I could crush him with one hand, but my current injuries are too severe for me to fight. We should think about how to escape. That's good to hear. It seems like we can continue our prior conversation. We have a contract, is that right? Because I want to make a deal with you. I'll help you recover your strength, and you'll help me deal with him. The large skeleton was immediately excited. I remember you telling me that your undead recovery method involves a large number of souls and draining their power for an instant recovery. You want to use the dead in the hotel? Can these dead meet the conditions for your healing? The large skeleton continued. All the souls here have been imprisoned in their bodies by the Skinner's spell, which is perfect for one power extraction, but I've lost my strength. I can't force those corpses to perform my ritual chant. Xinyi reassured him that he'll make a way, but the large skeleton reminded him the entire casting process will take some time. Once that guy notices, he will frantically try to stop you. I know, I'll try to buy some time. It seems you're determined to kill him. I'm afraid you'll die accidentally. Xinyi was surprised at the sentimental words. Are you getting scared? If I die, you can just use your necromancy to turn me into your servant, right? You should have said so earlier. Deal. I'll write this into the contract. The large skeleton then drafted a contract, and Xinyi signed his name without any hesitation. Now say your incantation. I'll record it and play it for the undead. The large skeleton complained. We usually chant it on the spot. Do you have to do it in such an uninspired way? Xinyi mimicked the large skeleton's earlier tone. I know you're angry, but you're just ahead now. You can't interfere in their fight. If you really try to fight, you'll just get killed. Recording it is the safest way. Don't get overconfident. The large skeleton was speechless. Fair enough. For the sake of recovering my strength, I'll endure it. Soon, the incantation was recorded. Xinyi then added all his status points to agility. Now watch me perform. He then ran to an open area. Attention to all dead personnel. I'm going to play a listening comprehension question. Please listen carefully and then repeat it together without a single mistake. Oh, shadow of the abyss lingering at the bottom of the underworld. By the will of our bone spirits, become an altar. Help you cross the barrier between life and death. And at this grand feast of souls, assimilate the endless bone throne with us and call upon the mercy of the Supreme One, Mother of Shadow Bones, King of Ghouls, Lord of the Underworld Mictlantecuhtli. Please bless me. Let me spread your majesty among all living beings. The listening comprehension is over. Can everyone recite it once? Let's recite it together, okay? Xinyi activated the murmurs of the dark, and soon, all the corpses began to repeat the incantation. This is an incantation. That kid is controlling the corpses. I have to kill him. The large skeleton was very excited. The soul fire is rising, but this is the first and most crucial step. Now you have to avoid the Skinner. He will definitely try his best to stop you. Follow the souls to the rooftop. That's where the soul fire is gathering. Damn little bastard. What are you doing? Shinyi didn't expect him to be so fast, so he immediately sped up. At this moment, a nearby wall suddenly cracked, and Xiaomingyu rushed out, ready to attack. But the Skinner didn't dodge the incoming attack and took the blow head on. However, he used the momentum of the blow to rush towards Shinyi even faster. Little bastard, you can't escape. Shinyi was pushing open a large door and then dove right in. The Skinner also rushed in but didn't see Shinyi. Damn little brat, where did you hide now? At this moment, the ritual chant was about to be completed, and the Skinner's sense of unease grew stronger. But Shinyi inexplicably came out of the door and was running towards Xiaomingyu. It's up to you now. Buy me some time. When did he get past me? How dare you trick me? I'll tear you to pieces. As the last words of the curse were uttered, the large skeleton was fired up. It's done. It's done. Now I just need the dead to willingly pour their power into me, and I can recover my strength. The time for revenge is now. We only have one chance. Give me your power. Spirits of the dead, heed my call. Let's work together. Suddenly, Xiaomingyu's urgent voice came. Shinyi, watch out. The Skinner, even though he was covered in blood and had lost an arm, was still charging to kill Shinyi. Little bastard, go to hell. The next second, Shinyi's chest was pierced by the Skinner's fist. Xiaomingyu's eyes widened in horror at the sight, but the Skinner was now stunned, because the Shinyi in front of him was actually an illusion. The real Shinyi was already below the altar. Lost souls, answer my summons. Let's kill this bastard. The many dead bodies began to cry out, repeating the word revenge over and over. With a series of roars, countless soul fires gathered towards the altar, and were finally injected into the ring where the large skeleton was. You think you can kill me with some dead souls? Don't make me laugh. The next second, his back was heavily injured, and a giant bone sword pinned him to the ground. What the hell was that? The Skinner coughed up mouthfuls of blood. I wasn't joking. I said I'd kill you, and I will. This can't be delayed any longer. Now is the moment you die. Right in front of everyone you've killed. You can actually summon a calamity. Big skeleton, finish him. The large skeleton raised its giant bone sword. The Skinner was still shooting out blood threads, trying to make a final resistance. The blood threads wrapped around the large skeleton. These threads are what you're proud of. They're pathetic. With a simple movement, all the threads broke easily. Seeing this, the Skinner was completely desperate. An ant like you doesn't require my personal attention. Countless souls are wailing in my ears. They have been bound for too long. It's time to set them free. The next second, the ground under his feet exploded, and a brilliant light shot out. This was the spell the large skeleton had cast, Necromantic Resurrection. As the spell took effect, all the corpses in the building stood up, and then gathered here with a roar. Undead, the time for revenge has come. Damn it, I can't control them anymore. You stripped me of my magic. He then quickly shot a thread upwards, using it to escape the encirclement of the corpses. Still trying to run away, it opened its mouth and spat out a spell that hit the Skinner, instantly holding his body in midair. Don't be nervous. This is just a small soul-suppressing spell that can cause a dissonance to a living being's soul and body, temporarily paralyzing the target. The spell won't harm you. However, there is a horde of undead, craving your fresh flesh. The corpses began to claw at the Skinner's body. Soon, the Skinner was buried by the hungry undead. The Skinner's painful wails came from the crowd of corpses. I don't want to die. Great demon god, please save me. I am willing to sacrifice everything I have to you. Shinyi was worried by this. Suddenly, a terrifying blood demon energy suddenly surged up. With the Skinner at the center, it pushed away the surrounding corpses. Thank you, great being. Descend. Please descend. Take everything I have. But the next second, the blood demon energy on him was retracted. Why? Great being, why did you reject me? He's casting a spell. Immobilize him quickly. Take this, Skinner. I will use this sword to personally avenge those who died at your hands. But at the same time, Xiaomingyu quickly shouted, Shinyi, be careful. Fool. Although the demon god did not come personally, his shadow still protects me. The next second, Shinye's body was cut in two by the blood demon energy. But what the Skinner didn't expect was that this was another illusion. You idiot. You fell for the same trick twice. You sick pervert. Eat this. But he ended up shooting a nearby corpse. The large skeleton looked at Shinyi with a dumbfounded expression. I've never practiced with a gun, so I missed. But that's not important. Go, Fern. Use a flame attack to finish him off. The large skeleton pierced the Skinner with its sword. In an instant, the Skinner was burned to a crisp by the soul fire from the sword. But just then, a black gas overflowed from the Skinner's corpse and rushed towards Shinyi. The large skeleton immediately reacted. It casted a high-level undead defense spell, Embrace of White Bones, isolating all the demonic energy outside. The moment the Skinner died, something ominous shot out of his body. Some unknown being wanted to sneak attack you. Look out, he's acting strange. The black gas gathered around the Skinner, then wrapped around his corpse and broke through the window to escape. Don't think you can escape. Xiaomingyu. Damn it, big skeleton. Why aren't we chasing? I can't carry you while running at full speed. If I leave you here alone, and that thing circles back to kill you, I won't be able to save you in time. I have to prioritize your life. But what exactly was that black shadow? Was it the one that blew up the building? It was helping the Skinner, so it definitely wasn't the one who blew up the building, because the one who blew up the building was helping Xiaomingyu. That means there's another person here. The large skeleton told Shinyi not to be too nervous. For now, it seems the mysterious person helping Xiaomingyu has no ill intentions. Why don't you try asking over the broadcast to the friend who just helped us? Please show yourself. But despite Shinye's loud shouts, he was met with silence. Just then, the roar of a motorcycle came from outside. It was Ghost Fire. How did it go? Was the little girl safely delivered to the human martial arts group? Ghost Fire replied, mission failed. Target lost. The target left halfway, landed safely on the street, and then disappeared. I don't know her whereabouts. The large skeleton complained. The motorcycle is so fast, yet this little girl was able to jump off safely mid-trip. That means she's definitely not an ordinary person. I warned you before not to rashly help a stranger. Luckily, she didn't make a move against you. Just then, Shinyi received a message from Xiaomingyu. This is the truth I got from the Skinner earlier. I just had had time to send it to you now. Take a look. Shinyi immediately opened the video and watched. In the video, a girl was standing by a fence. Song Chin-yun, what kind of boyfriend do you hope to find in the future? Boyfriend? I've never thought about that, but I remember going to the Shin family once when I was a child. My sister and I were chased by a very fierce dog, and only brother Shinyi stood up to block the dog. Brother Shinyi is very nice. I've always remembered him. If I were to find a boyfriend, I would want someone like him. The scene changed, and several men's voices were heard in the video. Who is this Shinyi? We've already checked. That kid is very ordinary. He won't have any more contact with her. Can you figure out Song Chin-yun's feelings? What if she goes to find him? You guys figure something out. I don't want to see that Shinyi in front of my beloved Chin-yun. Don't worry, it's a small matter. We don't even need to do it ourselves. Just find someone to do it, like an accident. Find someone to play with him. Give him a little lesson. Shinyi was speechless as the video ended. Just playing around? I had imagined that the reason for the assassinations would be horrible, but I never thought the truth would be so absurd. Thank you, young man. Thank you for your help in killing that devil of a man. You have avenged us. We saw his death with our own eyes. But we really want to know, why did this monster kill us? The words of the deceased made Shinyi feel very guilty, because these killers were clearly after him, and now so many people had been implicated. Everyone, if you can, I hope you can be reborn in another place, to live with dignity. Please don't worry anymore, and don't be attached to anything here. One day in the future, when I have enough strength to investigate everything, I will find the mastermind and then kill him. I swear, I will make it happen. He knew he was too weak now and had to rely on the large skeleton to stay here and protect him. Hearing Shinye's oath, the deceased placed a hand on his shoulder. In any case, thank you for being willing to avenge us. You must take care of yourself and live well. Since that demon is already dead, we can also rest in peace. Then all the deceased gathered around and offered their blessings and good wishes to Shinyi. As their words faded, the time for the necromantic resurrection spell was also up, and the souls of the deceased left their bodies. We are forever grateful. Thank you. The spell that sustained them has ended. They have returned to hell. Soon, Xiaoman Yu returned. The black shadow got away. I suspect that it's connected to the calamities. It could easily wipe out the city. It was even leaking an abnormal energy field like your friend over here. Your power remains in my body and has brought me a lot of enlightenment. Thank you, Shinyi. After this is over, I need to find a safe place to start improving my strength. I watched the video you sent, but there are still some things I don't understand. Can you explain them to me? I've already figured out most of the mystery, but it's very complicated. It's not something we can interfere with. Who are those people? You should go now. I won't tell anyone you were here. Shinyi didn't give up and asked firmly. Who are they? Disciples of several major noble families. I can't find out more than that. You're also from a noble family. Don't you know their identities? There are hierarchies between noble families. Our families are nothing compared to them, and the punishment they would receive would be nothing more than a warning. Then maybe a compensation to you and our Luo family. You must be kidding. They failed to kill me, but they did kill your brother. They will only try their best to erase you and me to avoid future trouble. They are some of the strongest noble families in the world. I can't do it alone, and the Luo family won't help me. It's only because of the Skinner's selfish personality that we were able to find out this information. In any case, the entire assassin team is dead. I think that's enough to comfort my brother's spirit in heaven. I should go now. You should be careful. Xiaoman turned and began to walk away. If you had the strength to kill all those noble family disciples, would you do it? Xiaoman stopped in her tracks. Don't be ridiculous. Their families are incredibly powerful. They are the cornerstone of the entire human world civilization. If I did anything, my family could be. Forget all that. I'm just asking. Are you willing to let it go? My friend is dead. Your brother is dead. So many people died. Everyone has suffered. All of this, in their words, was just a little lesson. Just playing around. What do they think human life is? I can't accept it. I will make them pay with their blood. The next second, Xiaoman swung her longsword, and a sword aura full of anger shot out from the hotel. Xiaoman stood there in silence, but tears could be faintly seen sliding down her fair cheeks. She then said no more to Shinyi and disappeared from the spot. What happened? You made the poor girl run away crying? It's over. We should go back too. The large skeleton asked. How are you going to handle this? I thought someone had a blood feud with me, but it turns out it was just for fun. So there's nothing to think about. Humans are simple. They seek happiness and satisfaction. Since they want to play, let's play. In return, I will kill them as a tribute to the innocent souls lost today. That will be my happiness and satisfaction. He then put the large skeleton back into the ring. Friend, since you're not showing yourself, forget it. Whoever you are, thank you anyway. And in a place Shinyi couldn't see, someone was watching him drive away. This person was the little girl who had called Shinyi for help. Brother Shinyi has grown up too. She then stood up on the 100-meter tall tower. The next second, her body began to change. The little girl had turned into a beautiful young girl about the same age as Shinyi. Compared to when he was a child, he's become even dumber now. She stood quietly in the rain, as if reminiscing about the past. At this moment, her headphones spoke. That kid is pretty dumb, but aren't you going to see him? After all, he just saved you and even sent you off on his bike. This is all your sister Song Qingyun's fault. She doesn't care about anything, but you rushed over to help, almost exposing my cover. The girl replied, it's not the right time to meet now, and stop complaining. I was almost exposed too, wasn't I? How about this? I'll take you for beef noodles later. The headphones were instantly happy. I want an extra egg, and a bowl of good wine. Wait, are you asking me for a favor? You know me so well. Help me erase all traces. Don't let anyone know I was here, especially my sister's group. Erase all traces of Brother Shinye's battle. Don't let anyone notice. The headphones reminded the girl, there's still one more person who knows, right? The girl with the sword. What if she tells what happened tonight? The girl reassured it that the sword's woman wouldn't betray Shinyi. A red energy then emanated from the headphones. In the next second, a large-eyed, red, transparent monster appeared. The monster's eyes suddenly widened, and then the red energy spread out, directly enveloping the entire area. A moment later, the monster had taken care of everything and urged the girl to hurry up, as it couldn't wait to eat noodles. At this moment, the girl received a voice message. Inchen, where have you been? There's a cocktail party tonight. I can't handle it alone. Come back quickly. The headphones monster immediately complained. Damn it, your sister sent you a message. Are we going to the cocktail party or for noodles now? Noodles, of course. Since I promised you, I have to do it. The headphones monster said. I'm so touched. But will it be a problem if you don't go to the cocktail party? My sister is in her element at that kind of occasion, but I'm not like her. After all, everyone knows that Song Qingyun's sister, Song Yinchen, is a completely useless waste of space. You're useless. That's the funniest joke I've ever heard. Meanwhile, in a room where blood is raining, several corpses were being twisted together in the air to drain their blood. Below, a bathtub full of blood began to bulge. Suddenly, a man emerged from the pool of blood. He looked at everything in disbelief. Am I alive once again? Great deity, is that you? Did you resurrect me? A voice came from the other side. You really are a fool. Oh, great being, thank you for not abandoning your most loyal servant. According to our agreement, I have already paid the corresponding price, but you could have descended just now. Why did you withdraw in the end? Are you questioning me? The next second, countless black shadows pierced out of the man's body. No, I would never dare to question you. I was only just a little confused. Please forgive me, my lord. There was an unknown fellow hiding in the dark, so it wasn't convenient for me to appear. Your power is as faint as a firefly's glow. It's normal that you didn't notice. At first, I thought your world was weak and boring, but then the cursed statue of the wicked ghost king I bestowed upon you at all its power was taken away, and then you were defeated. Only then did I realize that your world is full of interesting things, and there are even other beings similar to me who have descended here and are acting in secret. Great being, where are you? The door was then opened, and the person who came in was actually Zhao Yibing. How is that possible? You were clearly— No, that's not right. It's you. Great being, you did a good job with this specimen. It's just what I need. The man immediately prostrated himself on the ground. Oh, great and eternal deity, this is my honor, my servant. Take me on a tour of your world. Let me see what secrets your world holds. By the way, I want to ask that boy named Yi, how did he break the curse of the wicked ghost king statue? That was power I had collected for countless years, and I want it all back. I have crossed a very long distance to descend here, and I have resurrected you. Now I need some souls to replenish my energy. You must have felt it too. Your soul is suffering an indescribable pain. That's the flesh puppet's doing. I used it as a vessel to resurrect you. Once it gets hungry, it will torment your soul. With your current soul strength, it's not advisable to let it go hungry for too long. Otherwise your soul will be worn away by it. Go hunting. Kill 1,000 people. I want to use their souls to nourish myself. The remaining flesh and blood scraps are yours. 1,000 people? Great being. That's wonderful. I can finally have a feast. Meanwhile, Xinyi had also driven back to the human martial arts group. He parked his motorcycle with a cool drift, and then sat down on the ground, somewhat exhausted. I can't believe the reason for everything was that the original owner of the body held 2 girls when I was a child. So many people died. Suddenly, he received a call from the Shin family. A man's voice came from the other end. This is your uncle. Xinyi remembered this so-called uncle, Shin Shuopen, who was in charge of the Shin family's daily affairs. Every time he went back, he would get the most cold looks from him, and sometimes he would even mock him and his parents. I have something to tell you. Do you remember, every year when you came home for the new year, children from other noble families would come to visit us? You caused quite a lot of problems, you troublemaker. I'll make some arrangements, and in a few days, you'll come back and publicly apologize to the disciples of the various noble families. What am I apologizing for? This is for your own good. You offended too many people when you were a child. Now you need to step up and publicly apologize to gain their forgiveness. This will also make our Shin family look good, understand? Xinyi immediately realized that if he really went to apologize, it would mean that all of this was his fault. He would become the scapegoat for the incidents. The Shin family would be able to gain the goodwill of those disciples' families, and this uncle might even get some appreciation and benefits, and the hunt for him would not stop. In fact, his death might become perfectly justified, and it might even implicate his parents, Xiao Mingyu, and others. This is what they meant about the apology being for his own good. Still, Xinyi replied, I don't remember offending anyone. Perhaps uncle can name a few. Who are they? How did I offend them? When did it happen? But Shin Shuoping didn't fall for it at all. You don't need to worry about that. Just do as I say when the time comes. But uncle, I have a question that has been bothering me, which makes me unable to follow your instructions. The uncle asked, what question? Who the hell do you think you are? Since you are so capable, why don't you grovel to those people yourself? The other end of the phone exploded in anger. You little brat, you're pushing your luck. Do you think you can go against your grandfather's decision? He then ended the call. I haven't said enough yet, and he's already hung up. Then another call came in, a video call this time. Hi, Xinyi, we are the Yin sisters from Phoenix Island. Want to come to our midnight bikini party? This sensual scene immediately made Xinye's nose bleed. Wow, Xinyi, you're quite handsome. We have a lot of girls here, and everyone wants to meet you. That's not very appropriate. It's already so late. I can't really go out. It's okay. Just do me a favor. I'll send someone to pick you up. No, my mom told me that boys shouldn't go out easily at night and should protect themselves. I'm afraid you'll get me drunk and take advantage of me. I'm going to sleep now. These major noble families must have learned about the whole thing already. There will probably be more similar calls. These people all want to see what kind of man the most powerful noble family's young lady, Song Qingyun, wants to marry. Calling me so casually, they want to summon me over to be a spectacle, right? At this moment, a notification popped up. Special friendly reminder, 10 minutes until midnight. On a new day, the first time you enter the gate, you will receive a title. There is currently an opportunity to obtain a special hidden ability. Condition to be met. Obtain the One of Us title for the 3rd time. This is your only chance to obtain this hidden ability. Xinyi immediately sat up from his bed. He knew he couldn't just sit back and wait for death. He needed power, and it had to be power that could sweep everything away. So he had to seize this opportunity and find a way to obtain the hidden ability. He then summoned the Gate of 10,000 Realms and entered the Nightmare Realm. As soon as he entered, the large skeleton went out of the ring. What are you doing out? It's time to part ways. Xinyi was a little reluctant. That's right. You can move freely now. I'm going back to the undead race. I still have a lot of unfinished business. I can't continue to waste my time like this. So, let's part ways here. Kid, thank you very much for helping me recover my strength. Keep this ring as a memento. Then the large skeleton and Xinyi bid each other farewell. Xinyi could only watch as the large skeleton walked away. I had him for a few days, and now he's back in the wild. I wonder if it can survive. As soon as he finished speaking, a violent explosion occurred in the space where the large skeleton had just left. The shockwave alone blew Xinyi away. Then, the large skeleton's miserable horrible scream was audible from the same direction. Did he run into an enemy just a few steps away? With the large skeleton's strength, did he not even last one move? That power. I've never seen such a terrifying move even in the fight with the Skinner. Wouldn't I just be cannon fodder if I go up there? I should just run away. Just then, a prompt appeared. If you retreat now, you will not be able to obtain the third one of us title. As the saying goes, you should help a brother in need. It's definitely not for the one of us title. But before he could make a move, a circle of bone spikes suddenly shot out from under his feet, quickly forming a cage that trapped him. An undead in a purple cloak appeared. Oh, it seems today's harvest is not small. What have you done to my brother Fern? The cloaked undead found it interesting. Your brother? I never knew that humans would be brothers with the undead. The large skeleton then sent a telepathic message to Xinyi. Because of the failed mission at the Elven village, the other undead have come to settle the score with me. Xinyi realized this was his doing, so he went all out with the acting. Nonsense. Brother Fern saved my life. I've already decided to follow him and overthrow the evil human empire. You two think you can overthrow the human empire? Do you take us for idiots? Seeing this, Xinyi quickly took out the badge Prince Norton had given him. Fern and I are about to infiltrate the human high command. This is the proof. I'd like to see what tricks you can play. This Medal of Valor is awarded to the last survivor of the Rhine territory. When he holds this medal, the effect of a holy sign will manifest. Awarded to the boy who lived. Given by Prince Norton, the next heir to the holy amethyst. A badge awarded by Prince Norton. I didn't expect this human to be telling the truth. Where did you get this? No wonder he could easily injure Fern. Having a title is indeed powerful. Xinyi then spoke. Brother Fern and I have agreed to sneak into the human imperial capital together to find an opportunity to assassinate the king. Fool, although this badge is real, do you think you two can assassinate the human king? We have a way to enter the upper class of human society. A letter of recommendation to the Imperial Military Academy, handwritten by Prince Norton himself. Incredible. Who are you? Xinyi also became more confident. First, tell me why you were targeting my brother Fern. I don't mind telling you. In the mission to assassinate the chief of the Elven village, everyone else was captured. Only he abandoned the mission and escaped. Such behavior must be severely punished. Xinyi burst out laughing. The next second, Baleful Star grabbed his face. What are you laughing at? I'm laughing at how stupid you are. It was clearly only he who saw through the elf's trap managed to escape the assassination scene and even saved me, yet you want to kill him. The female chief of the village wasn't there. The one in charge was the great elven priest, and he was ready to kill all the assassins disguised as elves. If you don't believe me, you can go and find out for yourselves. My story is being spread all over the human military camp right now. Everyone knows I once appeared in the elven village. Do you really have such a great reputation? Xinyi continued. Nonsense. The prince even wrote me a letter of recommendation and calls me the boy who lived. Could it be true? Did only Fern sense the danger and retreat first? Baleful Star immediately ordered his subordinate to go and check. If you dare to lie to me, I will make you wish you were dead. Xinyi immediately acted fearless. I'm not afraid of you checking. Go ahead and check. But Baleful Star pressed further. You have quite the attitude, which makes me believe you a little. But you, as a human, why would you betray humanity? Because I'm tired of being exploited by capitalists. Capitalists? What are those? Let me put it this way. I'm a poor person who doesn't own any tools. I have to sell my labor to the capitalists, owners of the tools that I use. I work to the bone, but the capitalists benefit the most. This whole speech left Baleful Star and all his subordinates speechless and confused. I told you to read more books. Now you can't even understand what others are saying. Isn't that embarrassing? Boss, can you understand? Obviously. Why would I be the leader if I did not understand? The boss is amazing. The so-called capitalist. How did they torture you to make you hate them so much? Because they made me 996. That sounds terrible. But what is 996? Work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. with less than an hour for lunch and dinner breaks, totaling more than 10 hours of work a day, and working 6 days a week. That's a bit harsh. Later I even experienced 007. From midnight to midnight, 7 days a week without rest, commonly known as 007. My god, that sounds really miserable. Let me hug you, you poor boy. I think I understand you a little. I want to know how you survived in such a cruel environment. Xinyi immediately put on a great performance, pitifully starting to fabricate his experience. I remember that day. It was snowing heavily. I was cold and hungry, and I only had a box of matches. Just then, a prompt bar popped up. It notified that Xinyi will now be a central figure in this public opinion war against humanity, gaining the title, the Little Match Boy. The boy who lived is sticking to me like glue, and now you're giving me the Little Match Boy? Absolutely not. Just as I was about to freeze to death, Fern saved me. So Fern is my savior. I will absolutely not allow you to frame him and deal with him as you please. Report. We have confirmed that what he said is true. The great elven priest was indeed hiding in that village, preparing to wipe out our assassins. So Fern is innocent. Not only did Fern escape the elf's trap, he even managed to bring us this impressive human. This is a great achievement. The higher-ups ordered Fern to be killed, but now it seems he absolutely cannot be killed. If I deal with Fern, it would be like disheartening all the soldiers. If that were the case, I'd be overthrown and be publicly executed. The high-level undead will gain prestige from this, and I will become their stepping stone. And on top of that, saving him would cost a fortune that I do not have. Very good, Fern. It seems you are a valiant undead warrior and have not forgotten your mission. This medal is awarded to you. It is the honor you deserve. And you, child, we will call you the Little Match Boy from now on. This title can conceal your identity as the boy who lived. Xinyi was disappointed that he couldn't prevent the title, the Little Match Boy, from sprouting. I am truly proud of you too. We must report this matter immediately. We will leave this place to you. You beat him up like this and you're just going to leave him here? I've told you before, usually when we undead are injured, we're just left outside to fend for ourselves. Fortunately, my power isn't lost. It's sealed in my head. As long as I can grow bones, I can use it. You didn't throw away the fish tank, did you? Xinyi reassured him. I paid for it. I won't throw it away. I'll get you some calcium supplements when we get back too. By the way, do you humans really have such terrifying beings as capitalists? Xinyi replied, we do, but not in your world. Why are you worried about human affairs? You don't know much about our world. All the races actually like to learn from humans. If you have capitalists, the undead race will soon have them too. Just thinking about it is terrifying. terrifying. Just then, the system notification popped up again. You have been discovered. Please note, this is the crucial moment for you to complete the third one of us title. You cannot run away. The next second, someone shouted, "Don't move. Traitor to humanity. You've been caught red-handed colluding with the undead." Then a familiar voice came. "It's you, the boy who lived. Tell me, what is going on here? Don't even think about lying. Any lie will be seen through on the spot, and I will personally kill you." Shinyi started performing again. "Your Highness, allow me to introduce you. This is my informant, Fern, the field collection officer. He has been making deals with me, providing me with intelligence on the undead race. We have a contract." "How is that possible? A human has a contract with an undead?" "He's not lying. I'm using a continuous arcane spell to monitor his words, actions, and soul. Turning an undead? I didn't expect a legendary boy who lived to have such methods. He's as miraculous as the rumors say." "Did you really get intelligence on the undead race from him?" Shinyi said. "I did, and I've already handed it over to the Shadow Hand." "Your Highness, I believe him. I specialize in soul magic and am very sensitive to corrupted souls. His soul is very pure, with righteous anger and firm belief. He can't be a puppet of the undead. Why would an undead make a deal with you? He was treated unfairly on the undead side and had a very difficult time." Hearing this, a flash of inspiration struck the large skeleton's mind. "Because I suffered from 996. Prince Norton was confused. 996. What is 996? "I have suffered too much unfair treatment. You humans may not know, but there are capitalists among us undead." Prince Norton asked. "Capitalists? Are they a new species of undead?" "Let me put it this way. I'm a poor undead who doesn't own any tools. I have to sell my labor to the capitalists, owners of the tools that I use. I work to the bone, but the capitalists benefit the most. The undead are tireless and do not get tired. As workers, they are indeed the perfect targets of exploitation. They don't even need to eat to keep working. In this way, the capitalists greatly save on labor costs." "So, what is 996? Then, work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., with less than an hour for lunch and dinner breaks, totaling more than 10 hours of work a day, and working 6 days a week. That's a bit harsh." Later, I even experienced 007, from midnight to midnight, 7 days a week without rest, commonly known as 007. My god, the capitalists of your undead race are really not good people. "Oh, you poor skeleton. Let me hug you. I think I understand you a little. I want to know how you survived in such a cruel environment." The large skeleton had tears in its eyes, as if lost in memories. "I remember that day. It was snowing heavily. When I escaped, I saw him, the boy who lived. He was cold and hungry, and only had a box of matches." "Don't worry about the matches." "No, we must worry about them. It was he who struck a match and lit a fire to warm me. He made me feel the kindness and warmth of humanity for the first time, so I decided to rebel. I had no choice before, but now I want to be a good person." Suddenly, the system notification prompted again. "Congratulations, you and your partner have launched a full-scale condemnation of capitalists, which has allowed the new title, the Little Match Boy, to grow strong. Undead friend, is there any way you can prove your identity?" The large skeleton presented the skull bone medal. The old man stepped forward and cast an arcane spell to examine it. "Awarded to Fern, the field collections officer of the 5th Squadron of the Skeleton Army. Given by Terrence, War General of the Undead. Only the recipient of the medal can ignite the soul fire." "Your Highness, what they said is true. An undead betraying its own race to serve a human. This has never happened in history. Is this what it feels like to witness history?" "Boy who lived, you were seriously injured in battle and have forgotten your original name. As a prince of the Holy Amethyst Empire, I must bestow a name upon you." "My god, a name bestowed by the prince is a great honor. After being given a name, as long as you live in the human kingdom, you'll be set for life. Boy who lived, you shall be called Harry." "Your Highness, please change it. Please don't start with Ha. This is my most sincere request." "Then how about Loli?" Shinyi was speechless. "Loli? I'd rather be called Harry. It seems you don't like it very much either. In human history, there are 2 legendary sons of gods. It is said that when endless calamities descend, they will appear in the world to save all the devout people. One is named Loli, and the other is named Peppa. Since you are not willing to be called Loli, then let's call you Peppa." This name immediately reminded Shinyi of the pig-shaped hairdryer brand from his home world, Earth. Then the naming ceremony began. The soldiers held their longswords, their bodies glowing with golden light, solemn and dignified. "Swear, Peppa, that from now on you will never betray humanity. If you break this oath, your soul will be shattered immediately. The moment you take this oath, you will become a respected hero, and in the future, as long as you achieve military merit, you can be made a saint." "So, I'm like a saint in training? This is a good deal. I, Peppa, swear here that I will never betray humanity, no matter what." The next second, a strong golden light erupted, manifesting a giant golden sword. Then the golden light dissipated, and the naming ceremony was officially over. "Congratulations, child. The ceremony is complete. From now on, you are no longer Peppa." Shinyi was immediately excited. "I'm not? Can I get a new name after completing the ceremony? Tell me quickly. From now on, you will be called Saint Peppa." Shinyi was not well. "Why can't I get away from this pink little pig? I'll pretend I didn't see what happened today. You and your partner should proceed with caution. If you have anything to report in the future, inform me first. If you can pull off something big, I will not be stingy with rewards." He then gave Shinyi an envelope. "This is enchanted letter paper. Whatever is written on it will be written on my matching pair. This is a special supply for royal intelligence. You can use it to contact me for any important intelligence or events in the future. I swear to serve humanity to the death." But he was secretly overjoyed. "I've struck it rich now. The large skeleton must have a lot of undead intelligence." After telling Shinyi to be careful, Prince Norton prepared to leave with his men. "Oh, Saint Peppa, let me tell you, the name Peppa actually holds a secret. In the legends, the divine son Peppa's weapon was ever-changing. One moment it was a sword, the next a spear or a bow, and it would even transform into strange weapons unknown to humans. Those with this name often have improved skills with weapons. Remember to work hard and strive to become a master of all kinds of weapons." "Are there many people named Peppa?" "Quite a few. I know 5 of them personally. Old Peppa, Little Peppa, Red Peppa, Big Peppa, and Fat Peppa. You are definitely the most special Peppa. You are the Saint Peppa." Afterward, everyone bid farewell to Shinyi. "We should go too, Peppa." Shinyi was visibly pissed off. "Don't call me Peppa. Call me Shinyi. Got it?" At the same time, he put the large skeleton into his storage ring as he stepped through the door. But just then, a strange change occurred. Time seemed to have been frozen. Shinyi felt this inexplicable force. He looked back and saw that the scene before him was strangely frozen. What the hell is happening? The system notification popped up again. As a weak human, you were surrounded by the enemy, but you turned the situation around with your wisdom, even turning enemies into friends and playing both sides. This is the fundamental reason you were able to obtain this title. Congratulations, you have obtained the title, One of Us, for the third time. You are the first ordinary person who has obtained the same title 3 times in a row, which is impossible, but you did it. Congratulations. Your door has gained a hidden ability, Temporal Stagnation. Basic. When you cross the gate, you can cause the time on one side of the gate to freeze for 3 seconds, while the other side is unaffected. After each use, it cannot be activated again for 1 week in your relative time. Additionally, the next title quality of blue or higher you acquire, you will also gain another ability. After the prompt, the time freeze ended. Is that it? That was too fast. But the large skeleton in the ring didn't notice anything. He then devoured the One of Us title, gaining 3 status points, with a current total of 10 distributable status points. He then returned to his bed to catch up on sleep, but he had just laid down when someone knocked on the door. It was Director Chan Russian. He told Shinyi to get up quickly, as they were about to leave on the airship for the exam venue. Later, on a luxurious airship, Shinyi was about to fall asleep on the sofa, but his phone buzzed with a message. Shinyi, I also got a chance to take the entrance exam for the 3 major high schools. Let's meet up. Zhao Yibing, how did she get the qualification for the exam? I feel like she looks strange. Is it because she dyed her hair purple? Director Chen, another girl from our school, also got the qualification for the entrance exam of the 3 major high schools. Do you know about this? Her name is Zhao Yibing, right? I just found out too. It is said that the girl has amazing talent and has been hidden by the Archaeological Association until today. The Archaeological Association was an extremely important and influential organization in this world, responsible for excavating various ruins and obtaining different powerful artifacts and knowledge from ancient times. But Shinyi wondered to himself, but Zhao Yibing doesn't look like someone with that kind of connection. Wait, that's right. Xiao Mingyu has been investigating this matter. She knows more about the overall situation. I should ask her. But Shinyi fell silent. He remembered the last time he had made Xiao Mingyu cry and wondered if she would still talk to him. But to find out the truth, he still called her. Soon, Xiao Mingyu's clear voice came from the other end of the phone. Hello, Shinyi. What's up? Xiao Mingyu, I have a question for you. Do you know Zhao Yibing? Xiao Mingyu replied. She's dead. You came late, so you didn't see her, but she just sent me a message. Are you also participating in the entrance exam? Let's talk when we meet. But Shinyi, you must remember my words. Never meet Zhao Yibing alone. She is very dangerous now. Last night at 3:25 a.m., a soaring sword aura from Xiao Mingyu rose from the river in the suburbs. The AI determined that she had made a breakthrough in her sword skills. After her breakthrough, she performed 49 sword forms on a lone peak on the river, then walked on the river with her sword and left gracefully. Shinyi thought to himself, she must have capitalized the Holy Guardian blessing. Then he questioned out loud, why can she use sword skills so early, while we, who are also in middle school, only learn basic physical training methods? Noble family disciples start training their comprehension resonance from a young age. Ordinary people learn this in high school. It's meaningless to compare yourself with them. But don't worry, Shinyi, you are also a noble family disciple. Although you have never received a single benefit from your noble family, you have us at the Human Martial Arts Group. We will do our best to help you pass the exam. Shinyi gave a forced smile, thinking, this old guy is saying this because he's afraid I'll leave the group and return to my noble family. Just as Shinyi was about to continue his nap, his phone suddenly received another message. Shinyi, I'm about to leave for the exam. Why don't we travel together? It's Zhao Yibing again. Are you dead or not? I really want to sleep. Please stop messaging me. You go ahead. I'm in Jianbei. I'll leave tomorrow or the day after. Soon, Shinyi received a reply. What a coincidence. I'm also in Jianbei. Where are you now? Could it be such a coincidence? Oh, what a shame. My friend just came to pick me up. We're going to Nanshan Temple now. I was also planning to go to Nanshan Temple to burn incense. I'm almost there now. How about we have dinner together tonight? How is that possible? Nanshan Temple is a full 100 kilometers from Jianbei. Her reply came only a few minutes after mine. How did she do it? At this moment, Shinyi was too sleepy to hold on any longer. Whatever, I'll sleep first. She can't threaten me now anyway. At this moment, the sky above Nanshan Temple was overcast, and an airship was slowly passing by. A girl in the temple looked at her phone in silence. Next to her, a man was gnawing on a corpse on the ground. The once solemn and sacred temple was now spattered with blood everywhere. Shinyi, do you think you can escape? What belongs to me, I will take back with my own hands. Meanwhile, in his sleep, Shinyi dreamed of himself as a child, happily playing with fireworks. Suddenly, a cry for help came. 2 little girls were being chased by a vicious dog. Little Shinyi rushed over without a second thought and shielded the 2 little girls with his body. The vicious dog's bloody mouth then bit down on little Shinyi. When he opened his eyes again, he saw his worried parents. The damage done to him was almost fatal, and the 2 little girls came to see him as soon as he woke up. Brother Shinyi, this is a greeting card for you. Thank you for saving us. We're going home now. We had a great time with you. Little Shinyi also gave 2 greeting cards to the little girls, and then watched them leave. Suddenly, Shinyi was also woken up by Director Chen. Shinyi, get up. I'm taking you to eat. 10 years have passed. I wonder what the 2 little girls I saved are like now. The 2 then went to the restaurant on the airship. Wow, this is so lavish. Obviously, this is the most advanced and luxurious large airship. Shinyi then feasted on a pork knuckle in one hand and meat skewers in the other, and soon his stomach was full. Excuse me, are these meat skewers left over? Can I eat them? If you want to eat them, go ahead. Doesn't the group even give people enough food to eat? Look how hungry this kid is. This is just sad. Don't look down on our group. This shuttle has selections from 11 provinces. This young man here is from the Eternal Life Science and Technology Federation. Guiyun, what are you doing here? Oh, isn't this old Chen? What? Did you get lucky this year and recruit a newcomer too? Hai, you recruited 7 people in such a short time? Hai gave Director Chen a look, and Director Chen understood. You kids go play now. We adults have something to talk about here. Come on, I know a cool spot on the airship. I was asking you for food just now because I was actually playing this. The card showed a task. Eat the food from 7 candidates for free. You don't know what this is? It seems your parents aren't pros. It's okay, I can tell you. Here, give me your hand. The next second, an identical card appeared in Shinye's hand out of thin air. This is the 3 major high schools rookies deck produced by the Tower of Tarot. I'm telling you this because you helped me complete a mission once. Establish yourself in the rookie deck to become one of the cards. Without any promotion, have at least 6 candidates stand up and participate in an activity you host. How come I have a mission too? Guiyun explained. By completing the mission, you can become a candidate card in the rookie deck. I'm working on that right now. Then what's the use of becoming one of the cards? The Tower of Tarot is the referee for this exam. This deck of cards is equivalent to an exam assistance system they've created. You can get a lot of exclusive exam information through the deck. The cards will randomly issue missions like this, and completing them will increase your rating. If your rating level can make it onto the leaderboard in the cards, there are many benefits. You'll also have more initiative in the subsequent exams and school selection. Some can even get advertising sponsorships and become a star in the spotlight. Alright, this is very interesting indeed. Then let's find a way to complete the missions on it and become a rookie. He then looked around and soon found the vent on the ceiling. Hey, do you see that vent? We're just standing here bored. Let's see who can touch that vent. Shinye's proposal immediately aroused the boy's competitive spirit. Guiyun prepared for a running start, then shot out like a bullet. With his speed, he ran up the wall and then reached for the vent with all his might. Despite this, he was still a long way from the target. I was so close. Shinyi gestured from behind. What do you mean close? You were clearly this far off. One try each. It's my turn now. Shinyi jumped with all his might, but he didn't even jump as high as Guiyun. The commotion they made attracted the attention of the people around them. Look over there. They seem to be trying to touch the ceiling. That spot is too high. It's hard to reach. This height is a bit high for you, but if I take a few more running steps, I should be able to touch it easily. Even touching it with my whole palm wouldn't be a problem. I'll show you how easy it is. Then, more and more boys were attracted over, wanting to prove themselves. Soon, all the boys in the hall had gathered around and participated in this activity. At this moment, Shinye's first mission objective had been achieved. The happiness of boys is just that simple. Now please complete the second test. Have at least 12 candidates stand up and participate in another activity you host. Shinyi then had a flash of inspiration. Hello everyone. Brothers, look over here. Our human martial arts group is here to provide you with a benefit, to protect everyone and prevent you from being deceived and harmed during the most beautiful years of your youth. Director Chen of our human martial arts group has invited me to give a free lecture on relationship red flags. Relationship red flags lecture? What's that? What's written on these slips of paper? Shinyi informed them. These are some common phrases used between the opposite sexes. A girl once said to me, "Do you really have abs? I don't believe it. Did you lift up your shirt and show her?" Yes, I was so stupid back then. After she saw them, she kept chasing me, and now I regret it. I just didn't know how to deal with it at the time. Remember, girls are not to be underestimated. You must be careful with these kinds of phrases. Could that really happen? You must remember this lesson. Our male bodies are very precious. What if you get posted online? Brothers, I have this experience because I'm too handsome, and you have already stood out from the crowd. From now on, you must pay attention to this and protect yourselves. Then what if someone keeps pestering you with messages, like online messages? I don't want to burn bridges, since we all know each other. You just keep replying with a laugh. Oh my god, that's amazing. Great, I see. The last resort would be you just say you're going to take a shower, and the conversation will naturally end. Being moved by Shinye's words, one by one, the boys brought up the problems they had encountered. Remember, brothers, you must be able to distinguish whether she likes you for who you are, or if she just wants your body. We boys must be responsible for ourselves. Shinye's words were met with a resounding response from all the boys, and just like that, they decided to call themselves as the Brominators. Congratulations on completing the challenge. You have become a member of the rookie deck. Meanwhile, Director Chen and Yu Sihai were standing on the upper floor, watching the group of young people fool around. It was the kid you brought who started it. Seeing his smug look, he probably completed his mission. He's got some clever tricks. I remember among the rookies I've brought before, the highest one reached 4 stars in the tarot cards. I didn't expect a lazy bum like you to start mentoring rookies. How's that kid? Director Chen was confident. He has the potential to surpass your 4-star student. But you, how did you recruit so many rookies at once? There was an A-level calamity in the 8 southeastern provinces, and a large number of masters died just to barely seal it back. These 7 rookies I brought are all descendants of fallen heroes, and their talent is not bad. The government decided to let them try. At the very least, they'll be guaranteed a spot in a provincial key high school. Those who can come to participate in this exam are the most outstanding students in the world, and the disciples of the various noble families are full of hidden talents. Although students are not allowed to kill each other in the exam, there have been various accidents in the past. What if they? Old Chin, I understand what you mean, but that's not something we can interfere with. I'm just following orders. At this moment, Shinyi then went to the airship's deck alone. Shinyi noticed a change happening on his card, and a skull image gradually appeared. The next second, the card transformed to show Shinyi with a wicked smile, holding a skull, looking like a villain. Human martial arts group candidate. Provisional card. No star rating. All rookies who join the deck for the first time are provisional cards. Your rating will be upgraded based on your performance. You will become an official card when you reach 1 star. What's the use of becoming an official card? Become an official rookie card and retain this status until the end of the exam, and you will definitely be admitted to the 3 major academies. Becoming an official card guarantees admission. Wouldn't everyone be fighting for it? How many official rookie cards are there in total? The card reported that there are 54 in total, which means there are only 54 guaranteed spots. How many people are participating in the exam this year, and how many have participated in the card activity? The card answered that there are a total of 3,579 candidates this year. There are 1,708 provisional card candidates, of which all 1,603 noble family disciples hold cards, while there are 105 ordinary candidates. The gap between people is too big. I'm afraid those 105 ordinary candidates will never be able to break through the ranks of the noble family disciples and become become official cards, so all the noble family disciples are in the cards. Then is she in it too? The next second, the card changed, and the image of a girl holding a sword appeared on the card. Xiaomingyu, Luo family disciple, strength level 5 stars, official card, the undisputed #1 in swordsmanship among all candidates. 5-star benefits, not yet known. You must reach 5 stars to know. She has 5 stars. Why does she get to cross the river in a lone boat with a bamboo hat and a long sword, looking so cool, and I'm just holding a skull? The card then prompted whether to add as a friend, which Xinyi accepted. The other party has added you as a friend. From now on, you can hold the card and call the other party to talk directly. Soon, Xiaomingyu sent a message. Xinyi, you joined the rookie deck too? I was a bit bored on the airship, and a friend happened to teach me, so I learned to play with this card. Xiaomingyu replied, this is from the Tower of Tarot. It has some benefits. I was going to tell you after you arrived. By the way, why does your card portrait look like a major villain? Xinyi was embarrassed at this, wanting to change it later on, but Xiaomingyu reassured, it's automatically generated. I suggest you check out the rookie rankings to get an idea of everyone's strength if you have time. We can talk more when you get here. Then Xinyi checked the rookie rankings, and found that with Xiaomingyu's was ranked 5th. The first place was named Nangong Sirui, which made Xinyi very curious. The next second, Nangong Sirui's information appeared. Nangong Sirui, the eldest son of this generation of the Nangong family, heir to the ancestral line. Strength level, 6 stars, the undisputed #1 of the year. 6 stars. The girls these days are really something. All of them so powerful, and so pretty too. But then he realized, this was a guy. You're a guy. Why are you so good looking? And you even wear ancient costumes, with a white robe and a fan. So what if you're 6 stars? However, Xinyi realized that he was the only 6 star on the list, and all the remaining 5-star and 4-star students were from noble families. It seems I need to find a way to raise my star rating quickly. Xinyi pondered on what he could do, and decided to perform the incomplete version of the heaven-shattering frost moon technique. Let's give it a shot. Taking a deep breath and adjusting his breathing, his figure began to blur. He moved quickly across the deck, then kicked towards the sky, finishing with moonlit deer walk, and landing steadily on the airship's railing. Although somewhat incomplete and uncertain, it is after all a suspected long-lost technique. If this legacy reappears in the world, it will add many uncertainties to this exam. You have been successfully promoted to 1 star. You have become an official member of the deck. 1-star benefit obtained. You can refuse someone's challenge once per hour. Xinyi's card image changed again, now showing him holding a skull and laughing maniacally. Human martial arts group examinee. Rookie card, 1 star. I feel like my laugh is too punchable. Getting so carried away with just 1 star. He then received 2 friend requests, one from Guiyan and one from Zhang Xiaoi. Immediately, he received messages from both of them. Xinyi, you became a 1 star so quickly? That's awesome. Damn, brother Xin is so fierce. Let's go hang out together when we get there. It's just 1 star. Is it necessary to be so excited? But he still agreed to their request. You've become a 1-star official member. Xinyi was speechless. It's just 1 star. Is it worth you being so excited? Director Chen continued. Of course, as long as you've been on the list once, even if you get knocked off later, it's enough to attract everyone's attention. For you to become a 1-star so quickly has greatly exceeded my expectations. You've done well. Director Chen then pointed forward. We've arrived. Where is this? Why have I never heard of such a city? This is Cloud Spire Port. It was once the outer area of an ancient ruin. After excavation was completed, it became an entry and exit port city. Look over there. Those are the ancient ruin clusters that have not yet been fully excavated. They are full of countless unknown dangers, and the excavation difficulty is very high. And one of the 3 most famous high schools in the world, Jialan Academy, is located within the ruins. The teachers and students of Jialan Academy are responsible for researching the ruins in the sky, searching for legacies and history from them. The elites of humanity bear the responsibility of excavating history. One day, history will tell us what the truth of the world is, and where we humans came from. As his words fell, bright lights lit up in the sky, and then turned into streaks of meteors that landed on the airship, one of which stopped in front of Xinyi. This is the examinee pass. Once you step into Cloud Spire Port, you will receive an examinee pass and be included in the observation of the examiners. You will be evaluated based on your performance until tomorrow night. Those with high ratings will receive some help and rewards in the exam. Help and rewards, are they any good? Of course, after the banquet tomorrow night, you will be teleported to the exam site. So before that, you have to find a way to get a high rating to get rewards and achieve better results in the exam. Then what is the format of the exam? How long will it take? Director Chen answered. It's hard to say. The format and duration change every year. One year it was a written test that only took 45 minutes. Another year it was wilderness survival that lasted for a full 3 months. What kind of tricks are these? It's too hard to figure out. Director Chen, however, was very nonchalant. Be optimistic. At least you're already a 1-star rookie. You'll definitely get extra benefits in the exam, but it's hard to say what those benefits will be. They're different every year. Then, the examinee pass and the card began to merge. It is detected that you are already a member of the rookie deck. Now integrating. Obtain the first reward mission. Take the Azure Dragon for a ride in the South Sea, and only return after soaring 100,000 leagues above the clouds. What kind of mission is this? Asking a rookie like me to walk a dragon for 100,000 leagues? You're overestimating me. Then the card prompted. If you want to give up the current mission, please swipe this card with your finger. Don't make a fuss. This is a mission from the ancient Tower of Tarot. Don't mind it. Although completing it will give you a very high rating, most of them are impossible to complete. Xinyi noticed Director Chen's wording. Most of them are impossible to complete. That means a small portion can be completed. Those missions can only be completed by noble family disciples. They have vast resources behind them and can complete some of them to improve their rating. This is not fair to ordinary candidates. Whatever, I'll just get a new quest. Xinyi began to re-roll his quests. Slay demons and eliminate devils. Return only after 10 years. Transcribe 800,000 scrolls in the scripture pavilion. Taste the feces of 1,000 monsters and analyze their components. What the hell are these? Isn't there a single mission that can be done? Spar and win 1 match to quickly raise your star level. This mission cannot be refused unless you use your star level privilege. Finally, This one seems doable. Don't even think about it. This mission is what I said belongs to the noble family disciples. They use the best equipment from their families to hunt rookies like you and earn ratings from you. Director Chen then pointed to the side and told Shinyi to look. A young man with a long spear and armor was stepping on another boy who had been beaten badly. Shinyi recognized the one being beaten as Zhang Xiaoyi, who had just contacted him. What a waste. He's not even a rookie. My rating didn't even go up. What bad luck. Don't worry. The medical team is on standby. A general injury will heal quickly. It's just that the person will feel sore for a while. But if someone dies, the situation is different. They will be directly disqualified from the exam and may even go to jail. So, don't have any naive ideas about fairness. Your assessment has actually already begun, and only the strong can stand out and be respected. I didn't plan to let you come this early, but since you're being hunted, this exam site is under strict surveillance, so it's much safer for you here than outside. Rating obtained, the drowned. You are in a situation where you could be killed at any moment, yet you are completely unaware. This is the mark of the drowned. Didn't Director Chen say that the exam site is under strict surveillance and killing is not allowed? Why did this card give such a rating? I'm in danger of being killed at any moment. Who wants to kill me? Is it those noble family disciples who came to play with me? Can they bypass the surveillance in the exam site to attack me? Or have new assassins already infiltrated the candidates? Suddenly, a prompt on the card startled Shinyi. Someone has challenged you. Challenger, Xiao Mingyu. This challenge cannot be refused. Xiao Mingyu? Why is she challenging me? Just then, Shinyi heard someone calling him. The person who came was Xiao Mingyu, with a golden, great swordmaster title above her head. She smiled and greeted Shinyi, then told him to come with her. I won't be a third wheel. I'll contact you later. Shinyi embarrassingly retorted that they were just friends. Shinyi then met up with Xiao Mingyu. Why did you challenge me? Xiao Mingyu said, let's find a place to talk. Follow me. She then led Shinyi to a small, soundproof gym. As the two were walking and talking, the wall in front of them suddenly shattered, and a girl flew out from it. Damn, what's going on? You have so many powerful ultimate techniques and such good weapons. Why are you fighting me? I'm just farming for ratings. Who cares about you? Even his companion wanted to get a turn next. Shinyi remembered this fat man on the deck leaderboard. He was a rookie with a 4-star strength rating, ranked 17th. At this moment, the fat man also noticed Shinyi. Another 1-star. I'm so lucky today. He's mine. You can't touch him. Fine, I'll let you go first. I'll be next. Didn't you hear me clearly? He's mine. Trying to keep him all to yourself. Huh, I'm telling you, you won't get far like this. Just before the fist was about to hit Xiao Mingyu, she calmly swung her longsword into its sheath. At this moment, the fat man's body was entwined with sword auras. The next second, his clothes were torn to shreds, and he was sent flying backward. This scene stunned everyone present. Although the fat man's clothes were completely shredded, his skin was not harmed in the slightest. This was Xiao Mingyu's peak precision on display. So it's you, the 5th-ranked Xiao Mingyu. The fat man then quickly ran away naked with his 2 companions. Are we really going to fight later? Xiao Mingyu retorted. Scared? Don't worry, I won't let you get hurt. At most, you'll end up naked like him. I'm just kidding. The real reason is that as long as we are always in combat, no one else can challenge you. Shinyi sighed, very disappointed. If the combat doesn't end, no one else can challenge you. Isn't this a loophole? If everyone does this, they can protect themselves. Not necessarily. Others can also forcibly interrupt our combat on the condition that they defeat me. Then I'm relieved. The 2 of us together are 6 stars. Who would dare to mess with us? Could it be that there is someone going to challenge you? Xiao Mingyu said, that won't happen. This whole thing is a bit shameless, and not every noble family disciple is willing to do it. I'm not farming any points as well, and as far as I know, the number 1, Nangong Sirui, hasn't either. He's a very proud person and disdains such things. Then what if someone who farms points surpasses you? Isn't that simple? Just beat them and take the spot back. Strength is indeed the ultimate truth. The 2 then entered the soundproof closed training gym. No one can hear what we say in here. Only noble family disciples, professionals, or 5-star rookies can apply for this kind of advanced combat arena. An ordinary person like you would probably be kicked out directly. This is so frustrating. Is this world owned by the noble families? Xiao Mingyu said, let's not talk about that. Let's get down to business. About Zhao Yibing. You said she's dead, but she sent me a message. It was Zhao Yibing who took me to find the Skinner that day, and then she was killed. Zhao Yibing's body was most likely also taken by the Black Shadow that took the Skinner as well. Zhao Yibing has been resurrected, so the Skinner must be. And you said Zhao Yibing is also coming to take the exam. Be very careful. Stay far away from her. She is definitely not human anymore. This situation is already very serious. Right, we should report it to Kunlun. Isn't it a super AI that's supposed to handle these things? I've already reported it, but there was no response. I advise you not to count on it either. After all, no one will care about the life or death of an ordinary person like you. Shinyi immediately remembered that he had also called the police when he went to pick up the little girl last night, but it was useless. Someone has made a deal with the Skinner. All communications will be cut off at the place where the Skinner fights, to cover up for his killing. The noble family behind the Skinner has that much power? Xiao Mingyu said. Not only that, this morning, several noble families have already come to our house. They want me to get engaged to an uncle from a major noble family who is over 50 and just lost his wife. You definitely didn't agree, right? I said I needed a few days to think about it. Shinyi was even more surprised. Why? Why didn't you refuse? Because I'm too weak. I can only use this excuse to buy time. Once I get into one of the 3 major high schools, I will never come out until the day I'm not afraid of them. Only then did Shinyi let out a long sigh of relief. The Shin family is forcing me to apologize, but I didn't expect the Luo family to be even more ruthless, wanting to directly destroy Xiao Mingyu. She has been practicing the sword since she was a child and has achieved such a high level of swordsmanship, yet she still has to be so careful, and I don't even have a single skill to protect myself. Have you decided which high school you want to apply to? Shinyi replied, I haven't decided. I don't know anything about the 3 major high schools. Then let's not worry about applying to high school for now. I'll give you some pointers. You should know that before high school, ordinary people can't get any real techniques, but I can give you my noble family's technique. The next second, a sword aura slashed towards Shinyi. Xiao Mingyu's figure, holding a long sword, moved around the room at an extremely fast speed, displaying her sword technique. This display overwhelmed Shinyi. This is our Luo family's ripple treasure treading sword technique. Want to learn it? I can teach you. Ripple treading sword technique? If you casually teach me the Luo family's sword style, won't it cause problems for you? Xinye's words stunned Xiaomingyu. Do you have any idea how many people out there would go crazy and fight over our noble family's cultivation techniques if they were made public? And you have time to worry about me? I just don't want to get you into trouble. Xiaomingyu turned her head away, blushing. It's fine. There won't be any trouble. But she thought to herself, if he hadn't helped me yesterday, I would have been defiled by the Skinner. Now, as a reward, I'm teaching him a cultivation technique, and he's still worried about me. What a fool. I really want to learn, but I don't have a sword. Weren't you holding a sword when you were fighting the Skinner yesterday? Xinyi quickly explained. That was just a decoration I picked up in the hotel. I've already thrown it away. If I had known, I would have stolen one from home and brought it with me. But it seems it's too late now. This made Xinyi break out in a cold sweat. Stealing is not a good idea. What if your family finds their Luo family sword on me and wants to kill me? That's true. Then we'll have to forget about the sword style. Luckily, I've prepared other techniques. Xinye's eyes lit up. There are other techniques? Of course. There's Torrent Kick, 7 kills chop, Thunder Palm, and 16 form short strikes. Tell me if there's anything you want to learn. Did you just say Thunder Palm? That's right. The palm is as swift as lightning and as powerful as thunder, hence the name, Thunder Palm. Only 7 noble families have preserved the secret manual for this palm technique, and our Luo family is one of them. Xinyi realized that the Thunder Palm technique is the missing piece to the secret technique that the mysterious voice mentioned, but he found it odd that the technique should be from the Nightmare Realm. He didn't understand how Xiaomingyu would know about it. Where did this Thunder Palm technique come from? It was found in these sky ruins. It is said that our ancestors from several major noble families discovered it in an abandoned attic while excavating the Jialan ruins in the sky. It seems you've heard of Thunder Palm's reputation, but this is notoriously difficult to practice. Without enough aptitude, it's hard to unleash the true power of Thunder Palm. I've memorized its movements and key points before. Since you seem very interested, I'll perform it for you once. Watch my palm technique and try to focus all your aptitude on observing. Xinyi immediately focused his attention, and at the same time, he added all his status points to aptitude. Your current total aptitude value is 1 plus 10 equals 11. Xiaomingyu then unleashed a palm strike accompanied by lightning and began to demonstrate all the moves of Thunder Palm in the room. Do you have a general impression? This palm technique doesn't seem that powerful. Or did you just make a mistake somewhere? What do you mean not that powerful? If an ordinary person learns it, they can immediately get a job and be set for life. Also, where did you say I made a mistake? Xinyi then began to perform Thunder Palm and explain the different nuances and small details that Xiaomingyu told him about. But look, you did use force in this palm strike, but the force was on the wrist joint, not the joint between the palm bones. Shouldn't the correct way be like this? As he spoke, Xinyi threw a palm strike. Its power was several times greater than Xiaomingyu's. Xiaomingyu looked at what was happening in disbelief. I specialize in swordsmanship and have never learned palm techniques. It seems your aptitude is indeed not bad to interpret my explanation properly. This is the Thunder Palm Essentials. You can read it yourself. System prompt: Thunder Palm Essentials. Quality: green. To comprehend Thunder Palm Essentials to the initial stage requires 5 aptitude points. To the adept stage requires 9 aptitude points. To the master stage requires 12 aptitude points. And to the grandmaster stage requires 15 aptitude points. So this is what aptitude is for. No wonder the noble family disciples can learn profound techniques at such a young age. They must have been refining their aptitude since they were children. As Xinyi continued to practice Thunder Palm while looking at the secret manual, congratulations, your aptitude is extremely high, and you have already learned the Thunder Palm Essentials to the adept stage. It seems Thunder Palm is very suitable for you. You learned it so quickly. Quick, take out your tarot card and see. Your strength rating must have changed. You learned Thunder Palm in a very short time. It seems you have extremely high aptitude. Your star rating has been upgraded, and you have become a 2-star rookie. In addition to accessing basic information, you can now get a personally designated figurines, a new hairstyle, new clothes, and a slogan. Xinyi immediately wanted to try changing his hair and clothes, but unexpectedly, the image the card changed him into was that of a bald man with a necklace of skulls around his neck. Xinyi was so angry that he threw the card on the ground. Xiaomingyu reassured him. The card is teasing you. When you reach 4 stars, its attitude will get better and better. But you have to be careful. If you have a bad attitude towards it, it might affect its rating of you. I'm sorry. You're my precious. Oh no, it's 11 o'clock. Qian Russian told me to find him tonight. Xiaomingyu said, I'll continue to practice my sword here. If you're free, you can come and find me anytime. Can I ask you to continue investigating the Skinner's background? Alright, I'll keep on it. Xinyi then returned to his accommodation alone. After entering his room, he couldn't wait to explore the secret hidden in the techniques that the mysterious voice had mentioned. I'll start by performing each one. In a swift combination, he used all of the 4 techniques in succession. However, nothing had happened. It seems this Thunder Palm is indeed not the Thunder Palm from the Nightmare Realm. At this moment, the large skeleton began to complain. Seriously, why do you always like to practice these useless things? You've even collected the most useless skills from several races. Shadow Mirage is so useless that even the undead themselves are unwilling to learn it, let alone humans, beasts, and elves. Frost Wind has no killing power, and when facing ranged attacks or multiple enemies, you can only wait to die. No human would ever practice this thing. Moonlit Deer Walk is just the movement technique of ordinary elven soldiers. Any elf who has achieved military merit will learn a more advanced movement technique. And the beasts, Thunder Palm, is also rarely learned by anyone. It's difficult to practice and has no damage, and beasts are naturally afraid of thunder. I've lived for so many years and have never seen anyone who has collected all these useless things like you. You should find a way to go to the Imperial Military Academy and learn some truly advanced stuff. Wait, are you saying that what I just performed was the Thunder Palm of the beast race from the Nightmare Realm? Of course it is. But why would a cultivation technique from the Nightmare Realm appear in this world? The large skeleton was a little speechless. I don't even have a brain, and you're asking me? Strange. Since Fern said this is the authentic beast, Thunder Palm, why did nothing happen? Last time I collected the skills, I learned the incomplete heaven-shattering shattering frost moon. Just then, a strange change occurred. Shinyi felt as if his body was about to explode. The next second, blood spurted from his 7 orifices in various parts of his body. He then knelt on the ground and spat out a large mouthful of blood. His whole body then went limp, and he collapsed on the ground. His breathing became difficult, and his consciousness began to gradually fade. Is this the feeling of death? Am I going to die? Shinyi's consciousness seemed to have fallen into a dark space and was constantly sinking. Finally returning to his own body, he felt an unparalleled cold, a cold that seemed to freeze all the blood in his body. But at this moment, he also realized that it was this cold aura that had saved him, and he could now breathe again. Shinyi knew that he had learned a new breathing method, and he understood that he had to maintain this breathing, otherwise he would die completely. As time passed, Shinyi gradually mastered this breathing method. He could feel that this new breathing method was mobilizing every organ in his body. Shinyi felt his heart, blood, nerves, cells, everything flowing with his breath. It was a feeling of comfort he had never experienced before. If he had to describe it, this was a state of perfect unity. Only then did he realize that his previous breathing had always been mixed and rough. It could only maintain the basic operation of his body and had no other effect. Suddenly, he opened his eyes wide in shock because he saw an incredible sight. Strangely, it was the first time Shinyi had seen this sight, but a voice echoed in his heart, telling him, "This is the arcane realm. This is the arcane realm." Then Shinyi's body slowly regained consciousness. System prompt: congratulations, you have mastered the arcane realm ocular art, divine moonlight gaze. This ocular art is the fundamental and exclusive method of the lunar legacy. The power of the arcane realm and all high-level arts will be revealed before your eyes, with nothing concealed. All your basic attributes are increased by 3 points. Your basic resonance is increased by 8 points, and the resonance of all lunar legacy techniques is increased by 20 points. Shinyi stood up, surprised to find that his body had completely recovered. What does this resonance represent? It increased by 8 points in one go. The arcane eye has been opened, and the following prompt has been obtained. When you raise all your attributes to 20 points, you can obtain a true being level title. True being grade title? What is this? In the arcane realm vision I saw in my consciousness before, this world seems to be full of mysteries. Your heaven-shattering frost moon, incomplete, has evolved into its complete form. From now on, you can perform the true heaven-shattering frost moon. Heaven-shattering frost moon, first tier of the arcane realm, lunar legacy secret technique, purple, peerless. Next, his techniques evolve into frostbite, moon flow, thunderclap, and celestial shadow. Frostbite kicks away enemies and their weapons, and even spells. Comes with an ice attribute that can slow down the movement speed of the target. Moon flow, a combination of basic moves like dodging, dashing, and sidestepping. You can create a series of flowing afterimages while moving. Thunderclap contains the power of heavenly thunder, can break all evil, and has immense destructive power. Celestial shadow, you can hide in the shadow of a person or object and cannot be detected unless the opponent is proficient in shadow type abilities. Special buff, the resonance of all lunar legacy techniques is increased by 20 points, and their power is tripled. Shinyi was completely thrilled. He had been worried about not having any attack techniques, but now he had collected all these techniques all at once. A purple secret technique legacy. All the trouble by hopping between 2 worlds was all worth it. Still, Shinyi wondered why this was hidden behind scattered techniques, but he chose to dismiss it for now. He then went to the bathroom to wash off the bloodstains. I was seriously injured and on the verge of death, and then I learned divine moonlight gaze and came back to life. If it weren't for these bloodstains, I would have thought I was dreaming. An ocular art? My eyes seem to have a lot more spirit now. As he was observing, 2 lines of purple text suddenly appeared on the mirror. They were the 2 titles he had obtained in the other world by tricking the undead and human races, The Boy Who Lived and The Little Match Boy, obtainable only through high difficulty door opening missions. The following titles have extraordinary origins. I can now see the corresponding explanations for the titles. This must also be the power of divine moonlight gaze. But then he noticed something else was wrong. A red thread was wrapped around his neck. When did this red thread get wrapped around my neck? Art of an otherworldly deity. Description: when you appear within a 500-mile radius of the caster, they can sense your location and immediately teleport to you. At this moment, in a high-end casino, 5 noble family disciples were playing Fight the Landlord at a poker table, and their topic of conversation was the failure of Shinye's assassination. A bunch of useless servants can't even get things done. I'll fold this hand as an apology for the trouble I've caused everyone. It was the League of Assassins that messed up. We shouldn't be the ones to take the blame. Make a call to the League of Assassins headquarters. The next second, a hologram of a person appeared on the poker table. To the future pillars of the world, I am the head of the League of Assassins. Good evening. Please just call me Gongwu. Gongwu, what's going on? Your assassins actually leaked the employer's information? My apologies. That assassin was originally the strongest in our league, but he was passionate about pursuing a certain extremely romantic art, so he often forgot about his missions. He has already paid the price. I killed him. That Shinyi has already arrived at Cloud Spire Port and is about to take the exam. You won't fail again, will you? I promise you. I will make Shinyi disappear forever. If there are any more mistakes, I will personally cut off my own head and present it to you as an apology. The noble family disciples snorted in dissatisfaction, but they agreed to Gongwu's plan and then hung up the communication. Whose family can send an expert to oversee this and ensure that this matter is completed smoothly? We really need to supervise those assassins. They are too unreliable. Let me ask my family's great protector to act. He has always doted on me, so he definitely won't refuse. The old master himself would take action. Then there's no problem. Shinyi, that garbage who plays with women, even dared to make a move on Song Qingyun. And those commoners that are trying to rebel. These lowly commoners all deserve to die. At this moment, at the League of Assassins headquarters, Gongwu stood calmly in the room with his eyes closed. A thread appeared on his neck, and the next second, his head was cut off by the thread made by the skinner. So unappetizing. These old bodies of assassins are disgusting, but these noble family disciples look different. With their well-treated and well-trained bodies, their meat must be very delicious and juicy. At this moment, the skinner had also massacred the entire League of Assassins, and an evil energy mass emerged from the center of the control room. And then Zhao Yibing, who had already already been possessed by the evil god, walked out. The Skinner bowed respectfully. Welcome, my master. Did you just make a promise to someone? I was just talking casually. Besides you, no need to explain. My believers must keep their promises, even when they are impersonating someone else. Understood, my master. I will immediately deliver this old man's head to Cloud Spire Port to fulfill my promise to them. Those mortals just said that Xinyi is at Cloud Spire Port. That will be our new hunting ground. Do you want to eat those true great noble family disciples? The Skinner's whole body trembled with excitement. The old rules, the flesh and blood are yours. The souls are mine. I will also participate in this hunt. I need more souls to recover the power I consumed to descend here. Master, I am extremely grateful for your generosity. Actually, you don't need to do it yourself. As your servant, I can do it for you. Just now, the spell I cast on him was discovered. This means that not only is there an undead by his side, but there may also be a formidable entity hiding with him. To prevent being traced back, I have lifted the spell. With your strength, if you encounter it, you will be turned to ashes in an instant, and even I will not be able to resurrect you again. This time, I will not only absorb souls, but also see what kind of being is behind Xinyi. On Xinyi's side, the thread on his neck broke at this moment. At the same time, he received a prompt. The master of this spell is now aware that you have detected it. The spell has been dispelled. At some point, its master will use it again. Your world cannot yet able to comprehend this kind of spell. Damn it, this thread is obviously related to the Skinner. He really has been resurrected. So this is why the card evaluated me as the drowned. As he was speaking, the card in his hand changed. Rating updated. Prey lingering before a trap. You already know your fate, and you have claws and fangs. But can you escape the fate of death? This thing is so accurate, it can even sense my state. Then the card changed again. Human martial arts group candidate. Strength level, 5 stars. Rookie deck ranking, 11th. Provisional, the fastest progressing among all candidates. Undisputed. I jumped directly from 2 stars to 5 stars. 5-star benefits. The final rating before the exam starts will bring you special power for you to use in the exam. You can hide your level and still appear as a 2-star. Because you have awakened the arcane eye, your other performances are ignored, and you are forcibly promoted to 5 stars. This is only visible to you. Xinyi immediately chose to hide his star level. He didn't want to be so high profile, especially since there was a group of major noble family disciples who wanted to kill him. The card then reverted to Xinyi's 2-star appearance. After hiding, your strength ranking on the leaderboard will be based on 2 stars. Trump cards are never meant to be shown off. Although according to the card's ranking, there were very few noble family disciples who could threaten me. There's also the resurrected Skinner and the possessed Zhao Yibing who could come for me at any time. The top priority was still to find a way to continue to improve my strength. At this moment, Qian Russian called him. Xinyi, what on earth are you doing? I couldn't reach you all day. Xinyi quickly apologized. Qian Russian told him to go to the training hall on the 63rd floor, saying he had some new information for him. Soon Xinyi arrived to the training hall. Your goal in this exam is to enter the 3 major high schools, so I will first introduce you to them. The 3 major high schools are Jialan, Nadir, and Terran, and they each have their own focus. Jialan Academy emphasizes combat power but is located in the Sky Island ruins. Nadir High School pursues human history and is located in the deep sea. Terran High School has a bit of both and is located deep underground. The 3 schools evolved from ancient sects and have a long history and profound strength. No other school can compare with them. Sky Jialan Academy is the strongest of the 3. They directly study the spells of gods and the arcane realm, and they are also the most prestigious. Most noble family disciples go to this high school. Nadir High School is more inclined to research secrets in archaeology. It is said that there was a gap in our history before, and the ruins of those civilizations before the gap are all in the sea, so the students from this high school are the most knowledgeable. However, because this high school has come into contact with prehistoric knowledge, many of its graduates have also become disciples of various churches. Earth Terran High School is located next to a huge underground tomb, which is where human historiography originated. Its style is more practical, because there are many and terrifying monsters underground. Of course, it is also the richest high school, because all the limbs and fur of monsters, as well as rare minerals and spiritual herbs underground, can be exchanged for a lot of wealth, and you can also find some ancient techniques and equipment, but very few people can use them. They are more for research value. Xinyi was confused. Why can very few people use them? This involves resonance. In addition to techniques, various divine weapons, armors, and secret techniques have been passed down from ancient times. To use these things, you need extremely high resonance, so resonance is also called attunement. You gain their acknowledgement, or in other words, you have been recognized by the arcane realm and have obtained the authority to use them, and they are also willing to be used by you. Recognized by the arcane realm? What is the arcane realm? He also remembered that when he awakened divine moonlight gaze, he saw a vision of the arcane realm. The arcane realm is the source of all power, and it is also used to divide everyone's level of strength. Alright, this is too early for you. Don't think about it so much. Come, I have some techniques here, specially prepared for you by the group. But after seeing these techniques, Xinyi felt terrible. They all sounded weird. What the hell are these? Why is there a heaven-devouring mouth technique? Is it a secret technique of the Cantonese people? Heaven-devouring mouth technique is a taunting type provocation technique that can make the opponent furious and lose their composure in battle. Xinyi was speechless. Then what about the chrysanthemum treasure manual? That's a cultivation technique that uses chrysanthemums as hidden weapons to attack enemies with their petals, causing hallucinations at the highest level. Then is the Northeast Divine Fist related to the Big Dipper? Not at all. A ruin was excavated in the far east of the northern region, and this fist technique was found there, so it's called the Northeast Fist technique. At that time, all the excavation work in that ruin had actually been completed. Everyone was preparing to leave, but a high-level archaeologist was uneasy and always felt there was something else. He just kept looking. Suddenly a voice asked him, "What are you looking at? What's it to you?" Then this fist technique manual automatically fell out. Actually, this is also a manifestation of resonance. He gained the attunement of this fist technique, so it came out into the world. Xinyi only felt that this was too ridiculous. This is called having a compatible temperament. Since they were a match, they naturally received the gift of the ruins. Some people have very high resonance, resonance, but they are just not recognized by divine weapons. So, reaching the resonance threshold is just the first step. After that, it still depends on whether you can be recognized. But anyway, go choose a technique to learn. If you have to fight during the exam, you'll at least have something to fall back on. But the next second, his eyes widened. Northeast Divine Fist. Green, excellent. Requires specific conditions to stimulate higher compatibility and enhance power. Could it really be something special? He then immediately chose this cultivation technique. You've got a good eye. Normally, you wouldn't be given such a good cultivation technique because the better the technique, the harder it is to master in a short time. But if you learn it, your strength rating might even increase. Shinyi asked tentatively, then is it possible to jump from 2 stars to 5 stars at once? You're dreaming. I've never heard of anyone who jumped from 2 stars to 5 stars. Qian Russian then demonstrated a wave of Northeast Divine Fist for Shinyi. With 14 points in aptitude, learning this Northeast Divine Fist was as easy as playing a game in his eyes. Shinyi realized he could use this fist technique instead in order to hide his true strength. Alright, I'm done. Did you learn it? It's already past 4 o'clock. That's all for today. You go back and rest, and remember to attend the banquet tonight. Shinyi was taken aback. The performance was half-assed, and if he didn't have a high aptitude, he wouldn't have learned anything. After this, Shinyi began to head back to his dormitory. Suddenly, a message came from the card from Xiaomingyu. I've found some information about the Skinner. Let's meet at the gym. Shinyi immediately set off for the gym, but suddenly he noticed something. An old beggar was begging on the street. Young man, please be kind. This old man hasn't eaten in 2 years. Shinyi immediately searched his body. Here, old man, this is all the change I have. He then turned and left, but at this moment, Shinyi also felt a sense of danger. The next second, his head was pierced by the coin. Alas, I'm old and useless. It turned out that Shinyi had used the moon flow movement technique to dodge the attack at the last second. Not bad. Young man, you dodged my attack so easily. You're not old at all. You're so childish. You only know how to sneak attack. At the same time, he activated his ocular art, Divine Moonlight Gaze. Shinyi found that he was actually carrying an invisible sword on his back. The old beggar had noticed Shinyi's probing. He then placed his hand on the hilt of his sword. Shinyi was startled and immediately flashed away to create distance. Can you see it? You old bastard. I kindly gave you money, but you sneak attacked me. You obviously have a treasure, yet you act so despicably. I see that you're young, but you don't train properly, and you're always pestering girls from high-class families. That's why I wanted to teach you a lesson. Hearing this, Shinyi was not happy. Are you talking about Xiaomingyu? She and I are sworn friends. It's not what you think. But suddenly his expression changed in shock, because he saw an exaggerated purple title above the old beggar's head. Lord of the Empyrean Flame. I know, you're from Xiaomingyu's family, right? You people are pathetic. Not only did you let Luo Feichuan die a tragic death, you also want to destroy the only person who wants to seek justice for him, Xiaomingyu. You are clearly so powerful, yet your own young girl is about to become an old man's concubine, and you do nothing. Instead, you travel thousands of miles to sneak attack a 15-year-old middle school student like me. Shinye's words immediately made the old beggar very unhappy. How interesting. I never thought that one day, the Luo family would be reduced to being ridiculed by an outsider like you. In the blink of an eye, the old beggar's palm was in front of Shinye's face. He then grabbed Shinye's head and pushed it back, but the old beggar turned his head in surprise. Shinyi had inexplicably appeared behind him, with lightning crackling on his hand. Shinyi then struck the old beggar with a thunderclap. The thunderous clap exploded, sending the old beggar flying away. The old beggar looked at the crackling lightning in his hand. This move is not bad. Of course it's not bad. Before his words had faded, he had already merged into the old beggar's shadow. This kid can actually hide in shadows. Shinyi lifted his right foot and then used the skill, Frostbite, to kick at the old beggar. Then, something that amazed the old beggar happened. He was uncontrollably kicked back a great distance. With this kid's strength, it should be impossible to knock me back so far. My body is also frozen. What kind of skill is this? Now Shinye's strength had successfully piqued the old beggar's interest. Why is your strength and agility so inconsistent? What are your stats exactly? You can take a guess. But he thought to himself, this is a triple-powered, heaven-shattering frost moon, but it has no effect on this old man at all. At this moment, the power fluctuation from the old beggar had reached its peak, ever-changing strength and agility, and so many strange moves. He even has the arcane eye. Shinyi warned the old man that this area was monitored by Kunlun, that it's illegal for him to kill. Indeed, it's the adults who are at fault. Just as Shinyi thought the old beggar was about to attack, the old beggar turned around. Goodbye, kid. This old man is leaving. He then disappeared from the spot with a whoosh, leaving a bewildered Shinyi alone in the wind. What does that mean? He's just leaving? Who the hell is this old man? At this moment, on an airship, a figure like a meteor was rapidly approaching. Depart for the Gold Coast immediately. I'm going to the beach for a vacation. Pass the word down. From now on, no one is to contact any other noble families. My lord, the Zhao family is pressing hard. If we don't hand over the young lady to them, no one can bear the consequences. Not only will it affect the relationship between the noble families, our business will also. But before he could finish, his face was punched in. Ever since you few started to take power and handle the family's affairs, the Luo family has started to fawn on the powerful, like ants drawn to a stench. Now you even want to let the most outstanding disciple of the family be trampled on by others. You are not only ruining little Menyu's future, but also the future of the Luo family. He then ignored everyone's terrified expressions, jumped up onto the airship, isolating himself on top of the ship. Through such celestial eyes, the world's true nature is revealed. A 15-year-old with the arcane eye, with all attributes at least at 10, and his movement and palm techniques are at least at the peerless level. Such a person hasn't appeared in 500 years. This is most interesting. He then gathered a small flame sword in his hand and then sent it away from the airship. Granddaughter, after thinking about it, I've decided to support you. We of the Luo family must not be looked down upon. On Shinye's side, he had also arrived at the training ground where Xiaomingyu was. Xiaomingyu was practicing her sword meticulously. The entire room was filled with the sword aura she had released, and it was accompanied by the ringing of her longsword. With Shinye's heightened aptitude, he understood that despite Xiaomingyu's incredible swordsmanship, her form was too heavy. It was clear that her power hasn't advanced as per her title still remained the same. At the same time, he activated activated his arcane eye and saw a prompt about Xiao Mingyu. As a swordmaster who has already broken through the conventional forms of swordsmanship, she is still lost about her own path. Only when she finds her own path can she obtain a title recognized by the arcane realm. Recognized by the arcane realm? Does that mean these titles come from the arcane realm? Are they certifications of power given by the arcane realm? What exactly is this arcane realm? Sorry to keep you waiting. Now I'll tell you some information I've found about the Skinner. The Skinner used to be a high-ranking member of the Archaeological Association. He caused a major accident during an important archaeological activity. It was an altar that sealed an otherworldly being. During that archaeological dig, he broke the seal, released an unknown being, and caused a lot of casualties. After that, he disappeared, and when he reappeared, he was an assassin, and most of his past is blank. I only found out that he originally had a wife and daughter. Before the sealed altar incident, the two of them died for unknown reasons. The file says, the bodies of the mother and daughter were found in the sewer, naked, covered in wounds, and subjected to inhuman treatment before their death. The sewer where the bodies were found was located in a small town under the jurisdiction of a minor noble family on the edge of the continent. Later, that noble family and everyone in the town died. I deduced that these two incidents should be related in some way. What exactly was that sealed being? The level of the sealed altar incident is quite high. I can't access the files with my identity. This is all I've found. In any case, you must be careful. They should know you're at Cloud Spire Port for the exam soon and will come for you. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Xiao Mingyu. Just then, Xiao Mingyu's phone rang. She answered the call. Hello, Auntie. Yes, I know. After hanging up, Xiao Mingyu looked dejected. My family wants me to come home. They said the uncle from that family was coming to offer a betrothal gift. Xinyi asked, did your parents agree to this marriage? My mother passed away a long time ago. After my brother died, my father was so overwhelmed with grief that he fainted and has been in the hospital ever since. I've used up all my excuses now. If I drag it on any longer, I'll be targeted by those in the family. Everyone in the family is afraid of angering those major noble families, and my father is still in a coma, so they are determined to push me out to seek peace of mind. How about this, Xiao Mingyu? If you don't mind, I invite you to dinner. I'll introduce you old Chen to join the human martial arts group. That way, you'll be free from your family and no longer be controlled by others. Aren't you afraid of offending the major family that wants to marry me? Not only that, even the uncles in my family will hate you, and they will find ways to deal with you. Who gives a damn? Anyone who encourages others to jump into a fire pit should die. I just met an old man from your family who not only sneak attacked me but also said things that pissed me off. Come with me. Leave that damn family. He's clearly from an ordinary background, but why is he always so fearless? This time, and also during the fight with the Skinner, I just realized this guy is quite handsome. His eyes are as sharp as a blade, lacking some affinity with a don't come near me expression, but he's very gentle when he speaks. Okay, what are we eating? I don't know. Old Chen didn't say. Anyway, let's go together. You don't even know the place, and you want to invite a girl? Xinyi quickly said. I'm very sincere. I'm not someone who easily agrees to a date with someone. Just then her phone rang again. It was a message from her grandfather. Look east when you leave the gym. Grandpa is out of seclusion, so the person Xinyi met, could it be Grandpa? Don't move. I'll be right back. Why did she run away? Was it because I suddenly invited her? Was it too abrupt? Alas, I still lack experience in inviting such a beautiful girl. After leaving the gym, Xiao Mingyu looked up and saw a streak of light shooting through the sky. It redirected, coming towards her. It directly struck her and a surging power filled her entire body. Then, Xiao Mingyu heard her grandfather's telepathic message. Granddaughter, after thinking about it, I still have to support you. Xiao Mingyu was now very shocked, because the techniques were flooding into her mind. Luo family's divine sword style. She looked up at the airship passing by in the sky. Thank you, Grandpa, for teaching me Luo family's divine sword style. Hey, are you alright? Why are you on fire? It was my grandfather who came to see me. He taught me a sword style. It seems there's still someone in your family who loves you. Wait, could that have been her grandfather just now? Did you just invite me to a banquet? Xinyi quickly replied. Yes, that's right. It's called a banquet. Come with me, okay? But unexpectedly, Xiao Mingyu burst out laughing. Xinyi, you're such an idiot. Why are you calling me an idiot? Because everyone who is taking the exam has to go to the banquet. We were going together anyway. I didn't even need to specifically invite her. I wanted to help her so much that I completely forgot about this. I've made a fool of myself. But looking at Xiao Mingyu with regained vitality, Xinyi felt it didn't matter. After all, the girl in front of him rarely showed such a carefree expression, one that suited her age. The two then rode the ghost fire bike to the banquet location. On the way, Xiao Mingyu was very excited, constantly urging Xinyi to go faster. Soon, they arrived at the banquet venue, which was located on a floating island in the sky. Welcome, Miss Xiao. Are you with Xinyi? Xiao Mingyu replied. Hello, yes, I'm with him tonight. Not bad, kid. You're making progress so fast. You've already asked her out to dinner. Xinyi blushed and told Qian Russian. It's not what you think. No more joking. Xinyi, you have to be careful tonight. As the three entered the banquet hall, they immediately attracted everyone's attention. The banquet is the last chance to improve your rating. The noble family disciples will seize the opportunity to find prey. Qian Russian's words reminded Xinyi of the people who had died tragically in the Maple Forest Hotel that day. He suddenly couldn't suppress the anger in his heart. What would happen if I killed someone here? Don't act rashly. The big shots are watching. Qian Russian's words immediately made Xinyi lose interest, and he could only temporarily put this idea aside. Just then, a loud bang came from the front, and then someone came to Xinyi. I am the 4-star rookie, Wang Jiuyan of the Wang family. Xinyi, I challenge you. But as soon as he finished speaking, a sword aura flashed past his head, directly shaving off his long hair against his scalp. I'm in the middle of a duel with Xinyi. If you want to challenge him, you'll have to fight me first. What a fast sword. Did you see it clearly? No, I didn't even see when she drew her sword. One of them, named Niu Ziqiang, walked up to Wang Jiuyan. Don't mess with him. Look at the rankings. I didn't expect this 2-star rookie to be protected by her. Xiao Mingyu, she is one of the 5 strongest, on par with me. But the next second, Niu Ziqiang gave the person Wang Jiuyan was holding a heavy blow. Xinyi immediately glared at him. Let's just find some other pushover to pick on. He then waved his hand and left with Wang Jiuyan. Xiao Mingyu, you should have aimed a little lower with that slash just now. Isn't this the boy from the Shin family? family? I've heard you're arrogant. Seeing you today, it's indeed true. Isn't this the aunt of the Song sisters? What is she doing here? But he still braced himself and replied, let me introduce you. This is the rookie I'm sponsoring, Shinyi. This is Ladian of the Riverland Song family. There's no need to introduce me. Shinyi, your uncle told me something not long ago. I wonder if you still remember. He said you were mischievous as a child and liked to train dogs to bite people. When our Song Qingyun and Song Yinchin visited your house before, they were almost bitten. These words immediately excited the reporters behind her. Big news. The Song sisters were almost bitten to death by Shinyi. Sorry, Ladian, I don't remember things from so long ago, but he knew he was the one that saved the Song sisters. My family was kicked out of the Shin family a long time ago. We're very poor and can't afford a dog. Not long ago, I was sick, and my dad went to ask my uncle for a marrow-mending pill, but he was even directly driven away. You were sick. Why didn't you tell me? We Song family may not have much else, but we can afford marrow-nourishing pills. You didn't even know I was almost dead? It seems you don't know much about me. That was a good catch. Ladian didn't even know Shinyi was critically ill recently, so how can she be so sure that he trained a dog to bite people more than 10 years ago? Lady Anne's smile also faded. So you left the Shin family and want to take the high school entrance exam yourself? I've already signed with the Human Martial Arts Group. I have a guaranteed admission spot in my hand. How about I just give it to you? We Song family can also cover all your expenses during high school. Shinyi immediately pretended to be very surprised. Really? Thank you for your kindness. You're a living bodhisattva. But there is one condition. From now on, don't pester Qingyun anymore. This Shinyi is actually involved with Song Qingyun. The crowd began to gossip about Shinyi and Song Qingyun's connection. Stay away from Qingyun. Is that all? As long as you give me that guaranteed admission spot, I have no problem at all. Very good. Then it's settled, madam. But on the matter of staying away from Song Qingyun, I'll need your help. Can you give me a photo of her? I don't know her, and I don't remember what she looks like. Shinye's words immediately made everyone's brains shut down. Big news. Does Shinyi have Alzheimer's disease? You don't know Song Qingyun? You met when you were 4 or 5. Shinyi continued to act innocent. I don't know her. Wow, you have such a good memory. I can't even remember things from so long ago. Everyone was also confused. In that case, he couldn't have deliberately raised a dog to bite Song Qingyun. Oh no, did I say something wrong? I'm sorry. Ladian, how about we forget about the guaranteed admission? After all, I really don't know her, and I feel bad taking your generosity. Hearing the crowd's discussion, Lady Anne's face immediately darkened. You don't want the guaranteed admission spot anymore? You don't remember Song Qingyun? She is the eldest daughter of the Song family, and I am her aunt. Madam, I don't know you, and I don't know her. This is probably all a misunderstanding, so I naturally can't accept the guaranteed admission. But there is something. Ladian, you are of high moral standing and have great power. Can you help me with something? Recently I was very sick, and I was then acquainted with Captain Luo, but he died after saying he would protect me. Then my best friend also died, and then, in the Maple Forest Hotel, tens of thousands people died as well. Misfortune has been following me recently. Do you know who the culprit is? A great person like you must have better resources to investigate. You must know something. Can you bring them to justice? Ladian realized that Shinyi was using this opportunity to broadcast everything, but she retorted out loud, I'm not too clear about this matter either. It seems Captain Luo's sister is investigating. By the way, Miss Xiaomingyu, I also want to congratulate you. I heard you're already engaged, but why are you with this Shinyi? Greetings, Ladian. You are mistaken. I am not engaged. You're always talking about things you've heard. First it was me, now it's her. I don't think it's right to spread rumors, right? But Ladian was not wrong about one thing. Xiaomingyu and I are indeed investigating this matter, and with great success. But now is not the right time to reveal the truth. Shinye's words completely darkened Lady Anne's face. Her eyes widened, full of murderous intent as she looked at this lawless boy. Damn it, Shinyi, do you know you're playing with fire? It's one thing for you to do it yourself, but do you want Xiaomingyu to also cut ties with her family and become an enemy of all the noble families from now on? The daughter of the Luo family is virtuous and generous, understands the bigger picture, and knows right from wrong. She won't talk nonsense with a hooligan like you. As for her marriage, she's just a little girl. She probably doesn't know the family's arrangements. She is indeed engaged. Isn't this the second master of the Luo family, Luo Erlang? What are you doing here? I told you to go home. Why didn't you? Xiaomingyu glanced at Luo Erlang. Greetings, uncle. I have to take the exam, so I didn't go back. The engagement is a family arrangement. Ladian also had good intentions. Don't misunderstand her. Come with me. The next second, Xiaomingyu dodged Luo Erlang's hand. I'm not going anywhere. I said, we're going home for your engagement. Did Grandpa agree to this? What about my father? Did he agree? And what about me? Did I ever agree to this? The engagement is a family arrangement. Ladian also had good intentions. Don't misunderstand her. Come with me. The next second, Xiaomingyu dodged Luo Erlang's hand. I'm not going anywhere. I said, we're going home for your engagement. Did Grandpa agree to this? What about my father? Did he agree? And what about me? Did I ever agree to this? The two then unleashed their auras and confronted each other. The family head will know about this matter soon. As for your father, he is still in a coma, but this is a good thing. He will only be happy when he finds out. My father will be happy. He'll probably be angry to death. Do you dare to tell everyone how old my fiancé is? Stop this disrespectful behavior. Come with me. Grandpa hasn't agreed. My father hasn't nodded. Yet you dare to make decisions for me? But Shinyi noticed something was wrong. The title above Xiaomingyu's head was starting to blur. Then, an unparalleled sharpness emanated from her body, and the title above her head was no longer blurry. It was two extremely simple words. Sword Saint. Shinyi was greatly shocked. Xiaomingyu's title has changed. This means she has realized her own path. Xiaomingyu, retract your killing intent. Do you see this? Luo Shui's sword? It is the symbol of the family's great steward. If you dare to resist in front of this sword, then I will have to enforce the family rules. But before he could finish, a sword light struck him, instantly cutting off the hand he was holding. The Luo Shui's sword, with Luo Erlang himself, was sent flying by this attack, and then he slammed heavily into the palace wall, the powerful impact directly creating a large crater in the wall. You hold a sacred artifact, yet you can't even take one of my slashes. You arranged a marriage for a relative without consulting my parents or the family head's approval. You are no longer worthy of using this sword. Luo Shui's sword. Are you willing to follow me and be a companion? Then, amidst the gasps of the crowd, the Luo Shui's sword sword floated in front of Xiao Mingyu. Seeing this, Xiao Mingyu joyfully grabbed the Luoshui sword. At this moment, her aura surged again. At the same time, the leaderboard actually changed. Xiao Mingyu's name jumped up, sharing the top spot with Nangong Surui. The entire banquet hall was in an uproar. Look, Xiao Mingyu has reached the top, but Xinyi knew it wasn't that simple. If Xiao Mingyu hadn't broken through to the Sword Saint title, she wouldn't have been recognized by the divine artifact. This ranking table was not just limited to personal strength, equipment, resources, potential, and even willpower would affect the card's rating. That sword has recognized Xiao Mingyu, which means that from this moment on, the authority of the Luo family is also in her hands. She is now the head of the Luo family. There's nothing to be envious of. It's just that their family has good resources. You, on the other hand, have risen to 2 stars through your own efforts. As an ordinary person, you are quite the role model. Xinyi was so embarrassed by Director Qian's praise, but he thought to himself, if only you know I was already 5-star, you would be so shocked. Now let's get back to business. What Xinyi couldn't say just now, I can say now. The truth I have investigated is that the culprits who caused so many deaths are the major noble families here, led by the Song family. Hearing Xiao Mingyu's words, everyone present was in an uproar. What is Xiao Mingyu saying? Is she crazy? Little girl, I advise you to be careful with your words. Saying the wrong thing can get you killed. Ladian, according to my investigation, everything is because of your niece, Song Qingyun. She uses Xinyi as a shield to avoid arranged engagements. Because of this, the jealous noble families didn't hesitate to kill as many innocent people to get to Xinyi. The evidence is irrefutable. Your pretty face can't hide your disgusting self. To treat human life as worthless. Ladian, is my investigation detailed and rigorous enough? Ladian, you're really a good judge of character. Xiao Mingyu really found out. In these videos and pictures, does anyone want to see? Get your cameras ready. Song Qingyun is about to confess her love for me. Oh no, my camera just spontaneously combusted. I can't record anymore. Ladian, all our equipment has been damaged, and all the recordings have been lost. Please don't blame us. These videos and pictures of yours must be fake. Qingyun would never harm anyone. She is the publicly recognized role model of the new generation, the student council president of Sky Jialan Academy. Countless noble family disciples can testify. That's right, you're a stinking commoner. How could Song Qingyun say she likes you? I think you're just spreading rumors and slandering Qingyun. Alas, even in the face of such ironclad evidence, you still have to throw a tantrum. You made your noble families and have taken every advantage, honing your aptitude in resonance. Logically speaking, the progress of this world should be driven by those who have resources. Yet the only thing I see you doing is oppressing the poor and killing the innocent. If you ask me, you don't even deserve to be called human. Stop running your mouth. Who do you think you are? I am Zhao Qianjun of the Hedong Zhao family. Ladian, you are from the esteemed Song family. Don't lower yourself to this hooligan's level. Allow me to teach him a lesson for you. Unexpectedly, the next second, a sword aura directly struck his face, and then his whole body was imprinted on the ceiling by Xiao Mingyu's strike. Xinyi hasn't finished speaking yet. As a noble family disciple, you have no manners. I've long heard of Miss Xiao's unparalleled swordsmanship. Seeing it today, it's indeed true. I am the 4th-ranked 5-star rookie, Niu Ziqiang, and I would like to challenge you. You know I've reached 2nd place, yet you still want to fight me? Of course, we noble family disciples are brave and never shy away from a challenge. Defeating a stronger opponent like you earns me a better rating. But Xinye's arcane, I noticed something was wrong. This guy in front of him was very strange. There was actually a poisonous snake wrapped around his body. Wait, she and I are still in combat. You can't challenge her. Xinye understood that it would be disadvantageous for Xiao Mingyu to fight among these people. And with so many powerful people, they are likely pretending to be ignorant about the snake. You don't even dare to fight me. Why are you showing off here? Why don't you both kneel before Lady and apologize properly? Just then, Xinye's card suddenly appeared before him and changed. The dead man, you have offended several noble families and will surely die. Even this card is mocking me. Alright, I give up. Combat ended. Xinye surrenders. Xiao Mingyu wins. You are smart. Get out of the way, you coward. Don't get hurt by the aftershocks of my fight with Xiao Mingyu. But then he received a card prompt. You have been challenged. Challenger, Xinye. Who told you that I surrendered to let you fight Xiao Mingyu? Wait, are you crazy? A 2-star commoner is actively challenging a 5-star? A waste like you is not even worthy of my attention. I can scare you to death with just my killing intent. As he spoke, the poisonous snake on his body lunged at Xinye, but Xinye was extremely calm in the face of the attack. The next second, he unleashed a thunderous palm strike, and the poisonous snake was instantly sent flying. The young noble disciples were confused as to why. In their eyes, Xinye just struck the air. However, the old masters understood what just happened. How can you see it? At this moment, Xinye had already taken his stance again, his eyes glowing faintly. The arcane eye. He has already awakened the arcane eye. This kid can see Suhei. No, it's impossible. Only those who have awakened the arcane eye can see it. He then took out a stick from his pocket and ordered Suhei to pincer attack Xinye. Even I can only roughly guess its position based on my long experience with Suhei. This commoner just got a lucky hit. You overconfident brat. Can you take this move of mine? Using the moon flow, Xinye easily dodged the pincer attack. Immediately, he gathered strength to unleash Frostbite, launching Suhei through the open ceiling, high in the sky. The partners watching on the side were all shocked. Although they didn't know what had happened, they felt that Xinye was very impressive at this moment, because the faces of the other noble family disciples looked incredibly worried. He has actually awakened the arcane eye. No wonder he didn't let me go up, because I can't see that spirit creature at all. I would definitely be at a disadvantage if I fought. Without that snake, what else can you do? How arrogant. You will die a miserable death next. I am the 4th-ranked 5-star rookie. Who do you think you are? The powerful airflow made some of the weaker people a little unsteady. Niu Ziqiang, having charged up his ultimate move, rushed toward Xinye and then thrust the stick heavily at him. Xinye seemed to be unable to dodge and took the blow head-on. Xiao Mingyu called out worriedly, Xinye, but when the smoke cleared, Xinye was still standing there. Niu Ziqiang was stunned at this sight. It turns out that Xinye allocated all his points to strength. With 14.3 strength points, he could block the attack with one hand. He took my full power blow and is completely unharmed. My strength is as high as 8.7. No rookie below 5 stars can be higher than me. I see, you must be just acting and holding on, but in a swift motion, Niu Ziqiang was held in the air by Shen Yi. Damn it, let me go. Don't touch me with your dirty hands. If you take one more step forward, I will twist his head off. Suhei, come back, quick, bite him to death, so you can't even see your own snake. It seems your 4th place 5-star title was just bought with your family's resources. Suhei, go. With so many people here, he won't dare to touch me. The next second, Shen Yi punched Niu Ziqiang, knocking out his teeth. This punch is for the girl from before. Hey, don't move, little snake. You don't want him to die, do you? Don't you dare forfeit. I'm not done with you yet. You lowly commoner, how dare you look at me with those eyes? Just you wait, I'll kill you. Your friends, your family, I'll kill them all. The next second, a prompt popped up. Special condition activated. Your Northeast Divine Fist has been enhanced in this special situation and has been upgraded to blue. Outstanding quality. He then punched Niu Ziqiang hard in the face. What's it to you? It turns out that speaking a keyword could increase the power of the Northeast Divine Fist technique. Shen Yi kept repeating the phrase, what's it to you, as he kept punching his opponent. Eventually, Shen Yi stopped. Now, Niu Ziqiang was barely recognizable, but then he discovered something that terrified him. This guy in front of him really wants to kill me. Seeing this, Niu Ziqiang completely let go of his pride. Help, someone save me. This commoner is really going to take me down with him. I don't want to die, but his cries for help were not answered by those from the noble families. Everyone just watched from afar. If little Niu Zi dies at Shen Ye's hands, the 3 major high schools will definitely intervene and severely punish this kind of malicious killing of a candidate. At that time, the noble family's reputations get saved. It will all go up in smoke. Niu Ziqiang, go in peace. After you die, I will support your father to become the head of the Niu family. Your greatest value now is to be killed by Shen Yi. Suddenly, Shen Yi burst out in laughter. Do you really think I'm a fool? Don't be afraid. I'm not going to kill you. You see it now, don't you? They've given up on you. We were just sparring, but they really want you to die. Because if I kill you, they'll have a legitimate reason to get rid of me. That way, all the scandals of these noble families will disappear. Enough. Don't let him speak any further. However, Shen Yi dodged the incoming attack with Moon Flow. Alright, sparring is fine, but it's not good to hurt feelings. I am a proctor from Jialan Academy. You fought very well. I believe the divine artifact will give you a good rating. You know I won't kill him, so you're coming out to break up the fight? At the same time, he received a prompt. The duel was forcibly stopped. This duel will not be included in the rating. Eat this quickly and recover as soon as possible. The exam is about to start. The time has come. The final rating and rewards for all rookies will now be distributed. The rays of light landed on the tarot cards of all the candidates. As a 5-star rookie, you have received the final rating, Sword Saints Bearing. After obtaining the divine artifact, you have an absolute advantage in single combat. Therefore, you are granted the power of Team Leader, which enhances your benefits in teamwork. Team Leader, members invited to form a team will be immediately teleported to your side after accepting. The above effects have been activated and will last until the end of the exam. And Shen Ye's rating was also distributed. As a 5-star rookie, you have received the final rating, the Unyielding. You have brought this upon yourself, becoming food at the banquet. But your Unyielding will is also the reason you can escape death every time. You are hereby granted the power of meat to enhance your survivability. When facing a fatal attack, you can be hit up to 3 times before you die, or you can become qualified meat and be eaten by others. The above effects have been activated and will last until the end of the exam. All candidates will receive the necessary exam survival item, Candle's Flame. It is inextinguishable. With it, you can see your surroundings in the exam site. But then something strange happened. The small flame above Shen Ye's head actually disappeared. Your Candle's Flame has been stolen. The other party is also a candidate and possesses the rating of Exploitation, with which they have stolen your light. You will be unable to see anything in the exam site. This is what you get for going against us. Losing the Candle's Flame is just the beginning. A single pill from us can make all your efforts in vain. What do you think you are? Shen Yi, just you wait. You, your family, everyone close to you. Not a single one will escape. You are lambs to the slaughter. Resistance and struggle are meaningless. A gentleman knows his fate and is not afraid. He remains steadfast in his will and never stops. Classmates, I am very sorry to have let you see the truth of the noble families ahead of time. They are always thinking about how to enslave, kill, and take everything from others. This time they are targeting me, and next time, they may target anyone here. Indeed, we do not have the resources they have. But our kings and nobles are not destined by birth. We are not inferior, and we should not be bullied and oppressed by them. The card's final rating for me is the Unyielding. Even if I am alone, I will follow this path until the end. All the commoner disciples looked at the noble family disciples opposite them with firm gazes. I will give you what you wish for, Shen Yi. Then, everyone received a prompt that the exam was about to begin. Everyone was teleported for the first round. Find a way to reach the floating island below. Failure results in elimination. Unfortunately, because Shen Ye's Candle's Flame had been taken away before the exam started, he was now in complete darkness. In an instant, multiple noble family disciples appeared to attack Shen Yi. However, he immediately used the Moon Flow movement technique to dodge the attacks. You noble family disciples only know how to sneak attack. Who can you blame for losing your own fire? It's time for you to die. Shen Yi turned around and kicked the opponent away with a Frostbite. Meat has been activated. Only 2 uses remaining. But at this moment, Niu Ziqiang and the others wanted to take advantage of Shen Ye's injured state to kill him. Come out, source of calamity. The next second, a phantom of a skull emitting a terrifying aura emerged from Shen Ye's body. What is this death aura? Be careful. He might have another trick up his sleeve. Shen Yi, find a way to escape quickly. I have very little power left. I can only scare them at most. You have received a team invitation from Xiaomingyu. Shen Yi immediately chose to accept. You will be teleported to the captain's position. Shen Yi, what's wrong? How did you get hurt? I was just ambushed by those noble families. It seems like my wounds healed from the effects of the card. By the way, why did I appear next to you? Xiaomingyu explained. This is the effect of my card. My invited team member will be teleported to my side. There's another effect. After forming a team, the captain's combat power will be doubled. And because they were in a team, the Candle's Flame could be shared. The Cloud Spire port below had disappeared, replaced by the venue for the second stage of the exam. The first stage of the assessment was to have the candidates find a way to get there. By the way, have you awakened the arcane eye? Shinyi replied. The arcane eye? I can indeed see some hidden things. Is that what it's called? What is it exactly? The arcane eye is a symbol of a cultivator's attunement by the arcane realm. The arcane realm is the origin of the universe, and all things derive their power from it. There are many mysterious and powerful things that can only be seen after awakening the arcane eye. The knowledge about the arcane realm is too complex, and I only know this much at the moment. So the arcane realm I saw last time is the origin of the universe? The few useless techniques that the mysterious voice told me to collect are actually so strong when combined. Does this mean I'm a little amazing? Xiaominyu smiled. You're more than a little. But before she could finish, Shinyi felt a strange aura approaching. He turned his head in horror and saw that this frightening aura was coming from two figures not far away. Come with me. He then pulled her and jumped off the floating island. There were two people behind us just now. I felt a terrifying killing intent from them. It's better to leave first. After all, the goal of the first stage is to reach the island below. We must act decisively so we don't get delayed. At the same time, the Ghost Fire motorcycle arrived. The two then rode the Ghost Fire and successfully passed the first stage of the assessment. I'm sorry, my aura couldn't help but leak out a little when I saw Xiaomingyu. The other person replied, it's not your fault. I didn't expect him to be so sharp. This kid is not a good for nothing. It seems he has made good use of the power of the cursed statue. But when he was attacked just now, I could already feel that the undead power behind him was like a candle in the wind. Let's go down too. The other candidates then received a prompt. First stage currently passed by 4 people. Everyone was immediately shocked. Interesting, someone actually got ahead of me. It seems I, the number 1, have to work a little harder. This was the number 1 candidate in the rankings, Nangong Surui. He then snapped his fingers, and 4 rays of light lit up around him. Young master, please sit tight. We will take you down. Effortlessly, he was carried away towards the second stage of the exam. The remaining noble family candidates also began to show off their skills. These rich kids all have their ways. What should we do? Who can't fly? Xiaoi, get on my back. I'll take you down. You can actually turn into a wolf. That's awesome. He then rode on Guiyang to the second exam site. At this time, Shinyi and Xiaomingyu had already arrived first on the Ghost Fire bike. You have entered the second stage of the exam. This stage is a non-combat assessment. The Wailing Tide is coming. Candidates must find a suitable statue of a god and obtain its protection to safely pass through the Wailing Tide. You are a team, so you only need to find one statue of a god. Are these scattered statues the statues of gods? How do we get their protection? As soon as she finished speaking, the statue in front of them slowly opened its eyes. Pure maiden, if you want to obtain my protection, help me reassemble my body and restore my divine power. Then I will drink your companion's blood, and you will take off your clothes and dance for me. Is there no other way? This was the statue of the fallen god of lewd dance. The next second, Shinyi directly stabbed his sword into the statue's eye. Go to hell. If you don't agree, then don't agree. Why did you have to attack? Shinyi pulled out his dagger. Drink my blood? Make her do a striptease? Who do you think you are? Damn human. Face the Wailing Tide yourselves. Let's not act so rashly. They are, after all, representing gods. But Shinyi was very angry. These gods are already dead. Only their statues are left. In my hometown, bad gods like this would be banished to the mortal world and turned into pigs. Look there. There's actually a damn horse. I like such down-to-earth gods. Hey, big brother, the Wailing Tide is coming. Can you protect us? The horse replied, friend, as you said, I am a crass mud horse. I only lay in the grass. If you want protection, you must find the one who rides me. This was the damaged statue of the war god's mount. This young lady next to you uses a sword, which is exactly his type. As long as you show him respect, he will definitely be willing to help you. But before the horse could say where, it was sent flying by an attack. We meet again, Shinyi. These were the people who had murderous intent from earlier. The two then grabbed their faces, then pulled hard, tearing off their disguises. The Skinner, Zhao Yibing, it's already over. Why are you still pestering me? Unexpectedly, the murmurs of the dark ability activated. Hearing this, Zhao Yibing burst into tears. Shinyi, I'm already dead. But immediately, the effect was cancelled. Damn it, it's the power of the undead. Xiaomingyu, just as you said, she's not Zhao Yibing, and Xiaomingyu was now on high alert. We need to run. I can feel that they have become stronger than before. Did you think I would let you escape like last time? And Zhao Yibing used blood-red threads to appear before Shinyi. Now, you should return what you stole from me. Shinyi was horrified to find that he couldn't move. However, Zhao Yibing suddenly sensed danger. Suddenly, she was sent flying away by an unknown force. This shocked both Xiaomingyu and the Skinner. This stage is a non-combat assessment. Private fighting is not allowed. The attacker has been exiled to the edge of the exam site. I didn't expect the exam site to have such a rule. I'll let you live a little longer for now, but you won't live for long. We can come and take your head at any time. However, he left a blood thread wrapped around Shinye's neck before he left. Art of an otherworldly deity. When you appear within a 500-mile radius of the other party, they can sense your location and immediately teleport to you. Damn it, this trick again. They just put a thread on me. Through this thread, they can always detect my location and teleport over at any time. This stage doesn't allow fighting, so we're temporarily safe, but it's hard to say for the next stage. In that case, we should go to the next stage as soon as possible. They'll have to advance the round in order to attack you. If we can enter the next stage first, we will have the initiative and can prepare in advance. Then let's find the statue that the horse was talking about. But at this moment, Xiaomingyu stopped Shinyi. Shinyi, I will never let them hurt you. Hearing this, Shinyi showed a knowing smile. Then I'll leave it to you to protect me. At this moment, 2 candidates were kneeling on the ground. Great deity, can you change the requirement? We're only 15. I require 2 of your balls. I must use the ultimate yan of you young boys to restore my power in order to acquire my protection. This made the 2 boys very troubled. This exam was their only chance to turn their life around. Let's do it. 1 for each of us. At worst, we'll just call ourselves lone warriors from now on. Let's do it. I've read in the Sunflower scripture that having less balls grants you strength. It might be a blessing in disguise. The 2 were then about to help each other and cut off each other's balls. But just then, a foot suddenly appeared in front of the statue's head. And then Shinyi used the frostbite technique to kick the head away. Go to hell, you pervert. These perverts are getting more and more ridiculous. They always want people's flesh and blood. They can all go eat shit. Then, after hearing Xiaomingyu's call, he leaped away, leaving the 2 bewildered boys behind. Look, I found this. this? This is the only statue related to a sword. I wonder if the horse head was talking about this one. This was the Dragon Head Guild Bronze Spirit Sword statue. Sword spirit attached. My name is Xiaomingyu. I would like to ask for your protection to get through the Wailing Tide. What kind of offering do you require? But the statue did not react at all. It's not working. There's no reaction. At this moment, Shinyi opened his arcane eye and found that the giant sword held by the statue was actually emitting a faint glow. You're praying to the wrong thing. You should be praying to the sword. My name is Xiaomingyu. Please protect us through the Wailing Tide. Please let me know what offering you require. And this time, the giant sword reacted. The blade trembled continuously, then it shook violently, shattering the stone skin on its surface and revealing the ancient and heavy blade. Then, it wrote on the ground, strike with me 10 times, thrust with me 10 times, dance with me 10 times. Xiaomingyu picked up the giant sword, unable to believe the request would be so simple. She then held her breath and began to wield the giant sword, performing a heavy slash with the giant sword. I finally understand what the mission's suitable statue meant. The core of this stage is to test the candidate's resonance. Xiaomingyu's sword saint title has increased her sword resonance by 10 points, so she had to find a statue related to a sword. It recognizes her as an owner because the giant sword knows that Xiaomingyu is a true sword saint. Then the system prompted, Xiaomingyu is recognized by the sword spirit, imparting an ancient sword technique to her as a bonus. As a member of the team, your resonance with the sword is not low, and the sword spirit also expresses its gratitude to you. Tai-Bai Execution Technique Finishing Move. This move is the finishing move of the Azure Lotus sword technique. You disregard safety to find the angle to kill the enemy in one strike. A one-hit kill sword technique. This is exactly what I need. It's a perfect match for the meat effect. This ancient sword technique is a more profound and subtle sword control technique, but it consumes too much psychic energy. I can't master it with my current level. Just then, a prompt popped up. 5 minutes until the Wailing Tide begins. From now on, the thick fog will dissipate, and you will no longer need the light of the candle's flame. You must immediately find a sturdy and reliable shelter. I'm going to find another statue that suits me and get a reward. We need these to fight Zhao Yibing. There are still 5 minutes left. The view is better now. I think I can find another statue. You go find a shelter. I'll go find a statue. We'll meet up later. I have 29 points of resonance with the Lunar Legacy. But what exactly is the Lunar Legacy? What are you doing here? Didn't I tell you to go find a shelter? Xiaomingyu replied, you might be in danger alone, so I'll go with you. What is your resonance in? I'll help you find it. I don't know either. Probably something related to the moon and the night. Shinyi, we finally got you. This time I will definitely kill you. But the result was that they were all repelled by the exam rules. Damn it. I've been delayed by these idiots, and now there's even less time. Where the hell is the Lunar Legacy statue? Suddenly, his gaze froze. The flow of a small river on the side had caught his attention. I feel like there's something in this water. When I awakened the arcane eye, I also saw a stream. The name of the movement technique is also Moon Flow. The statue related to the Lunar Legacy might be in this stream, but the Wailing Tide is coming in a few minutes, and this water is so turbulent. Forget it. There's not much time left. Let's just go find a shelter. Don't you lie to me. Your statue is clearly in the water, isn't it? If you want to go, then go. Leave everything else to me. I just glanced at the water for a moment, and she noticed. He then no longer hesitated and jumped directly into the water. At this moment, a prompt popped up. 30 seconds until the Wailing Tide arrives. As the time shortened, a dark aura began to permeate the exam site. Xiaomingyu drew her longsword and controlled the giant sword. Come, sword spirit. Let's buy him some time.